and Mike Salk.
All right, hello. Good morning, everybody. Brock and Salk Show, Seattle Sports on 710, seattlesports.com. The old Seattle Sports app, of course, all the podcast platforms, 97.3, HD2, and YouTube. And if you're on YouTube and you can see us, I'm assuming everything is working, you can see that Brock is here.
We here.
And that we are at Radio Row in San Francisco. Yes, you see us. Behind us, you see the DraftKings set, and there's a bounty set.
Yeah, big sets. Big gambling money sets.
A lot
big
of gambling money.
Sets.
Yeah,
yes.
They have like a whole deal, like a living room back there. It's nice. It's a nice, big, huge convention center room, but it's well done. There's stations from around the country here. And we get a good spot. We're kind of in a corner.
We're gonna get to watch. We're gonna get to watch everybody walk in, everybody walk out.
Okay.
This kind of has having been now a veteran. Salk, I'm a veteran. This is now my fourth Super Bowl.
Yes.
Back in 2005 in beautiful Detroit. That was nice. I was very, very young back then. That was the first Super Bowl for the Seahawks. And then 13 in New York City. And then 14, we were together in beautiful Arizona. This has New York City, like, setup vibes. Arizona was like spread out. It was like two levels. It was just, this is, and there are some, there are some big, big sets of the old NFL Network and ESPN and, everybody's here. And obviously, even at 6 a.m. and dark 30 before the sun rises in San Francisco, you do start to feel some of the juice, and it's only going to build from here to kickoff.
Well, Maura and I got to feel the juice last night. I don't know if the juice is worth the squeeze, but we had quite an evening. So Maura and I got here yesterday afternoon. Great flight down. Maura, by the way, great travel companion.
Most Salukis are.
Yeah, I would say that's fair. She is. She's just
like shed. They're very elegant through the airport.
She's very easy to travel with. I mean, just very, very on it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we got our bags and jumped in a car and came over to the hotel and got ourselves checked in. And she's like, "All right, I really want to go to this media party."
Yeah.
And I'm like, "All right, like." I don't feel great, but I'm,
just suck it up.
We're here,
sure.
Right? Like, we're here. You got to go out. You can't just sit in the room. Although I did have a thought of like, maybe I'll just go to bed at like 6:30 and see what happens. But there's food and you kind of want to see the deal. So we jump in a bus and the bus is going to be about 30-35 minutes to get to the EA Sports headquarters.
Yeah, Redwood City.
Redwood City. Yeah. So it's about 30 minutes or so. So we get on the bus. And it's pretty hot in the bus. And we're like, sit down. Like,
Maura wasn't hot on the bus because someone came back, said he was sweaty mess. Was it real hot on the bus? Or
I mean, I run cold, and I was like, wow, it is toasty. Like, it was almost like humid. It was so hot.
So got on the bus, figured like, okay, it's idle. But once we get going, obviously they're going to, turn down the heat, let alone maybe turning on the air conditioning, because there's no way anyone could function indoors the way they had the bus running hot. Now, I think it got hotter. There was some sort of a radiator under my seat that was like a blast furnace, just pumping hot air directly up, and I think it was going like under my pant leg, so it was crawling all the way up my body.
Were you a sweaty mess when you walked in?
I offered to switch seats with him mid-ride.
Not gonna do that.
Maura, was he sweaty?
Well, let me also be clear. Maura gets all dressed up because she wants to, look presentable for the party.
Okay.
Maura, she put on heels. She's like 8 feet tall. Like, Maura looks great. I did not change. I was just wearing whatever I had thrown on in the morning.
Slept in the airport.
Absolutely. Slept all day in the plane.
Great.
Did not change.
I showered, got ready again.
So the last thing I was going to do.
napped.
Yeah. The last thing I was going to do was make Maura sit in the blast furnace seat and ruin what I think had taken some time to make herself look great. Yeah. So anyway, we get there, so that was the bus ride. I still don't understand how no one on the bus at any point yelled out like, turn on the AC or something. Like, I didn't want to be that guy, but I thought somebody maybe closer to the bus driver could have alerted him to the fact that he had the heat on full blast. Anyway.
That's rough.
Well, that was fine. I mean, whatever. What are you going to do? We survive it. We get there. And there is a line, Brock, to get into this stupid media party. It had to have 500 people in it.
It was
From here to where?
It was like a line at a club in Vegas.
That Super Bowl LX sign. Easy.
No.
Easy.
No.
Yeah.
Easy.
What?
No, it wrapped around like
It was
once we rounded the corner, we realized there was a whole nother area. Yeah.
Like, you ever get in one of those lines to check your bags, like, internationally? Like, oh, there are 9 gazillion people in this line and, like, one attendant. Dude, so now we're just hanging out outside,
And
waiting to
you're
get into this
sweaty
party.
mess.
Well, no, now I'm happy because at least I'm outside. So I'm just like, just trying to breathe in the oxygen, try to cool the temperature down. Anyway, we finally get in, and it was pretty lame. Like, there was nothing there, really. There was no real cool stuff.
Yeah.
The food and drinks were all crowded into one area, and that was a super long line too. Every time you wanted to get something, so we just kind of stood in line all night.
It really was not great. But
The food was good.
The
The food was
highlight,
good.
because Morris said in the past they've had some really cool stuff. Robots delivering your food and
There was
drinks.
people doing like Cirque du Soleil hanging from the ceiling
Right?
in Minnesota.
That sounds awesome.
This was just kind of like people playing Madden.
Yeah, it was a bunch of like Madden bros hanging out playing video games while other bros sat and watched them like it was Twitch.
The food was good.
The food
But
was good.
I told Salk when we were leaving that I was going to tell everyone that he didn't complain. He kept rolling with it. He was like, all right, we're going to wait in another line. This is fine. I'm just rolling with it.
Oh, he was storing it up. He was storing
then we
it
got
up,
here
Laura.
this morning.
Yeah,
and-
he's storing
and
Well, I
he
wanted
kinda
to
let
give
it all
everyone a
out.
sense of what happened.
Yeah, he's storing it up.
But I didn't want to ruin Moore's
No.
night or anything like that. Like, I'm not like that.
Well, I felt guilty because it was my idea.
I'm a dad.
Yes.
Right? Like, once you're a dad, I told Maura on the way back, because then we got in an Uber, and I offended the Uber driver because I closed the door too hard, apparently.
Well,
Is
wait,
that a thing?
First,
Hey, Justin would know. Is that a thing? I closed the door too hard on the Uber?
Yeah, it's a thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. Even I know that, so.
The what? For closing a door too hard in his giant Suburban?
Sure, you
Justin
slam
says
his
if you want a
doors.
5-star rating, you can't do that. Well,
You
first,
could take that thing like as a tank through war.
wait. First, before Salk did that, I went to get in, and we had this is a huge complex too. So he had been driving around looking for us. He gets there. I'm just trying to hurry. It's dark. I'm trying to jump in, and a lot of times you just jump into the back seat and scoot over so that the
Sure.
person. I tried to do that, not realizing this is a Yukon and the seats were separate, and I
Bucket
just
seats.
fell. I
Bucket
fell
seats.
into.
Oh, more
Back bucket seats.
I completely fell sideways into the Uber.
Oh, yeah.
So he's
Morris got her legs up in the air.
So he's thinking
arms
he's picking
akimbo.
up 2 drunks,
Yeah.
slamming his car door.
Exactly.
Probably
Yes.
it.
So I'm
Probably
going to
it.
end up getting a lousy lift
Great.
rating when this is all said and done. But whatever. It was worth it to not wait another half hour at this party and then take a hot bus home because I
mean,
couldn't possibly have done it. I wouldn't have made it.
Maybe we're just not in the gaming world and we just don't get it.
Maybe. That must be it. Everyone there must have been in the gaming world.
Yes.
Well, anyway, Brock, here
Yep.
we are. That's behind us.
Yep.
We're pushing forward.
Yep.
You and I slept beautifully together
You're
last
a quiet
night.
sleeper.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yep.
And you tried to complain about the size of the bed. Don't do that.
No,
All
I
right?
no, I
Don't-
said.
don't
Hey,
complain.
what did I say last night?
You said my feet are nearly at the end of the bed. Where are yours?
Yeah, I said I
I'm
could
like,
only imagine
Mine are on the floor.
how hard
Don't
this
worry
is
about
for
it.
you. Yeah, we got double beds.
Yeah.
Yeah, not queens.
Nah.
No, there's
That's
two
all right.
doubles in there.
We
But-
hear, Salk.
But
That's
good
the bottom
roommates.
line, man.
But we
are-
roommated well
We
last
did.
night.
We did. So-
I fell asleep immediately, and Brock read the Bible, which I saw this morning hanging out on his bed. I wasn't expecting
Yes.
that. Like, oh, there's the Bible.
Good for you.
Yeah. How much of the Bible did you read? Did you read that whole thing last night?
Yeah, Salk, all 1,369 pages.
Did you get all the way
went
through
all-
it?
Yes.
Man, so you got to be ready to go for today.
Had to prepare myself for what's to come here, Salk. All right.
Was there a section on patience? Job? Did you read Job last night, Brock?
Yes.
That would have been appropriate before hanging out here. Matt in Beaverton says, ew, humid Salk is the worst Salk. That might be true. Might be true. 206 says that one armpit must have been like a fire hose. Yeah,
Yeah,
pretty
yeah.
much. Yeah, I think that you guys, yeah. And then Maura, you were too good for this show. I don't know. Maura's the one who's like sprawling around like a drunkard in the Uber. I don't know
I
whether.
can't believe I didn't realize.
Can you believe we're the old heads here? Can you believe that?
Yeah.
Because it kind of feels like we got Justin, and Trevor, and Brenna, who's going to be a star today. Maura, and none of them had been to Super Bowl Radio Row like
Yeah.
this with the Seahawks. We're just the old heads, Salky.
That's pretty crazy.
Yeah, I'm kind
Now,
of.
I mean, we're not actually the old heads because
No,
eventually
there's a lot of older
Dave
people
and
than
Bob
us.
are going to be here. Like,
Right.
I don't know, we're the old heads on a station where Dave and Bob are also on the air. Like, we're sort of the middle heads. Let's not get crazy. The medium, the middle age, fine. Old? All right, we're not bumping Stacy. They have captured the youth, and like they would have fit in great at the party last night. They would have known what to do, who to talk to, all of that. But we're not the old heads. Come on, we're not that.
No, but we're ready to go, man. I'm ready to go. Joel Klatt today going to be fun. I see Rashid Shaheed at some point is going to join the show.
He is around 8 o'clock this morning.
Yeah, I was walking around saw Kyle Brandt over there. All the NFL Network folks, Manti, and those folks are all getting going. So
cool.
Yeah, gonna be good.
All right, well let's. Now you understand where we're at. If you're watching on YouTube, I think the whole look is going to change in a little while because we've got new equipment brought in. They have like forklifts and bulldozers, and they're going to move everything like they do like when they change over from hockey to basketball, Climate Pledge. We got a whole crew of people that are going to come swarming in here and remove some stuff and bring other stuff in and improve the set so that when all the guests start showing up, everything's going to be even better than it is now. But that's where we're at. We're here. We're on Radio Row. We're in San Francisco. The Seahawks are in the Super Bowl, Brock. And we'll be back with everything you need to know next.
Talk your stuff, Sam.
Bump and Stacy.
Talk your stuff, Sam.
Weekdays 10 to 2.
They hating on you. They doubted you all year. They doubted this man. Oh, he hasn't done enough. Watch him play. Watch the film. National media. Get off of your couch. Stop relying on your producers. Watch the dang film, and you would have saw this coming. Sam Darnold. It's about the team. But I was so proud for Sam Darnold, man.
Only on Seattle Sports on 710 and the Seattle Sports app.
Start having fun. Caesar Sportsbook at Muckleshoot Casino Resort is your #1 place to eat, drink, watch, and have fun. Keep up with your favorite sports anywhere and everywhere on property with the mobile app. Visit MuckleshootCasino.com today. Scan the QR code and let the play begin.
Muckleshoot. Dealing with divorce and custody issues can be terrifying and very lonely, but you don't need to face it alone. Goldberg Jones has been helping Northwest husbands and fathers for more than 30 years. Thousands of men have put their trust in us. You can too. Learn more at goldbergjones.com.
Hey, Brock Ewart here with my buddy Dave Taylor from First Mark Insurance. So glad, so thankful that Molly and I made the call. Had heard so many First Mark Challenge victories, we needed to take that challenge. What does happen from your perspective when that caller, when that email, when that person reaches out to you for a First Mark Challenge victory?
That's a great question. So there's several steps we go through in the process. The first step is we're going to gather information, find out all we can about that client and what their needs are. The next step is we will go out to the market. We have dozens and dozens of carriers that will compete for the business. At the end of that process, we will then bring those findings back to the customer, show them what we found, and who the eventual winner was in that competition.
And it may be who they're with.
It might be, yes. And sometimes that's the best we can do is recommend they stay where they are, but maybe modify a few coverages to put them in a better position.
So go take that challenge today. Go be the next First Mark Challenge victory. It costs you nothing, and they will be there with you every step of the way. FirstMarkInsurance.com. FirstMarkInsurance.com.
If you actually are the person that will take care of them after the fact, if you actually will be there for them, if you will pick up your phone, then they come back to you.
Lee Johnson Auto Family, the LJ way.
Ooh, that face. Quantum fiber internet loves that face.
That's Jamila.
Yay to Jamila.
She's thinking outside the box from inside the box.
Quantum fiber Wi-Fi keeps her meeting game strong. From the back door to the front lawn.
Rushing all of her video calls. Back to back to back video calls.
Quantum fiber internet blowing the soxies up all those people in all those boxes. Yay to you.
Switch today at quantumfiber.com. Additional pods may be needed to achieve Wi-Fi coverage in some locations. Limited availability. Service in select locations only.
Texting enrolls you in a recurring automated marketing text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
The team's looking good this season.
I think so. Man, I miss playing football. Ever since I turned 40, I just can't find that fire I used to have.
Think it could be lower testosterone?
What do you mean?
I was feeling the same way. After 40, the body has less testosterone, and men lose their edge. That's why I take Nugenix Total T2.
That's the testosterone booster, right?
Yes, but Total T2 is their brand new formula that skyrockets nitric oxide levels in as little as 3 hours. Since I started taking it, I've been lifting like when we played for Coach Carter. My energy is way up, and it even spiced up things between me and the missus.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles?
Yep, just send a text.
Text HAWK to 321-321 for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T2, the next generation testosterone booster. Text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, our newest, most powerful fat burner ever, absolutely free. Text HAWK to 321-321. That's HAWK to 321-321.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
The only place to hear Steve Rabel and Dave Wyman call the Seahawks in the Super Bowl.
Can you believe it?
Seattle Sports on 710 and the Seattle Sports app. Wesley is a truck driver.
I drive a truck, and I love what I do.
A truck driver with IRS troubles.
They told me I owed them $43,000.
It got really bad.
Quite a few letters in the mail. They were talking about wage garnishment, coming after my house, my car. Yeah, they don't play around. I seriously thought that I was going to lose everything.
One sleepless night, Wesley finally made a call to Optima Tax Relief at 2 a.m.
Kind of figured I'd get a machine, but I didn't. I actually got to talk to an actual person in the middle of the night.
He found just what he was looking for.
Oh, they were great people. You need a team of people that know what they're doing. Optima Tax, they know what they're doing.
Optima Tax Relief came through with flying colors.
I saved an incredible amount of money. Happy don't even come close. I was absolutely overjoyed.
Take Wesley's advice.
If you're in any kind of trouble with the IRS, call Optima Tax Relief. Don't trust anybody else.
Call Optima for a free consultation. Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Matt Coker here with West Coast Men's Health. In the past 5 years, we've seen thousands of men at our clinics. Most guys tell us the same story, that in their early 50s, it's not that they couldn't function, they just needed help. They started taking Viagra, and it worked great at first. But after a few years, it stopped working. The problem is that their arteries had become more restricted since they started taking it, because Viagra does not unclog arteries. Here at West Coast Men's Health, we use acoustic wave therapy to target the real problem. We break down plaque and clear up the arteries so blood can flow like it did in your 20s. This restores function. And guys, listen to this. You won't have to take a pill anymore. So if this sounds like you, give West Coast Men's Health a call today and see how we can help.
With clinics in Redmond and Tacoma, call 206-519-6541. That's 206-519-6541. 206-519-6541. Online at westcoastmenshealth.com.
This hour is brought to you by Goldberg and Jones.
Need to know.
15 minutes past every hour with Brock and Salk.
Here's what you need to know. Up first.
All right, we are here. Super Week is in full swing. Radio Row is filling up. We got CNBC Sports jumping in next to us. We got Hawk Blogger by us. We got DraftKings.
We got Yahoo
Bounty
Sports.
and Yahoo Sports and 107.7 The Bone, which rocks the Bay. So, yeah, I mean, we got a whole setup going on here. Mike McDonald, thankfully, is just focused on football. He doesn't have to worry about any of this other garbage. He met with the media yesterday. And one of the things you'll hear a lot, Brock, is this whole idea of this team being an underdog. I know they don't really seem to care about that. But cut one, Mike explains kind of how he feels around that.
Well, I think people are interested in it because those are the best stories. You know, you look at all of our, the media entertainment. Those are the best movies, best shows, all that type of stuff. For us, look, we said it after the championship game that we didn't care. We really don't. I think what was important for us was to become a championship team. We weren't that in the spring. We're on our way. That's where we wanted to become. But in order to get to a stage like this and win a game like this, it's got to be real, and that's what you have to become. And that's what our focus was on. So, but it's great. People are going to talk. There's a lot of attention, and that's what makes the game so great. There's a lot of fans out there, and it's exciting. But that's out of our control. It's not how we operate on a day-to-day basis. So, the process has been a lot of fun. Becoming the team that we've become has been an awesome journey.
It sounds a little bit to me there like what Pete Carroll used to call championship opportunities.
Right. Yeah, I think so. You know what else I hear? How far he's come. Could you imagine that? Maybe even at the beginning of the year. Can you imagine that if this were last year? Just his comfort level, his presentation, right? His ability to communicate and not, like, okay, how do I want to say this and overthink this and too thoughtful and like, Man, he's come a long way.
I thought he was going to be the breakout star of this week, and I think he is, especially if this team wins. And just the way he approaches the world, the way he leads, I think there's a lot of management conversation.
The authenticity.
Yeah, all of it. I think there's a lot. I think Mike McDonald's going to come out looking very good when the Super Bowl is all said and done.
Here's the second thing you need to know.
Well, the View from New England, biggest story there seems to be, anyway, that Robert Kraft is not going to the Hall of Fame either. First it was Bill Belichick, now it's Robert Kraft. Mike Vrabel, Cut 8, was asked about that yesterday.
I would just say that that's unfortunate. I would say that in my experiences with Robert, is more than deserving, and he'll be in the Hall of Fame. I'm not in charge of deciding when that happens, and so I appreciate the relationship that I've had with him and the success as a player and now as a coach. So he's done everything that we've needed and the support, and provided the support that we've needed as a staff and as a team. So I'm glad that he's back here and continuing to help us do things that will help the team win and ultimately allow him to be recognized.
Something's just kind of stuck in the process. If I could use one of McDonald, like for Belichick last week and Kraft, it's like what is in the process that enables and allows that?
Well, it sounds like the part of the process is that Tony Dungy gets to vote.
Well, I mean, whatever. Like Sando's been really clear about this. I don't know how much of you've read about just the whole voting processes and how difficult it's going to be for some coaches, or just with the way the setup is. Then fix it. Have a competition committee for the Hall of Fame to fix it.
Right.
The championships are the championships. You may not like it. You may not have always appreciated the way they did it. They may have skirted some of the rules. They may have played in the gray or whatever. But hey man, this is the bottom line. And for men, kind of at their age,
well, especially for Kraft, and I'm no big Robert Kraft fan, but what he's done and the leadership inside the NFL owners to kind of push for a lot of the growth that the league is, it just feels odd. Yeah. Feels very odd. Meanwhile, speaking of odd, I don't know whether anybody saw the
Pro Bowl.
The gear that's been out there, the merch for the Super Bowl has been really bad. And Fanatics is in charge of that. They're now apologizing, Brock. Yeah. Here's some of the quote. They apparently never expected this matchup. We've let Patriots and Seahawks fans down with product availability. Nice. We own that. We're very sorry.
Thanks.
The Super Bowl matchup has created unprecedented challenges for us because of the massive surge in demand we saw from Patriots and Seahawks fans. Both teams went from missing the playoffs last season to being in the Super Bowl, an incredibly rare occurrence that led to these two fan bases buying nearly 400% more jerseys since Thanksgiving versus last year.
Fix it.
Fix it.
Fix it.
Fanatics, they said they are, and everything should work out.
Right.
Here's the third thing you need to know.
What'd you say, there was a Pro Bowl last night? We didn't get to go to that. We were at the media party.
So trying to even watch the highlights. This is so stupid. What? And we say this every year, and then yet now it is a little different because they've always played it on Sundays, kind of the standalone thing with nothing else going on, right? So it's always drawn a pretty decent number. On a Tuesday night last night, were there 5 million? It couldn't have been 5 million people watching that. I mean, we
say that every year, and then we get the numbers, and they're like 38 million people watch the Pro Bowl, and you're like, that can't possibly be true.
The 64-56 shootout of the flag football game that nobody really even competed to play.
Every year, though, you look at the numbers; they're massive. Anyway, ugly loss for the Kraken last night. They went on the road. They got beat in Anaheim 4-2. Got down early, scored late, didn't show up, just not good. They're in LA tonight for their final game before the Olympic break, and I wouldn't want to draw the ire of Coach Lambert. So
you don't want to go. So you don't want to go on a 3-week hiatus, losing back-to-back games, not getting a point. Find a way to get a point. Yeah, that you're kind of right in the scrap before the playoffs.
Exactly right. Yeah. Okay, that's everything you need to know. 15:15 every hour in the Brock and Salk show. Rashid Shaheed's going to join us at 8. Joel Klatt at 7:30. We are going to scour Radio Row. The Saluki is about to start making her rounds and dragging people over here by their heels in order to have them come on our show with us. That's going to be fun. There's like
that's a different kind of dog.
Oh, my bad. There's like 19 different college radio stations here. I don't know what the deal is, man. How do they have so much money? Our station's like, you guys get to double up bunk beds, and we got Syracuse and Columbia and Ithaca and Marist and Bryant.
It's like homemade.
Brock,
on cardboard.
They got nicer stuff than us. What is the deal? College radio is apparently where it's at. Okay, so if you're not in betting, you want to be in college radio. Those seem to be the two places that have the most to offer here at Radio Row. So Maura's going to go kind of work herself between all the college kids and see if she can find us a couple of guests. And we're going to be here all day. It's going to be great. Daniel Jeremiah coming up next. We're going to completely recreate our whole set here.
Yep.
And we'll be back in just a moment. It's Brock and Salk, Seattle Sports on 710.
Invert.
Because we were inverted. Yeah, SeattleSports.com.
It's Super Bowl week.
Not super week, like super week.
Let's go!
It's going down.
The home of the Seahawks, Seattle Sports, is broadcasting live from Radio Row in San Francisco all week with Brock and Salk at 6 a.m. Bump and Stacy 10 to 2. Wyman and Bob 2 to 6 with bonus coverage 6 to 8.
Powered by WGU.
From the only station where you hear Rabel and Wyman call the Seahawks in Super Bowl 60.
Touchdown, Seahawks!
Seattle Sports.
Well, when wet, chilly weather arrives, you got to make sure that your attic and your crawl space are well insulated. Otherwise, you know what happens, right? You start feeling that draft at night, you're cold, and even worse, the furnace starts working overtime. Now your heating bills are spiking. So now's a really good time. Figure out if anything's going on behind that crawl space or that attic hatch for free. Have Crawl Pros come out. They'll do that free corner-to-corner inspection of those spaces. Yeah, they'll go where you don't want to, definitely where I don't want to go, that's for sure. Anyway, they did it at my house, worked out great. If you do have a problem with your insulation, not only can they fix it, they can also help you see what utility rebates are available to help you get all that work done correctly and even better affordably. So yeah, if you're a PSC customer and your home was built before 1990, you could get a rebate on up to 95% of the cost. If you're worried anything's going on in that crawl space or attic, critters, water intrusion, mold, plumbing issues, call Crawl Pros or visit crawlpros.com.
Get ready, because it's here. The first huge public online auction of the year from James G. Murphy Company, February 5th through 10 a.m. Thursday, February the 12th. We're stacked and packed with a vast assortment of heavy construction equipment, trucks, trailers, and more, like 17 excavators, 6 dozers, including a 2012 John Deere 700K XLT, 4 wheel loaders, a grader, a 2021 Kenworth T270 propane delivery truck, a 2023 Volvo Auto Transporter, 6 Peterbilt 567 tractors, 6 dump trucks, forklifts, boom lifts, loaders, graders, and utility trucks. But wait, there's more. Like over 100 unused gas-powered excavators, flatbed trucks, and on and on. We are on fire with gear. Preview all items Tuesday and Wednesday, February 10th and 11th at our location in Marysville. Do not miss the first huge public online auction of the new year. Check murphyauction.com for all details. murphyauction.com.
Ready to order?
Yes. We're earning unlimited 3% cash back on dining and entertainment with a Capital One Saver card, so let's just get one of everything.
Everything?
Fire everything. The Capital One Saver card is at table 27, and they're earning unlimited 3% cash back.
Yes, Chef! This is so nice.
Had a feeling you'd want 3% cash back on dessert.
Ooh, tiramisu.
Earn unlimited 3% cash back on dining and entertainment with the Capital One Saver card. Capital One, what's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com for details.
Hey, it's Rich Eisen for Pella Windows and Doors. Sometimes teams take a timeout to regroup and call the right play. When it comes to your home, Pella Windows and Doors always has the winning game plan. They're not just window and door experts. They're experts at taking care of you and your home. At Pella, they find the products that meet your needs and their experts install them. They do it every day, and that's why your neighbors trust them. Discover why Pella is a trusted choice for homeowners everywhere. Visit Pella.com/Eisen today. That's Pella.com/Eisen.
Who did it best in 2025? Vote now for the Sports Stars and Story of the Year at seattlesports.org and help choose the winners of the 91st Annual Sports Star of the Year Awards, presented by Microsoft. From collegiate champions to the standouts across our professional teams, make your choice and come celebrate Washington's biggest night out for sports on March 13th. Vote now and get tickets at seattlesports.org. We'll see you there.
And the Seahawks are going back to the Super Bowl.
Home of the Seahawks in Super Bowl 60. Seattle Sports on 710 and the Seattle Sports app.
Good Dog Auto Glass.
When the stakes are high, you want the best on your team. When your windshield breaks, don't settle for your insurance company's fix that's just safe enough. Trust Good Dog Auto Glass, where the quality isn't light. We do all the things the little guys don't, and we do all the things the big guy does.
We answer the phone when you call, we work for you, and we will walk you through the insurance process. Visit GoodDogAutoGlass.com, Puget Sound's most trusted auto glass company, and get more bang for your bark.
The stock market was on fire in 2025 due to AI and tech stocks. Now is the time to set a strategy for 2026. It's a good opportunity to lock in those gains and invest into a stable platform. With $8 trillion in cash sitting on the sidelines, investors are either scared or unsure where to go. Hi, I'm Scott Rurecka, CEO of Legacy Group Capital in Bellevue. Legacy Group Capital develops local real estate, lends money, and shares the profits with our investors. Diversify with Legacy Group Capital. Invest into our Northwest Fund, which is currently delivering 9% on a fixed rate term. It's our flagship fund for 19 years with zero investor losses. And yes, we do accept IRAs. Find out why 1,300 local investors have invested over $350 million.
Legacy Group Capital at legacyg.com. This is not investment advice. Investments available to accredited investors only. Details at legacyg.com.
The Boat Show, the Boat Show, the Big Seattle Boat Show.
The Big Seattle Boat Show is happening now through February 7th. It's the best time to buy, with big selection, big discounts, and big fun for everyone. It's a big deal. Presented by Sundance Yachts and Port of Seattle. Make it a date Friday evenings with Boat Show After Dark, featuring unforgettable ambiance, music, food, beer, and wine. Details and discount tickets at seattleboatshow.com.
Brock and Salk's Rewind is presented by Toyota of Kirkland and Toyota of Renton.
He's Daniel Jeremiah.
I think he's really, really good.
And he's with Brock and Salk every week during the NFL season.
He could win an MVP.
Daniel's really smart. Daniel's probably the best in the business.
It's time for the Daniel Jeremiah Show, presented by Marquee Data.
Best in the business, and he joins us on Tuesdays during the football season, so we've only got one more after today. DJ, how we doing?
Well, we maximized it. We absolutely maximized our opportunities to hang out together, and I couldn't be more grateful. It's been, it really has been a highlight for me. I look forward to it every week, and I'm looking forward to recapping this thing next week and see how it goes.
Well, thank you. We would say the same thing. Jokes aside, it's just been awesome, and I feel like we've learned a lot and love all of the insight that we've gotten over the course of this year and last year as well, and already looking forward to doing it next year and leading up to the draft and all that stuff. So since we're all talking lovey-dovey, Brock and I have been doing this little exercise where every day one of us comes up with one of our favorite things about these Seahawks. And it's a surprisingly easy exercise. Like every day, like, oh, well, this is one of my favorite things. So let me throw it at you, even though you didn't get any time to prep for it. Give me one of your favorite things about the Seahawks team.
Without question, top of mind, energy. Like, I think there's such good energy with this team, and especially on the defensive side of the ball. And some of that comes from the environment and playing that home environment up there in Seattle. But the rest of it is like, you've got guys who bring so much juice and so much energy. And I think everybody feeds off of one another. It's up front. You see it with Lawrence. You see it all the way throughout. Even Wari brings a ton of defense. Witherspoon is a total, fire starter with the energy he brings. I think that one of the key components of great defenses is that you have that kind of dynamic energy that just kind of builds and grows.
32 teams will get to the combine and get to around the draft. And I'll say the same thing, DJ. And that is, man, we need to find guys that love ball, right? That it's just in there. Pete said it and John said it the first time they built this thing. Mike and John will say it, right? We just got to find a way to just, our whole 1 through 70 guys that just love ball. How have they done it? How have they done it maybe with all those names you already referenced from your perspective? Everybody's looking to do that. How have they done it seemingly, and John done it now seemingly twice?
Well, I think, I use that. I love that phrase, care factor, finding guys who have a high care factor. And you do that a couple different ways. One of which is, you'd say, okay, to know if a guy loves football, I need to talk to this person or that person. I can go back and point through my notes watching Witherspoon in the draft process and tell you this guy plays with a passion and an energy and a fire that I can tell he is absolutely in love with football. So some of that stuff shows up on the actual tape. with how they play. You can even see it in terms of, offensive players after turnovers, like who's sprinting to try and make the tackle, who has a high care factor even on something like that. You watch guys that rush PATs as defensive linemen after you've given up a long touchdown drive, and guys who are playing with effort and want to there. So there's ways you can do it, by watching the tape. But then also, I just think being around these guys, the more times you can be around them, the ability to Zoom with these players more than you that didn't exist long ago. You spend more time with your coaches and you can see how they're handling the homework assignments that you're giving them. There's a lot of different ways you can do it, but obviously, I don't know their specific path, but it's working, to say the least.
You think that's why they have such good special teams?
Oh, absolutely. I think special teams is speed and want to. Like, you find the great special teams, there's guys that play really, really fast, and there's an incredible desire and want to out of those players. I think that's always been a key component. I used to have to do that exercise when I started out in the league. I used to have to do the special teams advance reports every week. And so you just kind of got a chance to see who the better special teams players were. A lot of times those guys who started out in those roles, ended up growing into, bigger roles. I remember James Harrison was hell on wheels as a special teamer, before he got a full-time role. But there's easy to see guys who can really run and guys who really want to be out there.
What's DJ's Super Bowl look like? You're locked in. Dude. You're locked in the closet.
Putting together his new
now.
Desk from IKEA, I think.
Dude, you should see this thing. I'm in my daughter's. It's actually a guest room now, and it's like the pictures of my daughter in here. This desk, it's this much. My shoulders are here. The desk goes to about here.
Yeah,
like maybe.
We got to do something about the lighting in there. You look like you have a black eye. It looks like somebody punched you in the left eye. Yeah, see, when you turn, it's fine.
Oh, like right here?
Yeah. You look like you got
no.
You didn't get punched? No. Okay, good. I was
worried
about you.
I just have a lamp on this side over here, so I think I'm lit over here.
You look
a little darker over
like
there.
Jerry Seinfeld after he went scuba diving in that Seinfeld episode down in Florida, and he gets the pressure under his eyes. I was getting concerned.
Can I give you my 3 keys, by the way, real quick? Because I was just thinking about this morning with you guys, and I wanted to hit it. So I was like, okay. I go back to, and I think we may have used this analogy before, but the high school basketball coach that has the whiteboard and just says, if we do these 3 things, we win the game. And so I was thinking about it from a Seahawks perspective, and after watching some tape on and going back through the Patriots, I wrote down these 3 things. Limit May's legs. So just don't let him beat you as a runner. Locate Milton. Like, you cannot let Milton Williams beat you. That's the one matchup I think that heavily favors them across the board, is just him on Bradford. So give him help. Don't let him get isolated. If the Patriots were to win the game, Milton Williams would be the MVP. That would be my power statement. And then so it's limit May's legs, locate Milton, and then the last thing I wrote was long field. If this game is played consistently with a long field for both teams, then Seattle wins this game 10 times out of 10. The only way, in my opinion, they lose this game is if they give New England a bunch of short fields.
So who is Milton Williams? From a Seahawks perspective, we know our guys so well, and our audience knows them so well. Is he a mix of Murphy? Is he a young Jaron Reed? Who is Milton Williams?
To be honest with you, to put it in Seahawks parlance, he reminds me a little bit of Michael Bennett. He's got incredible quickness, and you can isolate him on guards. They'll do 2 different things. They'll put him like in a 4-eye, so just inside of the tackle, and that gives him a little bit of a runway on a guard. When he's in that alignment, he has got a little space. He gets up to speed real quick, and then he can bowl you right back to the quarterback. When he's a little more tightly aligned, he's got an unbelievable feel to get a guard leaning. So in other words, it's a hard step to the left. He'll get him on his outside foot, and then he'll cross his face. He's really, really a dynamic athlete. So, and he was really good in Philadelphia in some big games and going through their Super Bowl run. He kind of likes this stage. That is the one guy, to me, you have to focus on him and do not let him get isolated and beat you up.
Rewind a couple weeks back when your season, the team that you cover and you call and you travel and you watch, those Chargers lost in the wild card round in Foxborough. If you could go back to leaving the booth, getting on the bus, being on the plane, being around the coaches, hearing the players, what was the takeaway? What was the sentiment after that loss?
Yeah, I think defensively they felt pretty good. I don't think they'd given up a touchdown until later in the fourth quarter. I think they felt like they had a good plan. They got to Drake May a lot. They got the ball on the ground. I think they felt like that was their expectation. They would be able to do that, and I thought they executed it pretty well. really it was just some, that's where some of that those thoughts come from. May had a couple long runs, which got him some points, but defensively fine. Offensively, I thought they got really, really sped up. And I think they, instead of taking some easy things, I think they made life a little hard on themselves by not just taking checkdowns, taking layups, getting 6, 7, 8 yards. They were trying to hunt downfield a little bit, and the Chargers' offensive line was not in a position to be able to hold up.
570 with a good point. If Milton Williams is Michael Bennett, do you neutralize him with a hard count? Try to make sure he jumps off sides a lot, or sort of.
He had a few of those.
Might be his big weakness in life.
He does have bigger shoulder pads. I will say that.
So does everybody. Yeah, I think so do a
well,
lot
I should
of the
say shoulder pads.
Yeah, a lot of the women's suits from the '80s, I think, had bigger shoulder pads as well.
Delta Burke had bigger shoulder pads.
All right, that's funny. Take me back to these 3 keys: limit Drake May's legs, find Milton Williams, and make sure it's a long field. I think I know how you make sure it's a long field. That makes sense. Yeah. Don't turn the ball over, right? Your kicking game's got to be good. Punting game's got to be good. I think we all understand how that works. How do you limit Drake May's legs, and how do you find and
locate, Salk? It's alliteration. Locate.
There was a lot of L's there, Brock. Yes. Thank you for appreciating that.
I do.
I see it now.
Just totally butchering my work over there.
I see it now. I see
well,
it.
It's because I take notes, DJ, and he doesn't.
I literally took notes. It just I wrote Williams, not locate. So all right.
Limit, locate, long. It's very simple. Triple L.
How do you do the first 2 things?
Yeah, to me, with limiting May's legs, I don't think, and they've been able to do this throughout the year, I don't think they need to send extra rushers to get to Drake May. I don't. You can dress it up however you want. If you want to put more guys on a line of scrimmage, they're going to be able to get home with 4. I went through and watched the sacks from Drake May in just in the playoffs. And Will Campbell's got a lot of blood on his hands, but he's not the lone culprit there. Like, there are matchups up and down that line that heavily favor the Seahawks to be able to get pressure. I don't think they need to dedicate extra bodies. So having somebody on that second level that's just always aware and looking for the escape route for Drake and being able to take that away, they've got plenty of guys capable of doing that. So that, to me, is the key. I don't think you want to get too over aggressive and send a bunch of extra rushers. So that's how you limit the legs.
Simple question. Zone defense helps, right, as opposed to man defense?
Yeah, you got all the eyes on the quarterback. Yeah. I mean, you're not selling out. You're not, playing cover 0 and sending the house and you got no eyes on the quarterback. It's just being aware of where he is and taking that away. I think it's being a little more disciplined in your rush too. When you play a quarterback that can run, you don't want to get caught up the field. So you want to stay at that level or stay underneath it. So I think that's something that they can accomplish easily because of the personnel that they have. And then the other one is just, they're smart over there. They're well coached. They're going to try and find ways by putting a bunch of guys up there to get protection going away from Milton Williams and to try and isolate him. That gets a little over my pay grade in terms of how much you can, control that based off of the pre-snap looks that you're getting. But I think just having a keen awareness of especially when he's out, inside of the tackle, knowing that you're getting ready to more than likely see a power rush and being able to try and close that distance, get to him and try and anchor on him. If you give him a big runway when that alignment, any guard's going to have a hard time anchoring in there.
Yeah, don't worry, DJ. Jeff Saturday was with us yesterday. He did a great job talking about.
Oh, nice.
He was some next level fun. So he's such a great guy and so fun to talk some of that offensive line play with. So how does Josh McDaniels' 10th Super Bowl appearance, 10 out of 60, 1/6 of every
crazy.
Super Bowl has seen Joshy Boy, as John Clayton used to endearingly or maybe non-endearingly call.
I don't think there was anything endearing about it, but yes.
How does Joshy Boy's 10 Super Bowls? How does that play a role, if any, Sunday afternoon?
I think it's got to be helpful, right? I think to me, it's kind of getting a quarterback to settle into the game. Don't lose the game, but before you have a chance to win it. I think that's probably something when you've been in those games many times as he has, of the understanding the importance of just kind of settling in and let the game kind of come to you. But in terms of strategically, I don't know. I think it'd be more about just the nerves of a second-year quarterback and being able to kind of calm him down.
Did you like Drake coming out in that class of all those guys? What do you remember your pecking order and ranking with Caleb and Jaden and Drake and Bo and Michael and JJ? And what was he your second or third?
He was my second. So I had Caleb, then I had Drake, then I had Jaden. And I'm going to pull up my notes for you.
Yeah, look at you. You're just in the bunker, aren't you? You're just in the bunker.
I told my wife, I've called this my wife's like, "Where are you going?" I'm going Office 2.0. So I'm in here in the other office. Big and tough and athletic. He can drive the seam. There's a lot. The offense. One of the reasons it was tough to watch his tape because there's a ton of immediate pressures and no answers in the offense that he played in. His delivery can get a little bit long at times, which you can attack. And I just, this is just in my notes on my actual summary. And I just said I wrote ultra competitive. And you forget he's 6'4" and 3/8, 223 pounds. He's a big guy, and that offense that he played in was not great. He did not have a lot around him his last year.
Hey, who is their Anthony Bradford? We've heard you talk about Bradford 75 throughout the year, like some of the issues. Who is the Patriots' Anthony Bradford?
Yeah, Will Campbell. He's a rookie, first round pick. He's, much was made about his arm length. And then I know people get all frustrated and think that scouting is dumb and what's a half an inch here, an inch there. His lack of length has shown up a bunch, especially against the defenses he's seen in the postseason. Guys have been able to edge him. They've been able to, the bigger power rushers have been able to get to his chest and power him back. So that's been an issue. Morgan Moses is, mid-30s vet on the right side, who's, you're not going to get him through the chest as much. He's a big, strong, powerful guy, but he's not real quick-footed. So I think you're probably better off powering Will Campbell, and I think you can use a little more speed on the other side against Morgan Moses. And they're not great at picking up twists. So there's a lot of reasons there. I mean, I was looking through it in the season. I mean, they were 23rd in sacks allowed. They were 26th in QB pressures. So, I mean, it's been a leaky group.
I was talking to Brock earlier. We were going through upsets, right? Like if the Seahawks are to lose, it would be a bit of an upset, maybe not historic, but it would be an upset. And so we're trying to think of the biggest upsets of our lifetime. And there've been a few. It's like, half a dozen, maybe, right? Giants, Patriots, Rams the first time. Maybe Seahawks, Broncos, if you want to throw that one in there. I mean, there've been a couple like that. There are a few others that we talked about. But almost all of them, at least to my memory, the one common theme was the favorite was a tremendous high-powered offense, usually throwing the ball all over the place, put up a ton of yards and points over the course of the season, and they ran up against a team with a dominant or significantly underrated defensive line that caused them enormous problems through pressure over the course of the game.
I can remember getting ready for the Chiefs-Bucks Super Bowl and looking at that getting ready for that game and seeing all the flash and all the explosiveness of that Chiefs offense at that time, but then looking at their tackles. And then after having watched the edge rushers from Tampa, and I remember picking Tampa in that game saying they can't block them. They have no chance of blocking those edge rushers. You can go through the Giants beating the undefeated Patriots. I mean, they put Strahan inside over the guard, and they couldn't block him the whole game. So that's always been to me like one of the if you just strip everything else away, if you can't block their guys up front, I don't care how what the stats say or who's the favorite or what Vegas thinks, like if you can't block them, good luck.
So which team in this Super Bowl has a better chance of blocking the other team's front four?
Yeah, I think it's without question that Seattle has more rushers and the Patriots have more holes. So there's a very narrow path. I mean, that's what I'm saying. If the Patriots win this game, Milton Williams is going to be the MVP because that's the one that slides to their favor. Whereas Seattle, that group, there's 4 or 5 guys, 6 guys that can win their one-on-ones. If you were to stack up the matchup and say, who would you take, this pass rusher versus this blocker, there is a boatload of matchups that favor Seattle.
So how do we take in the Super Bowl Sunday? What do we do in the Jeremiah house? As busy as you are in scouting season and it's up against all the stuff you've got to do in the combine right around the corner, how does the Jeremiah family take in the Super Bowl?
Well, the Jeremiah family gets to stay at home and have a nice, meal. I'm sure my wife will have like a lot of good stuff out for everybody. The Jeremiah father, i.e. me, is at NFL Network doing a halftime show, which I believe is 20 minutes long, where we don't have rights to show video. So if you want to watch Bad Bunny, knock yourself out, enjoy the heck out of that show. But if you want to watch me and Rhett Lewis without access to any highlights, talk about the first half for 20 minutes, we would love to have you join.
Just out of curiosity, what's the contractual agreement that caused you to have to do that?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just trying to be a good soldier.
Team player,
you know?
just a team player.
That is being a pretty good team player.
That's painful.
That is.
I mean, I don't want. I was joking around with somebody the other day. Like, you got to be on your best behavior. They're going to assign me the outdoor games now that this merger is gone.
How does the NFL not have the rights to air highlights of an NFL game?
I think it's because they pay so much money to get the Super Bowl that they're not going to take away anything from them for that. So there's nobody else that can do that,
including the NFL.
Yeah, that's
think about what we're saying here.
Now we've really pissed Salk off.
Well, I'm not mad about it at all. My mind is sort of blown. I mean, that's a.
You'll be surprised though, because I think I've done this for him.
I'm now definitely watching this, by the way.
But yes, you know what's funny is like we show that like LeBron tweeted like boom, throw that, we can throw tweets up on the screen.
Right.
You know that's
what
if
the
doing.
tweet has some video from the game.
No,
then you can't show. But then you're just like, oh, it's not the video; it's just the tweet.
No,
you can't even do that.
I told Rhett because he's like taking notes all through the first half and stuff because he's got to figure out things to talk about. I'm like, why don't you just get some animal crackers and just be like, here is Nick Emanwari, and then here's Drake May took off, but then he closed it like just kind of.
That would be hilarious.
Maybe some little army men where we could reenact it that way.
You could do Transformers and GoBots, one on either side.
Yes. Dude, you'd be shocked when you see how many people watch it.
I bet. Well, because to be fair, the network NBC's not going to be showing a lot of highlights. They're showing the halftime show. So if you aren't interested in the halftime show, and I've heard there's some level of controversy around it, if you're not interested in the halftime show, where are you going to go to get? There are no highlights anywhere else, so you've got to go somewhere. You go to find DJ on NFL Network.
There we go.
I made a mistake.
ESPN's usually showing like candlepin bowling from 1984 during this. So like, where else are you going to go?
I made a mistake. I think it was last year or the year before. It was in the last couple of years where you're just sitting there on the couch trying to talk for 20 minutes. I mean, you guys obviously do it a lot longer than that. And I made an analogy of the game of like, oh, this looks like Apollo or something like Apollo Creed, and he had unfortunately just passed away.
Oh, jeez.
I was unaware of it. But this is when I knew a lot of people were watching because I got inundated with tweets of people saying like, "Hey, real sensitive, man." And I'm like, dude, I didn't know. I've been just watching college kids trying to get ready for the combine.
People want you to do the electric vibrating football game. What was that thing called? That's not. What was that thing called?
Stratocaster. What was it? Was it Stratomatic or something?
Stratomatic, I think sounds right. Yes. The Stratocaster obviously is a guitar. So, yeah, I think it's Stratomatic. You could have the little vibrating men cruising across the field, and then you could break down what happened.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea. By the way, I heard you guys did you guys really fall for Damashek's bit on the must-win game? Because I had somebody text me and said you guys fell for that.
Oh, is that what that was? I don't know if we fell for it.
Dave Damashek, who I worked with in NFL Network forever, and he used to write for Kimmel and all that stuff. He's a comedian. And every year at the Super Bowl, he asks, "Is this a must-win game?" And every year the coach falls for it.
Oh, that's funny. I didn't realize that. Yeah, it's hard to keep up with everybody's wacky bits around media day. Yeah,
DJ, you think Salk likes? You think Salk likes Radio Row? You think he likes all the periphery? I've asked him, what kind of Salk am I going to get when we unite? And by the way, we're rooming together for the first time in like 15 years. Oh yeah, we're bunking together.
First time since the last Super Bowl.
King or two doubles? What do we got?
Good question. We're going to find out when we get there. I get in first, so we'll see.
I'm hoping California King just snuggle up.
California King there.
He's got this great cough going right now. It's
awesome. By the way, I'll give you a quick story on that. I know you guys got to run, but my first time going on a road trip in the NFL, it was with the Ravens, and they brought the scouting staff. So I get to the hotel, and there's me and the other personnel assistants. He's like, "Hey, you grab the key." I grab the key. So we go through the night, wake up the next morning. The travel secretary goes, "Hey, you never checked into your room." Like, "No, I checked in last night." He goes, "You guys, this is the NFL. You each have your own room." And I was like, "Oh, I didn't know."
This is Seattle Sports Radio. We only got one for the two of us. We got to. Hey, how else can we pay DJ to come on here every week with all these extra appearances?
You guys didn't
throughout
budget
the
for the playoff for the Super Bowl run, man.
That's why we can't afford to get our own room. All right, Mike.
Who does me for baseball? You guys got screwed
Jeff
on both
Passan.
sports this year.
Yeah, we got Jeff Passan.
Oh yeah, that's money well spent.
It is, and it's going to be baseball season before you know it. Thanks to DJ. Awesome stuff. Joel Klatt's going to join us at 7:30 this morning. Brock's already making his rounds around Radio Row and finding friends and people. He's talked to Baldinger there for a few minutes. I got my tea, so now I'm ready to go. And I'm going to ask you guys a question next. that I hope the answer to is yes. And if it is, it might change the entire personality of our city. It's next on Brock and Salk.
It's Super Bowl week.
Not super week, like super week.
Let's go!
It's going down.
The home of the Seahawks, Seattle Sports, is broadcasting live from Radio Row in San Francisco all week with Brock and Salk at 6 a.m. Bump and Stacy 10 to 2. Wyman and Bob 2 to 6 with bonus coverage 6 to 8.
Powered by WGU.
From the only station where you hear Rabel and Wyman call the Seahawks in Super Bowl 60.
Touchdown, Seahawks!
Seattle Sports.
We've all been there. Sleepless nights, mind racing, wondering if your business's security service is really protecting what matters. At Bay Alarm, we can put your security insecurities to bed. Video security, burglar alarms, fire alarms, access control, 24/7 monitoring, and more. Our advanced technology and personalized support ensure you can rest easy, knowing we're here for you, your people, and your business. Visit bayalarm.com to talk to a local security expert. Bay Alarm, we got you.
When you jump on the back of a bull and the gate swings, there's no middle ground. You either ride it out with 8 seconds of pure adrenaline or hit the dirt and run. Bull riding is not just a sport, it's a gamble of guts and glory. Nothing else compares. This is the PBR Pendleton Whiskey Velocity Tour. See the best bull riders in the world face off at Busch Light PBR Everett at Angel of the Winds Arena February 13th and 14th. Ready to be cowboy? Get your tickets at Ticketmaster. It's bull time.
Did you know in Washington State, you can see a physical therapist without a referral from your doctor? That's right. Thanks to Direct Access, you can skip the wait and get the care you need right away. Shannon O'Kelly, how has Direct Access changed the game?
Direct Access for us, Brock, is a game changer. Why? Is because there is so much research and data out there that says if you get in early when you have a musculoskeletal problem or an injury, the earlier you get in and we can start care, the better outcomes and the decreased downstream cost, okay? So it's so important. Our providers are all doctors of physical therapy. They're all trained to identify situations and problems. They've got the skill, they've got the talent, they've got the knowledge. If you get in and start therapy early, we're going to get you back to activity, pain-free, and moving and having fun.
Fast, easy, effective. Direct Access is your path to better movement, starting with a single step. Visit irgpt.com to schedule your appointment today. irgpt.com.
Forget Cloud 9. We're headed to Cloud 10 with prizes up to $10,000 in cash. Hearts will be racing every Saturday night in February as 2 lovely winners are drawn every hour from 6:30 till 10:30. Will you be one of Cupid's cash board winners? Visit daily to claim your free entry and find out. Don't forget, your Reef Rewards card can save you up to 25 cents per gallon at Lummi Bay Market next to Silver Reef. Silver Reef Casino Resort, located off I-5 exit 260.
Everything that matters is at stake in a divorce. Your home, your savings, your children. For many of our clients, a divorce was unwanted. This is Rick Jones. At Goldberg Jones Divorce for Men, our team of experienced attorneys handle every aspect of a divorce and custody case. When stakes are high, you need a lawyer you can trust. Husbands and fathers trust Goldberg Jones. Visit us at goldbergjones.com to get your questions answered at no charge. That's goldbergjones.com.
This message comes from Viking, committed to exploring the world in comfort. Journey through the heart of Europe on an elegant Viking longship with thoughtful service, destination-focused dining, and cultural enrichment on board and on shore. With small ships that bring travelers closer to the destination, there's more time to explore. And every Viking voyage is all-inclusive, with no children and no casinos. Discover more at Viking.com.
If society collapsed tomorrow, how long would your family last? If you run out of food, probably not very long. That's why over 3 million American families trust My Patriot Supply for preparedness. Right now, you can get their best-selling 3-month food kit for $100 off. It's 3 months worth of real, hearty meals that give you 2,000 calories a day and last up to 25 years. Go to MyPatriotSupply.com to get your 3-month kit for $100 off. The discount won't last long, so go to MyPatriotSupply.com today. That's MyPatriotSupply.com.
Texting enrolls you in a recurring automated marketing text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
The team's looking good this season.
I think so. Man, I miss playing football. Ever since I turned 40, I just can't find that fire I used to have.
Think it could be lower testosterone?
What do you mean?
I was feeling the same way. After 40, the body has less testosterone, and men lose their edge. That's why I take Nugenix Total T2.
That's the testosterone booster, right?
Yes, but Total T2 is their brand new formula that skyrockets nitric oxide levels in as little as 3 hours. Since I started taking it, I've been lifting like when we played for Coach Carter. My energy is way up, and it even spiced up things between me and the missus.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles?
Yep, just send a text.
Text HAWK to 321-321 for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T2, the next generation testosterone booster. Text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, our newest, most powerful fat burner ever, absolutely free. Text HAWK to 321-321. That's HAWK to 321-321.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
4 more days until Super Bowl 60.
And this is the only place you'll hear Steve Rabel and Dave Wyman call the Seahawks and Patriots in the Super Bowl. KIRO AM Seattle and KIRO FM HD2 Tacoma. This is Brock and Salk.
Broadcasting live from Radio Row in San Francisco. Powered through the Quantum Fiber Studio.
Ahead of Super Bowl 60 between the Patriots and Seahawks on Seattle Sports.
Now, here are your hosts, Brock Eward and Mike Salk.
Yeah, that's right. We are on Radio Row for Super Week, Brock, and here on Seattle Sports on 710. SeattleSports.com, the Seattle Sports app. Yes, on YouTube, you should see the camera set up here. It's intense. They got everything going on. Everything looks awesome. Huge thanks to the whole crew who is down here. Trevor and Brenna and Justin, and obviously Maura is doing great work. And Curtis got down here early. Just a big shout out to all of them because the whole thing looks great, feels professional. It's awesome. It's a really honestly, like, it is a cool vibe down here. Now that I've had a little tea, got a little caffeine, waking myself up a little bit, got a little food in the stomach.
Yep.
It looks good down here. This is pretty cool. There are a weird number of, like, a large number of college radio stations here. Like, it's bizarre.
I don't remember that.
No, there's got to be 10 or a dozen. It's crazy. But all the big TV networks and radio shows have their big sets along the outside, and we're with the commoners here on the inside, most of the normal local shows, and it's really cool, man. It is a cool vibe, especially early before everyone gets in here, so it's kind of a, kind of a small club.
Yeah, you do remember a decade ago, I believe we went out even on Monday, and it was like Monday and Tuesday, like, when is this thing going to build?
Right.
And then by about today, kind of the hump day, people start coming in, you start to feel the juice and the energy, and then tomorrow and Friday are just...
It's big.
I mean, it's nuts.
Well, and it is fun. I know you always get annoyed, or at least embarrassed, when I kind of talk about you being a big deal, but when Brock Eward walks around here, Seahawks Super Bowl week, everybody notices him. Brian Baldinger says hi, and some of his old friends from the NFL, and Christian Fourier comes over, and Scott Zolak makes sure like, Brock will find a lot of the old people, and they come over to him, and it's awesome. It actually leads perfectly into the question I was going to ask you, because it's not, you wouldn't be here if it weren't for the Seahawks, right? So every time you're here and you're wearing your old school Seahawks sweatshirt, and you're walking around and everybody kind of associates it, it is more publicity across the country for the Seahawks. You have to be here in order for you to be top of mind and all that happening. And so here's my question for you, and it's funny because I know it's going to lead into a joke that not everyone's going to get about what it means to be a national brand, and an old fight between two radio hosts in Phoenix about whether or not the Raiders brand still mattered, that literally led to near fisticuffs on the air.
Yep.
Are the Seahawks becoming a national brand?
Yeah.
Beyond Seattle, that people around the country will start to care about?
Yeah.
My answer, for just so you know, right now is maybe. I'm not there yet. But I do think that if you win the Super Bowl, it's a very real conversation.
All I know is that when I went to Detroit, and that was while I was just finishing being a part of the team.
That's
right?
05.
Yeah, so my final year in the league was 04. And then I'm around the team in 05 and started to do the radio with Dory and Paul and Dave, and all the fun with Sam Atkins, and Stretch Johnson was producing it, and like all the fun we had, and going to playoff games, like, such a big deal. Like, we're going to go, or end of the year, we went to Philly for a big game, Monday night game, and And all of a sudden, the playoff games were in Seattle. And I told you last week about the hot list. And it was my big break, getting to do these ESPN hits and going down to Como and doing on the satellite. And it was like, oh, man, we're going to go basically to Russia. I mean, Seattle. I mean, Anchorage. Right. I mean, like, you're so out of mind and out of
sight.
sight.
What did Christian Fourier just say? He hadn't been back to Seattle since 2001 when he left Seattle.
Yes. So
it's just not on the way to anything.
So that 05, to give that like kind of a perspective,
right?
It was like you are.
Okay, so here you are now.
You might
today.
as well be a CFL team. And now
it's 2026. Yes. It's 20 years later.
Yes.
Since then, the team is this is their 4th Super Bowl appearance in 20 years. If they were to win it, it is 2 wins in essentially just over a decade and 3 Super Bowl appearances during that time. If they get to 2, that actually makes them tied for 11th in the NFL, which is kind of bizarre.
Right?
All time. Yeah, only 10 teams have 3 or more Super Bowl wins. And of them, a bunch of them, it's kind of been a while or the brand's not what it used to be. The Broncos... Yeah, I'll throw them on there. They're still kind of a national brand, I think. But the Raiders and Commanders, I mean, that's 2 of the 10, and neither of them are anywhere
the Commanders
close.
Weren't even called that.
Well, right. And it's been forever since Art Monk and Ricky Sanders. And I mean, like, yeah, I mean, like, it's been forever since that was a big thing. Joe Gibbs, I mean, like, come on. That is another world.
Yep.
Timmy Smith, right?
John Riggins.
Yeah.
Auctioning his jersey, I saw.
Joe Morris's little brother, Jamie Morris. I mean, like, yeah, it has been a really long time. I don't think that brand is anywhere close to what it was. It's been tarnished since then. So is the Raiders. So you win this one?
Yep.
And by the way, the Steelers have 6, but that's not the same as it once was. The Cowboys have 5. Is that the same as it used to be? I know they're still America's team and a big draw. I'm not saying they're not. And then the Niners as well. 5. Boy, it's been a while, man. It is not the same thing for the San Francisco 49ers anymore. So, again, I'm not saying you're there yet. I understand it's going to be really hard for Seattle to ever grow into being front of mind for the entire national media, especially in the Northeast. But the more times you show up at places like this, the more they're forced to think about you, and it becomes much more of a national brand. And, oh, by the way, the kids that are growing up, like you asked Abe Lucas yesterday about growing up and rooting for the Seahawks in Seattle, well, the more kids that see this team in the Super Bowl every year, they start, they come around and they become fans, and that's how you build a national brand.
So Scott Zolak was one of the backups in New England. Actually, I think when Damon was there, or he was just finishing up, and he's been doing games for the last 20 years. And we remember him famously with Russell Wilson and that beating Tom Brady and him saying, like, this guy's not even a quarterback. Like, he's just playing on the playground.
Yeah, playground ball.
Yeah, very opinionated. Got a big show out in the Northeast on the radio. He's done that a long time. And it's so funny you say that because he's like, I said, man, this has got to be, is this a little surreal for you guys? Like, no one expected this. Like, we were 4 wins. Yeah. No one expected it at all. And he's like, for you guys to be back, he actually referenced Pete. He's like, Pete brought all that LA. Pete brought all that hype. Pete brought all that attention and it didn't mind it, all that exposure. Like, that started all of this, right? And now to do it a little differently. And that's what I said. I said, this is like a little different deal. Like, these guys
this team, this is another kind of funny one. One of the great things about the LOB years, right, is that it brought out this like very uncomfortable side of Seattleites who are like, it's not really me. This guy's out here yelling and screaming and carrying on and trying to test me with the sorry receiver. Like, this is not me. I don't feel comfortable, you mad bro. And like, I don't know. He's out there and it's not right. And it's fun though, and I kind of love it. Oh my God, I wish I could do that. And I'm not like that. I'm going to go back to my house and not talk to anybody because I'm introverted.
Are you channeling your Laurelhurst right now? What
maybe.
Was that?
Maybe it was.
Park? What were you channeling?
It was a lot of the people I met in Seattle over the last 17 years.
Capitol Hill, yeah.
Right? But it was just very uncomfortable. Like, I don't want to. He's like out there in a way that I don't want to be.
They're very braggadocious.
Yeah, this isn't me, but I kind of love it secretly.
Yeah.
And then this team kind of fits Seattle.
Yes.
They're a little bit more subtle. They're a little bit more chill. Yep. They're a little bit more under the radar. They're a little bit more, we just kind of do our thing. We got some quiet wealth that nobody knows about. Like, it is a very
Salk, we're a Scandinavian species up in the Northwest.
It's true.
Right? A lot of fishermen, a lot of folks up there. And the Scandinavians don't like to put themselves necessarily out front and center And yeah, this team got more of that vibe. And they were even saying about their guys, they're like, this isn't, these just, you go to Monday night and it's like, man, just a lot of good guys on New England's team. Should we stick around for Seattle? Are there any like flamboyant, loud, polarizing? No, just a bunch of good guys.
I mean, DeMarcus Lawrence is probably the best example of that. And he's not that.
Nuh-uh.
Right? I mean, like, he'd be the closest I would, like, he's at least got some flair to him, little edge to him. And he's not like that at all, I mean, compared to some of the people around the league. So I don't know whether this will happen or not. Again, it's really hard to overcome geography.
But these
and
are
history.
marketing windows, Saul.
Huge.
They used to say that to us when we do a college game. Like, there's no better marketing dollars than your 3.5-hour show. And that had 1 million to 4 million, maybe 6 million for both. Like, this is the world
100
watching
million.
you. Yes.
Yeah.
100 million people watching
I mean, like almost as many as the Pro Bowl. I mean, that is the kind of energy and audience that you should expect for the Super Bowl on Sunday. Well, we're going to be here all week. We got plenty of people to talk to. I know Joel Klatt's going to be here for sure in 20 minutes. We'll chat with him, at least on video. And then it sounds like Rashid Shaheed is going to join us. I should let everybody know, we're in San Francisco. All the media stuff is in the city. So we are not an hour and a half away in Santa Clara. We are here in the middle of the city. So we're not really around the team and all that.
But we're around all the media. All the media is right here.
The whole deal.
Yep.
And it is quite a show. So we will be bringing you all the details from here for the next few days, and we'll come right back with everything you need to know next. It's your home for the Seahawks in the Super Bowl. Seattle Sports on 710.
This is what it's all about, right?
We are going to the Super Bowl!
The pure joy.
It's a great time to be alive for Seattle fans.
It's why we're 12s.
Super Bowl, baby, let's go!
And Sunday, when history is written in Super Bowl 60, isn't there only one voice you want to hear tell the story?
A one-hander, JSN!
Wherever you are on Sunday, listen to Steve Rabel call the Seahawks and Patriots in Super Bowl 60, live and free on the Seattle Sports app.
Hey, Brock Ewart here. Yeah, down in Cali. Kind of nice. It's also fun to see old teammates, to see old friends. And it doesn't take very long to look at these old football players and see, well, some of the orthopedic mess they're in, some of the pain that they find themselves in. But you don't have to play pro football nor pro sports to know what I'm talking about. I know as many of you hear my voice on this Wednesday morning, you wake up with painful joints from arthritis and it affects you. Makes it hard to do pretty much anything. Well, that's where my friend, Dr. Daniel Nelson, MD from Eastside Pain and Regenerative Medicine in Kirkland, that is where he's ready for your call. 823-4000. 425-823-4000. He has seen so many patients over the decades suffering from joint pain. And you know what? This has been his heart and his passion for over 3 decades. Many have jumped aboard the regenerative medicine train lately, not Dr. Nelson. This has been his heart for over 3 decades, over 30 years, helping you eliminate your pain. Whether it's stem cell therapy, whether it's PRP, he's got all the tools and all the experience to help you out. Give him a call, 425-823-4000, or visit DanielNelsonMD.com. That's DanielNelsonMD.com.
Eric Johnson here. I spent the past 30 years working to help make our community better informed, better protected when it comes to consumer issues, and better equipped to take on whatever life throws at us. That's why I love the free Washington Accident book series from Davis Law Group. These books keep us better informed about the law, better able to protect ourselves on and off the road, and better off when all is said and done after an accident. Chris Davis didn't have to write these books. He did it because he saw a need. People who were in accidents or other legal situations didn't know what to do, what pictures to take, documents to request. Only a tiny fraction of the people who get these free books will ever become clients of Davis Law Group, but that's not the point. Chris wrote them because it was the right thing to do. The free Washington Accident book series is a must-have for drivers who want to be prepared for whatever the road might throw at them. Get yours at WashingtonAccidentBooks.com.
Trust is everything. Earning it takes years. Losing it takes 5 seconds.
Lee Johnson Auto Family.
This is Nancy Penrose, owner of Big Trees in Snohomish. For over 30 years, Big Trees has been helping homeowners and businesses move trees with advanced equipment and a professional and proven transplant process. Need a tree moved on your property or off-site? Trust the experts at Big Trees. Learn more about our transplanting process at BigTreeSupply.com.
Adrian here from Lake Washington Windows and Doors. Winter might seem like an odd time to replace your windows, but now is when you get the best deals. Our Leak Armor installation team will keep your home warm and dry while installing beautiful, new energy-efficient windows. You'll feel the difference right away. Quieter rooms, lower energy bills, and a more comfortable home.
Visit Lake Washington Windows and Doors at the home shows to get 20% off, plus 12 months, same as cash financing. Or go to lakewashingtonwindows.com.
What is that sound? Ugh, that sounds like a plumbing sound. Luckily, there's a company that fixes all the plumbing sounds across Puget Sound. That's All Sound Plumbing. Puget Sound's plumbing experts. Have a sound? Visit allsoundplumbing.com.
Home of the NFC champion Seahawks.
We are going to the Super Bowl.
Seattle Sports on 710 and the Seattle Sports app.
See your favorite Seattle Mariners up close at the Peoria Sports Complex. Come to sunny and warm Peoria, Arizona to celebrate an AL West championship and the beginning of another great season for your Mariners. Spring training in Peoria has plenty of sunshine, warm temperatures, great food, and the best seats in baseball. It's family fun for fans of all ages. Book your trip today. Support your 2026 Seattle Mariners in Arizona for what promises to be another exciting season. Get your tickets at peoriabaseball.com.
Seattle thrives on innovation, and so can you, with a bachelor's, master's, or certificate program from WGU's School of Business. Get your business education online, on your schedule, with personalized support every step of the way. Our accredited programs are built with input from industry experts and respected by employers nationwide. Are you ready to move your career forward at the speed of business? Learn more at wgu.edu.
Start having fun. Caesars Sportsbook at Muckleshoot Casino Resort is your #1 place to eat, drink, watch, and have fun. Keep up with your favorite sports anywhere and everywhere on property with the mobile app. Visit muckleshootcasino.com today. Scan the QR code and let the play begin.
Muckleshoot.
P&D Tree Service, experts in local tree removal. Their team works fast to remove problem trees in your yard and neighborhood. Have you ever seen a tree removed by a crane? P&D Tree Services specializes in close-quarter tree removal to minimize impact on your landscaping. 24-hour emergency service. Any job, big or small. Safe, efficient, and fast. P&D Tree Service turns multi-day jobs into a few hours, saving you time and money. Enjoy a clean, safe, and bright yard. PNDTreeService.com.
Need to know.
15 minutes past every hour with Brock and Salk.
Here's what you need to know. Up first.
Super week, man. It is super, and we're here, man. It's pretty great. Full swing on Radio Row. We're doing all of the media stuff. Meanwhile, the team is down in Santa Clara, or San Jose, really, kind of getting themselves ready. Yesterday was the off day, and now it's business as usual. They get on the practice field today. Yep. As normal, we'll get a regular injury report, just like a regular game week. This is go time now.
Yeah, and as creatures of habit, as fun as all of this has been the last couple weeks or week and a half for them, and flying down and media night Monday, and now it's for the Cooper Kupps and the Sam Darnolds and the Leonard Williams, and I think the wiring of this team, it's like, all right, let's go. Now the process, now the preparation, now the routine, now we get into this thing. Nice to have an extra week to study a team that they didn't know much about.
Yep.
You know, you certainly heard that from Mike and Sam, and we'll ask Rashid Shaheed next hour when he jumps on the show. Not a team they saw, had crossover that, but now it's time to go to work. And as you said, now this will feel much more like a normal game week with the big injury report that'll come out later tonight.
Well, and Mike talked about that here, cut two. I mean, it is a weird situation, right? You do have a lot of extra stuff that gets added to your plate, and as a first-time head coach dealing with this, you know, he's got to rely on a lot of the people around him and make a lot of the right choices.
Yeah, you try to be so steadfast in your process, and at some point, things are going to change, things are going to be different, and what doesn't change is our principles and the things that we're about on like a moment-by-moment basis. So my message to the team is, hey, look, we're going to be loose and focused, and that's how we roll. So the loose part is we're going to enjoy it. We're going to enjoy these moments. We're going to love being with our friends and family and enjoying our teammates. We're also going to be focused, like that we have an accountability to our process and the things that we need to do to go play our best. So that's going to be our process.
Kind of like our show.
We're losing focus.
Didn't like our show.
I got to tell you, I can't imagine a first-time head coach in the Super Bowl more prepared for the moment than this guy. He just seems to have all of the right mentalities, philosophies, principles. Like, it all just kind of makes sense.
It is McVay-ish, right? When he took the Rams and won, and he was in his 30s, and there's, that comp has been made between the offense and the defense. And I just love hearing all these bites, man, and thinking of our radio show like a year ago, sitting down with him, and even, to this day at times where the process, the thoughtful, what do I want to say? And, man, he is owning this stage and owning these podiums the last couple days here down in the Bay.
Here's the second thing you need to know.
Well, meanwhile, on the other side of things, New England also kind of surprised to be here. You mentioned Scott Zolak saying that earlier. Moore and I ran into an old friend of mine, a camera guy for Channel 7 in Boston, Greg, and he's like, this used to be the norm. I wasn't expecting to be back here again. Like, what? Everyone seems to think the Patriots are here like a year too early.
4 wins. Think about that. I mean, the Seahawks bottomed out at, 9 wins and didn't make the playoffs with 10 wins. 4 wins.
Pretty crazy.
Burned through a couple coaches. Obviously didn't work. And now they found him with Mr. Vrabel and the quarterback and find ways to win 17 of these suckers in here.
And I think that's what Mike Vrabel mentioned yesterday here in Cut 11, that these two teams, again, maybe they weren't supposed to be great when the season began, but they've continued to improve over the course of the last 6 months.
Well, they've continued to improve. I think most of the people on our team, our coaching staff, has continued to improve, and that's what you have to do for the teams that want to be here. Talked about the ones that are playing the best football late are the ones that are usually in the playoffs, and that continues to happen. So I give them a lot of credit defensively for what they've done, and we'll need our best effort on Sunday in order to help us win the football game.
You see that story that Morris sent to us late last night? Just talking about his game management. And that will be one of the things that these two will go at it. And if you're not on top of your P's and Q's and your details, whether it's late substitutions, whether it's timeouts, Mike on our side has done a phenomenal job. We have felt that all year, especially managing play calling and the game mechanics. Vrabel comes out of that Belichick school. He's pretty on top of the details when it comes to that.
Yeah, reading that, it did sound like somebody learned from his former coach how to be on top and take every advantage of every little rule quirk or whatever. I mean, they found a way to do all of those things. Meanwhile, since no one expected this to be the Super Bowl matchup, the gear, the merch is weak, and everybody's blaming Fanatics. And yesterday they had to apologize, said they let everybody down. They said that this has created unprecedented challenges because of the massive surge in demand from both fan bases. Both teams went from missing the playoffs last year to being in the Super Bowl, incredibly rare. And the fan bases bought nearly 400% more jerseys since Thanksgiving than they did a year ago. So they had a little trouble keeping up. They say they've got it figured out now, but yeah, kind of a big miss for Fanatics.
Here's the third thing you need to know.
You know that one affects me too, because I was going to buy a lot of merch.
Oh, yeah.
Big merch guy. Oh, do you know what we found? Because it was gone from the system. Thanks to Arlene, we have rescued the AFC Championship T-shirt lady. I will send it to Maura. I have it on my phone now. Arlene liked it so much, she saved her own copy 10 years ago. So I have it, and I will send it to Maura or to Lyle to roll into the system, and we can play our favorite AFC Championship lady here later this morning.
I wonder if she'll be down here.
I would hope.
Yeah.
She's down from her place of business. Here at Modell's. Ugly loss for the Kraken last night, Brock. They go on the road and get spanked in Anaheim 4-2. Not what they needed in their second to last penultimate game before the break. So they're in LA tonight to see the Kings, who it would really be nice to beat that team before the Olympics. All right, that's everything you need to know. 1/4 every hour here on the Brock and Salk Show. See anybody yet, Brock? Have you sent the Saluki out to pounce on anyone?
The Gronk was up early.
Gonk?
The Gronk. I saw the Gronk. The other challenge I'm realizing from 10 years ago is I didn't need glasses 10 years ago to see people in the distance.
Oh, you need glasses distance now, too?
Oh, sure.
Oh, that's sad.
Yeah.
Like, I can clearly see all the way down at the other end of this building.
Oh, good for you.
Well, I can't see anything right in front of me, but I can see anything I need to way down there.
Yeah.
I think I still have 20/20 if you guys need me
Good.
to spot.
Look at Maura and their 20/20 vision. Look at me.
I'm just
I
saying
can see close
help.
and far away.
That's right.
I can help spot people for you. I spotted Christian Fourier when
You
we walked in
didn't.
this
You didn't
morning.
see that there was not a bench seat in the back
I
of
did
that
not.
car last
I
night.
did
You
not.
went toppled,
And
butt overhead.
I'm not gonna lie to you. The top of my foot hurts a little
Yeah,
bit.
I bet it does. Maura went down. She's splayed, arms akimbo. It was quite the situation. There aren't that many opportunities to use the word akimbo, so we got to take advantage. Joel Klatt will join us next. We missed him the last week or two as he wrapped up the college football season and then had to deal with, what did he have, dental surgery? He had kidney stones. Oh, dude, we'll talk to him about that. Joel Klatt next on Brock and Salk.
It's Super Bowl week.
Not super week, like super week.
Let's go!
It's going down. The home of the Seahawks, Seattle Sports, is broadcasting live from Radio Row in San Francisco all week with Brock and Salk at 6 a.m. Bump and Stacy 10 to 2. Wyman and Bob 2 to 6 with bonus coverage 6 to 8.
Powered by WGU.
From the only station where you hear Rabel and Wyman call the Seahawks in Super Bowl 60.
Touchdown, Seahawks!
Seattle Sports.
All right, guys, do you know yet what you want to do for Sunday, where you're watching, the whole deal? Why not go to Snoqualmie Casino and Hotel, go to Hawks Peak. You can catch this and every game. They got more than 66 televisions, the heated outdoor deck. It's going to be beautiful out, and all the fun that comes with watching a big game at Snoqualmie Casino. Book a room for the night. Go to snocasino.com. Seattle's closest is now Snoqualmie Casino and Hotel.
At Les Schwab, we've been changing the tire game for more than 70 years. We design our own exclusive tires to give you more tires made for the roads you drive, less compromise. All backed by America's best tire warranty included in every tire we sell. It's more unbeatable tire warranty, less charging you extra, like the other guys. It's all about you getting more from less. Stop by or book an appointment at leschwab.com.
Opinion is, if you don't live it, you don't believe it. The people at Uline believe in hard work, and they live it by being there 24/7 to answer your call, having 41,000 items in stock, and offering same-day shipping from 12 locations across North America. Business owners, sellers, buyers, shippers, and packers believe it. Uline is the hard-working, dependable source for your shipping and industrial supplies. Visit uline.com.
This is Rick Jones of Goldberg Jones Divorce for Men. As a family law attorney, I know firsthand the challenges and obstacles men face in divorce and custody matters. Our firm is committed to protecting what matters most, and we're on your team. Find us at goldbergjones.com.
Gear up for the big game at Simply Seattle. Shop official Seahawks playoffs gear and custom Simply original designs. Shop in-store or online and enter to win a $1,000 shopping spree now at simplyseattle.com.
Progressive presents a guided meditation.
Hear the birds sing, a chipmunk nibbling on an acorn. Smell the pine needles gently falling into your living room as the breeze blows through the gaping hole in your roof. Gaze up at that broken tree branch and relax, because you bundled your home and auto with Progressive and have the peace of mind of 24/7 protection. So relaxing.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
This is the story of the one. As the purchasing manager at a manufacturing plant, she knows the only thing more important than having the right safety gear is having it there when you need it. That's why she partners with Grainger for auto reordering, so her team members can count on her to have cut-resistant gloves on hand, and each shift can run safely and efficiently. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Olympic Hot Tub is celebrating Seattle's championship football team and the big game day ahead with a massive blue and green savings blitz. Get champion level wellness, a huge savings. Score big on saltwater hot tubs, swim spas, saunas, and cold plunges. Hey, it's Ryan Roland Smith. Let's make wellness and feeling terrific part of your everyday game plan. Don't let the clock run out. These winning deals end Sunday. OlympicHotTub.com. Better you, better life. Go Seattle.
The only place to hear Steve Rabel and Dave Wyman call the Seahawks in the Super Bowl.
Can you believe it?
Seattle Sports on 710 and the Seattle Sports app.
Well, I'm sure by now you've heard interviews with a whole lot of people who took the First Mark Challenge and saved so much money on their insurance and got better coverage too. We call them First Mark victories. Well, I took the First Mark Challenge too, and I'm thrilled to say that First Mark is saving us thousands. Now, that's what I call a victory. You know, I was with the same agent for so long, I simply assumed they were working hard to get me the best coverage and save me money. But it wasn't the case, and you should find out too by taking the First Mark Insurance Challenge. First Mark works for you, not the insurance carriers. First Mark will fully analyze your current coverage, making sure you're not overpaying for the wrong coverage, which could leave you at risk for financial loss. Then they carefully search the market, dozens of major carriers to find you the best fit, and that's it. First Mark Insurance has helped thousands of families successfully manage the complicated world of insurance and save them thousands, me included. Be the next First Mark Challenge victory. Take the First Mark Challenge right now. It's totally free. Go to firstmarkinsurance.com. First Mark Insurance. They work for you.
Dave Wyman here, joined by Dr. Landis from Swedish Cyberknife to talk about prostate cancer treatments. Dr. Landis, how does Cyberknife compare to surgery?
Patients who have surgery often do have to be hospitalized for a few days and have to take time off of work. They can have a catheter, they have a wound that's healing, whereas with Cyberknife, patients often don't have to take a break from work at all.
And Cyberknife is an outpatient, non-invasive treatment?
Essentially, it's a 5-day treatment, about 30 minutes per day. You walk in, you walk out, you essentially don't feel anything at all during treatment. Many patients still work full-time while they're having treatment.
5 days total, less than an hour a day to treat prostate cancer. That really is amazing. It's almost too good to be true. What do patients say after treatment?
They tell me it's like Star Trek, where you push a button and the cancer can go away.
If you, a friend, or a family member is diagnosed with prostate cancer, consider treatment with Swedish Cyberknife. Go to swedish.org/cyberknifeprostate. Treat prostate cancer with Swedish Cyberknife.
This hour of the Brock and Salk Show is powered by Star Rentals, preferred supplier to the West's best contractors.
Broadcasting live from Radio Row at Super Bowl 60.
Powered through the Quantum Fiber Studio.
On Seattle Sports on 710, the Seattle Sports app, and live on the Seattle Sports YouTube channel.
Here are your hosts, Brock Eward and Mike Salk.
Sorry about that. Don't want to step on her. She got important things to announce, like we're the hosts of this show, the Brock and Salk Show, here at the Super Bowl, man, and it's pretty awesome. Just a fun vibe, and it is sort of magnified even just by having more people around, more people doing their shows, you know, all from around the country here, but even having G hanging out, and, well, he's usually hanging out. We can't get rid of him. He's always in the studio bothering us during the show or during every break, but Trevor's here, Justin's around, and Brenna's here, engineer. Brenna's going to be featured in a big thing on King 5.
Oh, yeah.
It's actually pretty cool. She is the, what did she say, the first female engineer.
The first woman to engineer a play-by-play for a Super Bowl.
That's awesome.
On the radio.
Oh, she's still here? Oh, my
on
God,
the
you're
radio.
under the table there. I thought I was talking about you when you weren't around. Brenda popped her head up like a gopher.
She's fixing the power sources down
right,
there. Okay?
all right. I
Jeez.
know. I should know that she's
Going
busy
on.
engineering everything. I should have known. Anyway, a pretty cool deal for her and a great accomplishment. So congratulations to Brenna.
Brenna is one of the unique engineers that, when I came to the Super Bowl with Clayton, she had to send me with all of the equipment to do it myself. And she can explain it in like non-engineer talk.
Yeah.
That's a gift that not a lot of engineers have.
Brenna's kind of awesome. We're all big fans of Brenna. Anyway, Joel Klatt's going to be with us here in just a moment or two. And then I think by later today, we're going to have Rashid Shaheed at, I think, 8:15. Timing is a little TBD.
Mm-hmm.
But then I think we'll start really looking to see, who else we want to bring over here. Just looking around, we saw Good Morning Football doing their show, Jamie Erdahl and Kyle Brandt. And he's going to join us tomorrow, I think, right, in the 9 o'clock hour. So that'll be good. Saw Unsportsmanlike doing their show with Evan Cohen and Michelle Smallman and all that group. There's the huge Fox Sports Radio booth over there. I don't know if you're still invited over there or not. Like, I don't know how that goes.
What?
Like, I mean, you're not really part of their team anymore.
What?
Do you think you still fit in the Fox Sports Radio world?
Yes,
all right.
Yes.
Lumber 2 PD now for that whole deal. So that's going on over there. And then, as I've mentioned a few times, just because I think it's bizarre, there's like a dozen college stations here, which is so cool.
It is.
I see Marist University and Ithaca and Syracuse, obviously,
Concordia.
Columbia, Bryant.
Yep.
I mean, there are a lot of colleges that send a show here, which is really cool.
Well, Lyle did that with ASU. ASU sent
Is that true?
Lyle and TJ to all the Super Bowls.
Lyle, did ASU do anything like this?
No.
They've gone to some Super Bowls. I didn't go. They didn't do it when we were at school. I think they started doing it after.
Were you in school for any Phoenix, Glendale Super Bowls?
The Final Four, we were there. I'm trying to remember if there was a Super Bowl there or not. I don't think so.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, it's a great experience for these young people. Holy smokes.
Right? Like, I
Really
mean,
good.
it is really impressive to see, all of that. It's just a cool vibe here in general. So huge deal for us to be here and get an opportunity to see it all. We'll cruise around San Francisco as a show unit today. Go see the Sea Lions. Are you into the Sea Lions, Brock? Moore and I want to go see the Sea Lions at Fisherman's Wharf.
You've got more affinity than I do. You've probably never fished and had a sea lion eat your salmon right off your line like I did. So they're not beloved by fishermen.
I think they have more claim to it than you do.
I think the Sea Lions, I was about to eat dinner and you stole
They're
it.
very manipulative creatures. They're the
Very manipulative.
They're the moochers of the sea. Yeah, they find the fishing boats and they know they're the moochers of the sea. So
wow.
But yeah, I'm game for walking around. It's gonna be a beautiful day.
Okay.
Yeah, we got to feel the.
Well, don't
pulse of the
throw
people.
anything at
no, I'm
at
not
the,
going to do anything silly.
at the
No.
poor beasts out
Of
there on
course
their
not.
docks.
No,
all right.
won't
I don't want you to embarrass us at Fisherman's Wharf.
Yep.
All right. Well, we'll walk around. We'll get some of the sights and sounds. Moore's never been to San Francisco. Brock's afraid of cities. So this should be, this should be an interesting bit as I get to walk around with these two. We do have Joel Klatt with us. Good morning, Joel. It's been a couple of weeks. How are you?
Yeah. You guys bumped me for Tom Brady last week, so thank you.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah. That's true. Yeah. Actually, we did. Yeah. Do you blame us?
No, I don't blame you at all. It was just a truth. It was just a factual deal. Just wanted to establish it. Brock, your sweater is incredible.
This one feels good, Joel. This is probably my favorite. Yeah, my favorite little Seahawks throwback. Saw some old teammates that played with this kind of logo back in the day. And why don't you ask Joel the question you asked at the kind of the top
national
of the hour?
brand? Yeah, I got that on my list.
He'd be a good representative.
Well,
good question.
Yeah, I was thinking, Joel, that the Seahawks in Seattle is never a big national source of conversation. But if they win Sunday, it's going to be 4 Super Bowl appearances in 20 years. It'll be 2 Super Bowl wins in just over a decade. There's only 10 teams in the NFL with 3 or more Super Bowl wins, and a few of them are dated at this point. Could the Seahawks start to turn themselves into being more of a national brand? I'm not saying they're going to be the Cowboys, but could they turn themselves into a team that starts to have a little bit more of a national conversation and following?
Yes, I think proximity is what makes it so difficult. It's just so far, guys. Like I know that you know that. If when you travel around and you actually go to Seattle, it was just so far. Now, having said that, I think it always helps if you've got someone that is recognizable and is considered a face of the league. I don't know if Sam Darnold is going to be that, even if he wins the Super Bowl, but I think that the reason the Denver Broncos became the Denver Broncos and were a success story and one of the more premier organizations in the NFL is because they went to a bunch of Super Bowls, but they had John Elway, right? And John Elway was one of the faces of the league, at least in growing up in my time. Heck, they were playing back in the old AFC West with the Seahawks and the Kingdom. Those were incredible. Steve Largent in those games. Now, can they do that? Yeah, I think that they can. It helps if you've got a real brand name quarterback, and I don't know if Darnold is that. And I think that we sell Darnold short. Like, he outplayed Matt Stafford in the NFC Championship game. He just did. And, I think that we need to just start giving him some credit. But these guys that aren't playing for the teams that drafted them and didn't come in and just have success right away. Baker fights this as well. Baker has had great success. These guys that have great success, I think Stafford is a different deal because he was so good in Detroit and then was traded away versus had to find his way after his first location. I think that we just have this, I don't know what it is. What's the word? I'm like, stigma? Is stigma the right word? When we view a guy like Stafford and Darnold and their career, it's bias, Brock. It is. And, you know, stigma is like, I guess technically like a blind spot. I think we have a blind spot for a guy like Darnold. But to answer your question, I think that is more what hurts Seattle more than anything, is that they haven't had that quarterback that is a must NFL brand name quarterback. And you know, I guess Russ was that kind of, and they were a focal point of the NFL.
Don't you dare tell Russell Wilson.
Russell thinks he was that for sure.
Him and Sierra, don't you dare tell them, Joel Klatt. Russell Wilson was the star of the NFL. He's kind of quiet.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, so what did Sam Darnold do? You tuned in, right? You and Salk have been, I think, on a similar wavelength of, hey, man, come on, prove it. I got to prove it. Salky was right up next to me in the suite, Joel, and Uncle Damon, and, you know, talking ball and watching ball with us and watching that game. Tell me about Sam Darnold. How'd he do it?
He was elite, man. He was elite. He played on time. He played on target. He played bold. He didn't take chances that were unnecessary. He didn't panic. He was calm, and yet he was surgical. And I think it all stems from confidence and command. You know, Brock, I don't know how you feel about quarterback play, but like confidence and command. You've got to be bold in your decision making, but it stems from a confidence of your command of what's going on. What are they doing? What are we doing? Why? How? All of those things, and that type of posture, I think, allows you to play the game as if the game is just a part of you. You're not having to react. It's like all of us when we're driving a car. We're not thinking about turning on blinkers. We're not thinking about hitting the brakes. Like, it just happens. And quarterback play at its finest and its most beautiful just happens. It unfolds because you're just utilizing the offense. You're just utilizing the answers. And it's like the old, you know, Field of Dreams line when James Earl Jones at the end is like, and they'll just hand over the money without even knowing what they're doing. And it's like, that's how you play quarterback. You just kind of, it's just oozing out of you. That's the way it looked when Sam was playing. It was really beautiful. Probably his best football of his life.
Is Drake May playing at that same level?
No. In fact, if Sean Payton kicks the field goal on 4th down, they're probably not even here. Because a 2-possession game with the weather imminent like it was in Denver, you know, they go up 10-0 with what, you know, I think the Patriots to that point had gained 12 yards on 12 snaps of the football. So they were winning in spite of Drake and did win in spite of Drake. Now, does he do some things that cause you problems? Yeah, you bet. He's a really good young player, and he might turn into something really special. But right now, man, they are playing around their quarterback in New England, and Seattle is not doing that. I know that you might ask me at the end, but like, I would be shocked if New England wins this game. Shocked. Because they shouldn't have beaten Jarrett Stidham and Denver. Like, Denver had them, and I think Sean Payton largely lost that game with the decision to go for it on 4th down. What was it, from like the 12-yard line or something? It's not even imminent that you're going to score the touchdown. You don't need the touchdown. You just need the 2-possession lead. With the weather forecast of the second half, if Denver gets a 2-possession lead, they're your opponent this week, period.
I'm going to guess you were probably still talking about that on Denver radio, huh? Did you watch that game? Did you watch that game, Joel? Did you still have some rooting interest? You know, being a hometown kid.
Oh yeah. I still watch Denver like I'm the 7-year-old kid watching John Elway, man. You know, like I can't, like the color. It's just like the colors and especially when they wear the throwbacks. I bet you guys feel like when Seattle gets into the like the good unis, the throwbacks, and you're like, oh yeah, Like, that's what I like. These new uniforms, they're all so stupid. Like, I'm sorry. Now I sound really dumb and like the old guy shouting at the clouds. But, like, Seattle's new uniforms are lame. They got highlighters up and down their sides. Denver's new uniforms are lame. Might as well be Boise State. Like, who cares? It's like, give me the classics, man. Like, give me in the old silver pants for the Seahawks. The Seahawks roll out in their throwbacks. Seahawks by 1 million in this game. Like, they're so good.
How about the old creamsicles? We got to see those earlier this year. Those are the
Yeah,
best.
I mean, those are good. Like the Patriots' old uniforms, better than their new uniform. Everything new is generic. It's gross. Everything is like, oh, look at us. We've got a Navy, uniform palette. You had every single team on the planet. Jones Junior High School has a Navy palette.
He's not in a good mood golf guy today. Not at all. Those kidney stones still bothering you? What's going on with you?
What, do you disagree with the take? Do you like the new uniforms over the old uniforms?
No.
Just answer the substance of the take. Like, don't get sucked into the emotion.
No, I do like. Yeah, I'm a new guy. I'm a new school guy.
You're a new guy.
I'm
That
here for
tells me
change.
that-
Yeah,
You know
I don't
what?
fear change at all. Yeah, no, I love it.
You know what? I don't fear change. If you're gonna change, you better change to be better. So many. See, here's the problem with today. You ready for this? You ready? Salk. The problem today is that everyone just wants to change for change's sake versus change to be better. You want to change?
I'll make you an argument. All right, I'll make you an argument here, Joel. I'm going to make you an argument.
Change to be better. Everyone's like, oh, we need a new coach. Okay, better. That coach better be better than the last coach.
The Patriots in those red jerseys with Pat Patriot on it were the worst franchise in history. Eventually, they got to their Navy uniforms, and they went on a historic run of Super Bowls. The Seahawks, as much as everybody loves the old uniforms, were not particularly great.
Super Bowls in
no
30
Super Bowl
years.
appearances.
No.
They changed to the in-between ones, much like the Patriots did with their soccer uniforms, the light blues for both of them, the Drew Bledsoe, the Matt Hasselbeck, and they were better. And then both of them changed to their new uniforms, and within a year or two, became Super Bowl teams. So Denver did the same thing, buddy. All those Super Bowl losses from your youth, they're all in the oranges. It wasn't until they went to those hideous late John Elway uniforms that they finally started winning. Sometimes you got to break the cycle, man.
Listen, don't call me buddy, pal. And
I'll call you babe like Tom Brady calls Brock.
into the connection. Did I lose the connection? Oh, no, we're back.
Hopefully,
We're
yeah,
back.
that was the hope, yeah.
I went dark there for a moment, and yeah, all I can think about is Ocean's 11. Rather, don't call me buddy, pal.
Yeah.
Here's the problem with that is like for you on the sideline and in your suite, because you just said you're a suite guy. You don't sit in regular seats.
Heck
Obviously.
no.
Sorry. Wait. Don't even answer that. Don't even answer that. Why would you sit in regular seats?
Yeah.
But yeah, of course you don't. Of course you don't. Why would you? This is. I mean,
I actually don't even sit in the
it tells
suite. I
me
sit at home.
From your suite, you actually think that the uniforms have some bearing on the success of the team. Those of us, that participated even at the lowly level that I did in training camp, realized that attention to detail and execution is actually what makes your team very good.
Yeah, I'm
So
sure
it
Dion,
really
who was
doesn't
not a very
matter.
good player at all, who said, look good, feel good, play good. I'm sure Dion didn't know what he was talking about at all. Isn't that your guy? Aren't you a Dion guy?
Can we
stop?
Didn't
Of
you hold
course.
on a minute? Didn't you pick Dion to be at Colorado?
Can we stop fighting?
He's the look good, feel good, play good
We're
guy.
on Radio Row. We got a Super Bowl. Can we stop fighting
No,
about uniforms?
I'm now sweating.
Goodness gracious! Can we get to what's going to actually happen and transpire?
I
Sunday, Joel?
just know that this is likely our last. This is our last session,
Well, maybe
and I
not.
just wanted to make
You gotta
sure
get it all
that
out.
I worked Salk up into a lather.
Yeah.
Well, you've done so. You've accomplished it. So I don't know,
Brock,
Joel.
this is
I'm-
tough for him. He's sitting it with all the regular folk on Radio Row. He's not in a
It's sad.
suite.
I'll tell you what, though, Joel. You know where you and I agree? I think the Seahawks are going to – I think they could blow this team out. I just
I
keep
do
looking
too.
at it. I don't see how the Patriots win this game. And that's not to say
I
they
don't either.
won't. The NFL is so funky. And, the Sam Darnold could have some bizarre game where he fumbles a couple of times. And there's some weird special teams mistake that you don't expect. But the Seahawks are pretty buttoned up in all of those areas. The way we were talking about it yesterday, all the big upsets in the Super Bowls that we remember in our lifetime are all with big time offenses. that get beat by underrated great defenses, and the Seahawks don't fit that model. Like, I think they're just much better than the Patriots are, and I think they're going to destroy them.
Okay, to your point, Brock, of like just getting to the game, and Salk, you bring up some excellent points there. Is there an aspect of the New England Patriots that you would take over this Seattle team?
There might be some position groups where I think you'd have that conversation. I mean, look, Drake May is going to end up being the runner-up for the MVP.
Yeah, but you wouldn't take him this week. No. But you wouldn't take him over.
Nope. Maybe running backs. I mean, like, they got a couple of running backs. The Seahawks kind of have one, but it's not like. But yeah, no. No. There is no one group with the Patriots that I'd rather have.
Yeah, and if you're looking from a more broad nature, just defense, offense, special teams, quarterback, you would take the Seahawks in every one of those categories, and for this week. And so yeah, like this to me would be a major upset if New England won. I don't think New England should be there. Denver should have won that game. And not just because I'm a fan. That's just looking at the way that game kind of played out. And Seattle is playing, let's be honest, during the stretch run at a I keep coming back to this aspect that you guys kind of clued me into. They're playing as good a defense as anybody, even back to the Legion of Boom. And now they're also playing at an elite level offensively because their quarterback has gone to the next level. Like I like Seattle handily in this game.
Yeah, Joel, I think the only thing that comes to my mind, and it's interesting, I hadn't really thought about it until we're here on Radio Row, and we see a lot of New Englanders, and you were bringing up Sam's game against the Rams, and I feel like the only thing is I don't know if the lack of familiarity, I think that favors the underdog. I think when you talked about all the rhythm that Sam was in, it's like in the World Series when you see the bullpen for the 7th time and you see the guys. And I think honestly, for Sam to have seen LA 3 times and know their personnel, know their people, and know like they don't know New England at all. I mean, there was like no crossover tape this year. That's the only thing that I wonder a little bit about or think about is the underdog. Does that lack of familiarity actually favor the team that maybe isn't as talented as we talk about?
I think it could. I think it could, but I'm going to go back to like when you've got a foundation that is the Seahawks defense, man, that gives you it's not like Sam has to go out. This is not a Super Bowl where Seattle feels like they've got to score 30 points, right? It's not like Sam has to go out there and be incredible. All he has to do is go out there and be efficient and just run the offense because that New England team is not scoring over 14. I mean, max, Brock. Max on this defense.
Yeah, again, though, remember, too, the weather in New England, terrible against the Chargers. The weather, terrible against the Texans. The weather in Denver, apocalyptic in the second half. We'll see how healthy Drake is. I think that's a part of it. But I think we're a little blinded by, hey man.
I think you're nervous because you want Seattle. Like you want Seattle. You got the sweatshirt on. And
you think I want Seattle, Joel? You think I want Seattle?
Well, I know you want Seattle. I didn't want to just like blatantly say that, but you know what I mean. Like
I have no journalistic integrity. I don't care. I'm 7-year-old Brock. I'm 7-year-old Brock sitting in Prosser, Washington, watching the Seahawks and the Dolphins in the '83 title game. Yeah, that's who I am. As I sit here on Radio Row, and I don't care, Joel. I'm still that 7-year-old fan. So yes, maybe there is a little nervousness born out of that.
I think that you're hunting a little bit for ghosts. Remember, coaches used to say that to us when we were quarterbacks, like, "Hey, don't hunt for ghosts. Just evaluate what's in front of you." And what's in front of you is that the Seahawks are a much better team. They're a much better team. Now, do they for sure win? I don't know. Like, if they start turning the ball over, funky things happen, and New England's a good football team that have taken advantage of some things, they can run it decently well. If Travion gets loose, all of a sudden he can hit a home run. Of course, they're good enough, And it is the National Football League. This is not like some sort of college mismatch. There's certainly that, but foundational things that I can rely on each and every day, regardless of location and regardless of the enormity of game, is defense. And this defense is excellent. And it takes a guy like Stafford who sees that defense, multiple times in order to unlock it. I don't see because all that familiarity stuff that you were talking about, or lack thereof, for Seattle, that's the same for New England. So how's Drake May going to look at this defense for the first time and be like, oh, okay, well, I got this thing figured out? You know, like, I don't think that's going to happen either.
All right, good. Feel better.
See, Joel, as usual, you and I see the world very similarly. Just another opportunity
Oh
for
my
the two of
gosh.
us to agree.
How
Plus, we're both
you
kidney
can't-
stones guys, you know?
Oh my gosh, guys, I've had bouts with kidney stones that are just like
it's the worst thing on earth.
yeah. All these ladies are like, I've given birth 3 times. I'm like,
Uh-oh.
I'm just saying, the nurse that I
just
went
cut
to
out.
said I've given birth and I've had kidney stones, and kidney stones is worse. So I'm just
That's
taking
right.
I'm just taking her word for it. I don't know, but that's what she said. Joel, we got to go. Thank you. Are we going to get to talk to Joel one more time?
That's what my mother-in-law told me. I high-fived her. I was like, that's right, Cindy.
Yeah, we'll do one more, Joel. They take care
All
of
right.
business Sunday. We got to have at least one more.
Wow, we may be getting ready. You know, Wednesday would be kind of a big day potentially if that's the case. So we'll see how all this works. Joel, thank you as always. We appreciate it. Seriously, thanks for all the stuff throughout the year. It's been a blast.
Salk
getting
just
to talk
jinxed
football
it.
with
You can't talk about the parade this early. My God.
I didn't say that word. You said the word. Oh my God.
Jeez.
We gotta
I
go.
didn't say
That's
parade.
enough.
You
Go.
said
I didn't
parade.
say it. I said it could be a big day. Oh my God. What are we
Goodness
doing here?
gracious.
Would somebody hang up on him, please?
Someone
Lyle,
hang
make
up.
him go
Somebody-
away.
somebody
We're going to be
hang up
back with
now.
Blue 88 next on Brock and
Goodness.
Salk at the Super Bowl, and thankfully without Joel Klatt.
It's Super Bowl week.
Not super week, like super week.
Let's go!
It's going down.
The home of the Seahawks, Seattle Sports, is broadcasting live from Radio Row in San Francisco all week with Brock and Salk at 6 a.m. Bump and Stacy 10 to 2. Wyman and Bob 2 to 6 with bonus coverage 6 to 8.
Powered by WGU.
From the only station where you hear Rabel and Wyman call the Seahawks in Super Bowl 60.
Touchdown, Seahawks!
Seattle Sports.
Oh, we are having such a great time down here. And if you're 62 or older, I'm talking to you right now, and you got lots of equity in your home and you want to pull some of that cash out, but a refinance or a HELOC means a bigger payment, the cost of selling your home, it's just insane. Well, what should you do? Brock Hewitt here for my good friends over at Tila Mortgage. You don't need to live at a lower standard than you deserve, I'll tell you that. And to me, you kind of got 3 different play calls. Number 1, you can go through the process of selling your home. Number 2, you can go through the HELOC and a refinance. Or number 3, maybe the best play call is get a reverse mortgage. Tila's done the analysis, and they believe that a reverse mortgage is the most cost-effective way for seniors to get cash out of their home without selling and then having the option of no monthly mortgage payment. Too good to be true? I don't think so. Check the play out. Give them a call today and compare. Tila, spelled T-I-L-A, is a name you could trust for truthful, honest, and ethical advice for all your mortgage needs. And they're ready for your phone call this morning. 206-766-8888. That's 206-766-8888. Insurance and property taxes, borrower's responsibility. Tila Mortgage LLC is a mortgage broker. MLS 247-2046.
I'm Chris Davis, former King County prosecutor and founder of the Davis Law Group in Seattle. If you've been injured in a crash caused by impaired or drunk drivers, there are special considerations that need to be taken to protect your legal rights. Davis Law Group's team of investigators and lawyers know how to properly investigate DUI crashes and identify all parties who might be legally responsible for your injuries and damages. Call Davis Law Group at 206-888-8888 or get my free book at WashingtonAccidentBooks.com.
Why is K2 Vision RLE a permanent solution to glasses, contacts, and readers? How is it that you'll never develop a cataract after K2 Vision RLE? And how is RLE different from LASIK?
Hey, it's Doctors King and Kopstein from K2 Vision RLE. We'll answer those questions and others when you join us for our free live webinar this Thursday at noon. Andy, what are some of the other questions you hear?
Well, how long is the procedure and recovery? Or who's a good candidate for RLE?
And we'll also answer, how much does RLE cost? Is there financing available? Does insurance pay for RLE?
Find out how K2 Vision RLE is the permanent solution to glasses, contacts, and readers.
And cataracts too.
Right, no more cataracts.
K2 Vision's free live webinar this Thursday at noon. Space will be limited, so register now at k2visionrle.com.
Join us at our free live webinar this Thursday at noon. Sign up at k2visionrle.com.
It took us 93 years to build this reputation.
but it'll take just 5 minutes to ruin it. If you think about that, you'll do things differently.
Lee Johnson Auto Family.
This is for all you guys on Viagra. ED pills are no longer needed. The brutal side effects like 4-hour headaches, blurred vision, and that flush feeling can all be put behind you with our treatment. Here at West Coast Men's Health, we have a better approach to ED. Acoustic wave therapy creates blood flow circulation by safely removing the plaque in your arteries and restoring function naturally. Guys, let me be clear. Pills will never fix your problem. Our equipment is the latest technology, and our medical staff is the best in the industry. So give West Coast Men's Health a call today. Speak with our clinic manager. Ask him any question you like, how it works, the science behind it, and even the cost. If you suffer from ED or Peyronie's disease, give West Coast Men's Health a call today. It's not just about better health, it's about a better life.
With clinics in Redmond and Tacoma, call 206-519-6541. That's 206-519-6541. Online at westcoastmenshealth.com.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Charlie's battery is struggling to start. Not ideal before the tailgate, so he goes to AutoZone,
Welcome to AutoZone.
where a friendly AutoZoner tests his battery for free. Looks like he needs a new one, so he gets a Duralast battery.
Have fun and stay warm.
And he makes it to the tailgate early enough to get his favorite spot. Free battery testing and charging. No hassles, just help.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
This year's tax changes. Better not get caught snoozing. Miss one deduction, lose thousands. Not amusing.
Big tax changes can mean bigger refunds at Jackson Hewitt. And right now, get $100 just to try us.
Don't worry, tax filers. If money is tight, get $100 from Jackson Hewitt, so you'll sleep better at night.
Limited time offer for new clients. Participating locations only. Details at jacksonhewitt.com.
It's home show season. To celebrate, Lake Washington Windows and Doors is giving you 20% off and a lifetime installation warranty, plus 12 months to pay with 0 down, 0 payments, and 0 interest financing. See us at the home shows or visit lakewashingtonwindows.com.
4 more day and Mike Salk.
Apparently Fred Warner's in the building. He just walked in. Little crowd around him.
Mm-hmm.
He's a pretty big dude.
He had some high praise for the Seahawks.
He did. Yeah, we have that sound on here somewhere. He said the Seahawks had no weaknesses.
He kind of went the whole Joe Klatt route.
I don't know that he has any weaknesses other than his health.
Yeah.
Like he is.
Is Coach K going to be around, by the way?
I don't know. I haven't heard anything about Coach K. I'll text him in the next break. How's that? All right, here's what we know. Rashid Shaheed is going to join us in now. He's going to join us right now. Oh, I thought it was going to be in 15 minutes. Instead, it's right now.
It was, but now it's not.
We just roll with the punches here. Rashid Shaheed right now. Good morning, Rashid. How are you?
Good morning, guys. I'm doing well. With yourself?
You ready to get to work, man? Are we kind of now to Wednesday? Are we kind of in the part of the process, like all the pump, all the circumstance, the plane, the media? Like, are we ready to kind of just like get into the process of work?
Yeah, 100%. We knocked all the media stuff out. It was an enjoyable experience, of course, but we're here to play a game, and that's the most important thing.
You came over midway through this season from New Orleans, and obviously that had to be, a fascinating experience to compare what you had versus what you were now entering. Help me understand this team's attention to detail, and specifically on special teams, because obviously you play a big role there. How different is, not necessarily just different compared to New Orleans, but how special is their attention to detail as it comes to special teams?
Yeah, I think the group here is special because not only do we pay attention to detail, but we show up to work every day, and we love what we do. We love that, we create opportunities for our team, whether it's field position or scoring touchdowns. And we all take pride in that. We all enjoy, being out there with all the guys and, just having fun. And that's what makes this group so special.
Rashid, I ran into an old NFL guy here. We're on Radio Row, and Brian Baldinger, been around a long time. And he was like, you know what, Brock? This team, every time I'm around them, you just feel that, like everyone talks about brotherhood and love, but he's like, you just kind of feel it with this team. And I'm curious,
Yeah.
Rashid, from your life experience, from high school to college to your years in New Orleans, like, what is the secret sauce? Why is there such a connection from your viewpoint on this team?
Yeah, I feel like the connection is so well because, well, first off, our coaches do a great job of, kind of instilling that in us and letting us know that we need to be together to accomplish our goals. We can't do this, just individualized. We all have to come together and, fight and battle, and that's what we do. We understand that the guy next to us, every player is going to give it their all, and that just makes you want to play harder. And I feel like as long as we continue to do that, we continue to be special on all three phases. And, we take a lot of pride in how close we are, and ultimately it helps us win football games. So we love it.
But you had to get to know these guys, right? I mean, you were the one person to kind of show up mid-season. What was that process like? How did you get to know this group?
Yeah, no, the coaches and the players made the transition super, super smooth. They allowed me to just come in and be myself, and I feel like that's the most important thing. I didn't have to change anything up. I just, had to come here and, I wouldn't say I had to fit in because everybody in the locker room was just so welcoming, and like I said, everybody's super close. So the adjustment was easy. Obviously coming here with the familiarity of Coach Kubiak, learning the offense and everything, it was super smooth. So the transition has been not bad at all.
Rashid Shaheed here with us for a few more minutes before the fellas get to work and meetings and practice and walk through and all the other good stuff. There were a couple moments in my life, Rashid, where I broke 5 in the 40. And I think it had more to do with the timer than it did my legs. So I made sure I always found like this, the slow hand Joe or whatever with a little clicker. Salk here to my right, like he tore his hamstring trying to run a 200 meters a couple months ago.
You need to embarrass me like
well,
that.
Well, I mean, he tried to shift to a gear that he just didn't have, and boom, tears the hamstring. I'm curious from your perspective, when you're going, that kickoff, San Francisco to start the game, like when you are going full speed, what do you see and what do you feel? What do you see and what do you feel?
Well, that particular return, I've kind of been telling this story all week, but that was the first time that I was kind of running the ball down the sidelines, and I was able to hear the crowd. And, like, the energy in the stadium during that moment was kind of, it was electric. It was crazy. It was a moment I'll never forget. And obviously it had momentum, and then we carried it throughout, the rest of the game. But plays like that are always special any time you get the opportunity to get the crowd and the fans and, the team into it. It's always great. But, yeah, those moments will always be etched in my memory for sure.
Is it almost out of body? Do you almost at times?
Yeah,
and sometimes you
say
could
so.
see yourself on the big screen, right? I don't know in that moment if you could or
Literally
not.
out of body.
Yes, but I'm curious in those moments, is it almost an out-of-body experience?
I would say so. You kind of get to the sideline and you get a chance to sit down finally after it all happens, and you're like, wait, that really just happened. Like this is all really happening. So you just take it all in, but realize that you got more game to play. You just kind of got to soak it in for a second, and then short memory, and you got to get back out there and play. But yeah, no, those plays are always super exciting.
Have you always been fast?
Yes, I have. Yes, thankfully to my parents, both track athletes, so I was kind of born to run.
So when you were, 5-7 years old on the playground and elementary school, kids wanted to race, you just smoked everybody.
Oh yeah, nobody could touch me back in the day.
So did you just love that? I mean, like, not that everybody loves being the fastest, I'm sure, but like, I think it's sort of similar to what Brock was asking you. Like, do you just feel like almost a peaceful state when you get up to full speed or you're accelerating and you just like, almost like where you were meant to be?
Yeah, for sure. I've kind of always felt that way. I've always, used my speed to my advantage. I'm not the biggest guy or the strongest guy, so I kind of had to run away from everybody, and I kind of got used to that, man. So it's just years and years of running and, having the feel of a football player while being a speed guy,
Did your parents help? I mean, if they were both track athletes, did they work with you? Did they coach you to, the best form and all of that? Is that a big part of your story?
Yeah, absolutely. My dad is my track coach to the day. He's my speed coach. He still coaches back in San Diego, California. So in the off seasons, that's where I'm at. I'm training with him.
Last couple minutes
hold on.
here.
Are they here?
They will be here tonight. They land tonight.
What's this like for them?
Super excited, man. I'm almost more excited for them than for me, the chance that they get to experience all this, being in this position, playing in the Super Bowl, being here in Seattle. It's just all been amazing, and the people in Seattle have embraced my family, and it's been just absolutely amazing experience.
That's so cool. This may be the last time this week you have to answer any of these questions, and you'll get to focus on the here and now. And I know Mike will do a great job with all you guys. You said the coach's messaging is so important. But as you do look back, growing up in SoCal, were there Super Bowls? Were there moments? Were there memories that you sat and watched some of these Super Bowl games that really stand out to you in the past?
Yeah, absolutely. I watched every Super Bowl growing up. It was a holiday in the household, but I always remember the Colts versus Saints, Tracy Porter pick six that sealed the game. Devin Hester's return to start the game. Games like that I'll always remember. I've watched all the Super Bowls, but those two are some of my favorites for sure.
Game-breaking, game-changing plays.
Yeah.
And maybe 22 gets one Sunday afternoon down here in the Bay.
Yes, indeed.
Hey, we appreciate it. Hopefully this is the last media thing you have to do. Yeah, obligation, pain in the butt that you got to deal with. And now you can just go focus on football. So thank you so much for doing it. I know all of Seattle's been really just excited to have you as a part of this team and gave them a dimension that they were, I don't want to say lacking, but certainly needed. And it's just been a blast to get to watch you and this whole team over these last couple of months. So thank you so much. We appreciate it. Good luck.
Thank you, guys. Nice talking to you. Have a good one.
All right. There you go. There's Rashid Shaheed. Nice dude. Mora loves. You know who loves Rashid Shaheed is Mora. Yeah. He really impressed Mora by doing a really nice thing for Wyman and Bob over Thanksgiving when he first got traded here. And Mora really likes Rashid Shaheed. And I don't blame her. Nice dude. You can see why he's so popular in the locker room.
I just think a lot of people, night before Thanksgiving, when they had to go home after practice and let their family in from the airport, would be like, you know what? I'm not going to do that interview.
Yeah, I'm out.
Sorry.
I'm out. Yeah.
It was really nice of him to do it.
Very cool. All right, well, great stuff. It sounds like we're going to talk to another Seahawk tomorrow, maybe even one on Friday. We'll see who else is wandering around Radio Row here over the course of the next couple of hours. We still have some other kind of cool stuff we got to get to over the course of the morning. So let's do this. We'll come back. We'll give you guys everything you need to know quickly. And then we've got some Blue 88 to do. I've got my favorite thing about the Seahawks today, Brock, and then some other fun stuff as well. So stick around. We're at Radio Row. It is Super Week. It's Brock and Salk on your home for the Seahawks in the Super Bowl. Seattle Sports on 710.
Talk your stuff, Sam.
Bump and Stacy.
Talk your stuff, Sam.
Weekdays 10 to 2.
They hating on you. They doubted you all year. They doubted this man. Oh, he hasn't done enough. Watch him play. Watch the film. National media. Get off of your couch. Stop relying on your producers. Watch the dang film, and you would have saw this coming. Sam Darnold. It's about the team. But I was so proud for Sam Darnold, man.
Only on Seattle Sports on 710 and the Seattle Sports app.
All right, well, we know that Eastside Weight Loss Clinic is inviting fans to start now, to use February 8th, which is coming up as a little cheat day, celebrate all your success, and then you get right back to it. People all over the Northwest are going to lose 20, 30, 40, maybe 50 pounds by opening day, and they can do it by starting with Eastside Weight Loss Clinic right now. Just maybe do a little 15-minute phone call, all right? That's all it takes to just learn a little bit about this program and get started. I did it. I lost 10 pounds in the first week. I lost 35 pounds after 8 weeks. And I didn't have to fight for space at the gym. No pills, no injections, certainly no fake bland box meals, nothing like that. Instead, I got delicious recipes, a group to offer support and accountability, some coaching, and those recipes, man, it's all real food that you buy at the grocery store, so it does work. Call them at 425-588-0080 or go to eastsideweightlossclinic.com. Dr. Ryan Coogan, D.C. Results may vary.
Get ready, because it's here. The first huge public online auction of the year from James G. Murphy Company, February 5th through 10 a.m. Thursday, February the 12th. We're stacked and packed with a vast assortment of heavy construction equipment, trucks, trailers, and more, like 17 excavators, 6 dozers, including a 2012 John Deere 700K XLT, 4 wheel loaders, a grader, a 2021 Kenworth T270 propane delivery truck, a 2023 Volvo Auto Transporter, 6 Peterbilt 567 tractors, 6 dump trucks, forklifts, boom lifts, loaders, graders, and utility trucks. But wait, there's more. Like over 100 unused gas-powered excavators, flatbed trucks, and on and on. We are on fire with gear. Preview all items Tuesday and Wednesday, February 10th and 11th at our location in Marysville. Do not miss the first huge public online auction of the new year. Check murphyauction.com for all details. murphyauction.com.
See country star Aaron Lewis and the State Liners at Muckleshoot Casino Resort, March 24th at 8 p.m. And now an added show on March 25th. He's a multi-platinum artist whose raw lyrics and powerhouse vocals have captivated fans for decades. Now he and his band, the State Liners, are coming to Muckleshoot Casino Resort. Get your tickets now to see Aaron Lewis at muckleshootcasino.com.
Imagine finding your dream home and moving in right away. No waiting to sell your old place first. Sounds perfect, right? That's exactly what Orchard's Move First, Sell Later program lets you do. Buy your new home now and sell the old one later. Here's how it works. Orchard gives you cash so you can buy and move into your new home first on your timeline. No waiting, no showings, no double moves. Then the Orchard experts take it from there. They handle repairs on your old home for you so you attract the right buyers. Once they're done, a local Orchard agent lists and sells your home for top dollar. Orchard's Move First program gives you the freedom to buy and move into your new home first and sell your old home later. Buy before you sell and get top dollar for your home with Orchard. Ready to find out how much your home is worth? Visit Orchard.com to get your free home valuation. That's Orchard.com.
The Mariners fix you need during the offseason.
Fans are on their feet and listen to this.
The Uncruise Adventures Hot Stove, Tuesday nights at 7 on Seattle Sports.
That's another amazing run by Team USA.
Mom, think I'll be on Team USA one day?
Well, I'll take this one.
What? Are you speaking to us?
Yes, and to answer your question, anything's possible, especially with Xfinity.
So, I can be the best snowboarder ever?
Well, I can't guarantee that, but Xfinity can guarantee that your internet price won't change for 5 years.
Okay. What if I practice every day?
Then maybe you'll be snowboarding for Team USA at the next Olympic Winter Games. And Mom, you'll still be paying the same price for Wi-Fi.
Ooh, really stuck the landing there. It's the Xfinity Gold Medal Celebration. Now through February 22nd, get our best price on gig Wi-Fi for 5 years guaranteed, just $50 a month. Plus, get Peacock Premium included for 2 years. That's a $10.99 value per month. Xfinity. Imagine that. Proud partner of Team USA. Restrictions apply. Requires paperless billing and auto pay with stored bank account. Taxes and fees extra. Actual speeds vary.
The stock market was on fire in 2025 due to AI and tech stocks. Now is the time to set a strategy for 2026. It's a good opportunity to lock in those gains and invest into a stable platform. With $8 trillion in cash sitting on the sidelines, investors are either scared or unsure where to go. Hi, I'm Scott Rireka, CEO of Legacy Group Capital in Bellevue. Legacy Group Capital develops local real estate, lends money, and shares the profits with our investors. Diversify with Legacy Group Capital. Invest into our Northwest Fund, which is currently delivering 9% on a fixed rate term. It's our flagship fund for 19 years with zero investor losses. And yes, we do accept IRAs. Find out why 1,300 local investors have invested over $350 million.
Legacy Group Capital at legacyg.com. This is not investment advice. Investments available to accredited investors only. Details at legacyg.com.
Need to know.
15 minutes past every hour with Brock and Salk.
Here's what you need to know. Up first.
Certainly filling up all around us, Brock, as Radio Row is a full go today, full send. And we are here right in the middle of all of it. Actually, we've got a great corner spot surrounded by lots of other shows and interesting people. And it's a pretty cool deal down here. The energy is really great. Leading up to Sunday's Super Bowl, which, of course, will feature the Seahawks. Mike McDonald meeting with the media yesterday. And look, the thing that there's a lot of good things about this team, and we'll give you another one of our favorites later this morning. But at its core, this team wins because of its defense, and this defense dominates because of what it does up front. Cut 3, Mike McDonald tells you exactly what that pass rush can do for you.
Makes my life a lot easier for sure. One thing I've learned over the last 3 or 4 years calling plays is when you build it right, you have faith in your players and you trust them, and they got your back as you're trying to have theirs, and that's how it works together. So a quick call is a good call.
So proud of our guy.
Sounds good.
There's
confident.
There's just a little sense of pride.
Yeah.
That he's just owning these podiums. And yeah, there's a lot of conversation in a lot of different places about. And actually, Mike LaFleur in his introductory press conference talked about being a play caller and getting that call in fast. And a lot of talk in Denver about Sean Payton needs to turn it over because he can't do that fast enough. And our boy that is really fast, our fella Rashid Shaheed that said he was fast when he was 5, what was his first thing he just said about what turned it here? The coaches' messaging. Like, they're on point. They know what they want. That expectation gets set, and we go out and deliver on our end.
Well, certainly they're doing so. It's why Daniel Jeremiah's come on here yesterday and said he thinks the Seahawks are probably going to win this game, and there aren't a lot of paths for the Patriots to do so. It's why Joel Klatt came on and just said exactly the same thing. It's why Jeff Saturday came on and said exactly the same thing. Does that make you nervous? Yeah, of course it does. Yeah. When everybody is looking in one direction, of course it makes you worry about the opposite, but I can't disagree with any of the logic. It all makes perfect sense.
Here's the second thing you need to know.
All right, meanwhile, in New England, Mike Vrabel says here in Cut 9 that Drake May is doing okay, I think, shoulder-wise.
And I think that he spoke for himself on how he feels. I can't determine how he feels. I know that practice yesterday was good for him and for everybody to get out there and get moving around. We appreciate everybody at Stanford for providing us the facility that we have, and so I think we got the week off to a great start.
What do they get? One? I remember Peter King. Was it Peter King for one of the Seahawks Super Bowls?
Yeah, you get one
the
person.
Pool reporter that gets to be out there.
Are you going to get to be out there?
Yeah. I'm going to try to work some back channels.
Okay.
Salky.
All right. Okay.
Back channels.
All right.
See if I can go watch some practice and not say boo about it. Because whoever's watching that New England practice is going to be able to see and know. Like, is he taking all the reps? Is he ripping the ball? Is he able to make all the throws? Or is this one of those things like the Seahawks a little bit had to do with Sam late in the week there with San Fran?
I don't think this is going to end up being a major story in this game. Just my gut. No. Gut feeling. Gut feeling. I mean, again,
there is a danger in shooting up a shoulder, all right? So I separated my AC joint, and I remember telling Coach Linehan, hey, man, just shoot it up. And he's like, over my dead body. I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, I did, and it ruined my shoulder.
Wow.
You know, like you do that, and it's one thing, you know, with a oblique or, you know, an ankle or whatever, you shoot it up, you don't do any more damage. When you're 23 and it's your gift to throw a football, and all of a sudden you shoot that up, and all of a sudden you tear a labrum because, like, no. All so. Right. And actually, that's not one so simple to say, oh, Captain T or Vitamin T, just do the Toradol. Like, that's your shoulder, you're 23, that's your livelihood. I'm not so sure that won't be a storyline in the Sunday.
Here's the third thing you need to know.
I like when I tell you a story you haven't heard. You think after 17 years you've heard it all.
Yeah.
You think you've heard it all.
It's great.
I could just tell. It just peaks your body language just a little bit. Like, oh,
I never heard that Scott Linehan thing before. Either that or you've told me and I totally forget, because both things are equally possible. Ugly loss for the Kraken last night. They'd like to forget about it. They got just smoked, did not show up. My guy Jacob Melanson-Brock tried to rally the group. Unfortunately got thrown out of the game, so that didn't work out very well. That's a tough loss for them last night. So go win tonight in Los Angeles and go out on a high note. Then you got the Olympic break and come back afterwards.
How many Kraken are playing in the Olympics? Do you know that number?
3.
There's 3. Okay.
Capo Kakko, Eli Tolvanen. They're both playing for the Finns.
All right.
And I believe he's a minor league guy, but Oliver Fisker-Molgaard is playing for someone, and then Denmark, I think.
And I know.
And actually, I should say Philip Grubauer too is playing for Germany.
I know it's once every 4 years, but man, think about that. Like, think if the Avs have 8 And all their best players.
I know.
And they're going to go. They're already on fumes, 55 games in the season. They've already
I mean, you don't have
compressed the
anybody
season.
on the U.S., anybody on Canada. I mean, these are the teams that are just completely loaded. And it does speak to what they've been able to do to just kind of piece it together, similar to how they did a couple of years ago. All right, that's everything you need to know. 1/4 every hour here on the Brock and Salk
It is
Show.
starting, by the way. It is starting to fill in a little bit.
It's starting to
weird.
feel.
The sun comes up at 8:30.
Yeah.
It's
It's weird that there's no one here at 5 a.m. when we got here. That's so strange.
Yes.
Who would have thunk it? All the normal people are like, yeah, I'm not there then. What? Yeah. There's no athletes showing up at 5:30 a.m. to jump on the show with us? No? Weird.
No.
All right. Well, we're here. It is awesome, man. It is a really cool deal. Great vibe, great energy, tons of radio shows, tons of TV stuff. It's a really beautiful, they've done a really nice job with the whole area here. So just a cool deal.
You know what jumps out to me different? Again, this is a little bit compare and contrast, and we'll move to the game. It's not going to be all in the history machine to back 10 years ago in New York and everything. But you know, it was not around back in the day. Even 10, 11 years ago, it was all the digital.
Yeah.
And now everything on radio, you know, everybody's got their cameras. Everybody's got their lights. Everybody's largely got their backdrops.
Yep.
Remember, like 10, 12 years ago, it was just this little Comrex.
Just a card
Just a
table.
little box.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little card table and box. And now, I mean, it is lit up like the 4th of July on all of these sets with all the, you know, understanding that people watch like they do our show on YouTube.
I was just
on
looking
the
there, like
digital channels.
1,200 people watching as of a couple of minutes ago on YouTube. So, yeah, if that's a new way for you, you can interact with the show via YouTube. The Seattle Sports YouTube channel runs it live, and then all the best stuff is clipped later. Justin and Trevor do that work later and get everything all clipped out, and you can go watch just whatever you want. You can find all that on the Seattle Sports app as well. So, yeah. All right, we'll do Blue 88, Brock, let's say in about 20 minutes.
Yeah.
We'll come back, and I will give you another thing that is really awesome about the Seahawks team. It's been fun to go through these. Kind of fun exercise, huh?
Yep.
And it's really easy. Like, it does not take a lot of thought to come up with another favorite element to this team. We'll do it next on Brock and Salk.
It's Super Bowl week.
Not super week, like super week.
Let's go!
It's going down.
The home of the Seahawks, Seattle Sports, is broadcasting live from Radio Row in San Francisco all week with Brock and Salk at 6 a.m. Bump and Stacy 10 to 2. Wyman and Bob 2 to 6 with bonus coverage 6 to 8.
Powered by WGU.
From the only station where you hear Rabel and Wyman call the Seahawks in Super Bowl 60.
Touchdown, Seahawks!
Seattle Sports.
Well, it is February, and we're a month into those fitness goals. How's it going, ladies and gentlemen? Are you staying on track, or are you hitting the gym and, you know what, it's too crowded? I'm not waiting for that sweaty machine. Well, if you're in that boat, it's time to upgrade your fitness equipment, and you can do so right in your own home. I got a deal for you, for my friends over at Top Fitness. Right now, trade in your old treadmill and get a $500 credit to use for Precor, True, or Inspire treadmills. Top Fitness sells only the best quality products available. Brands like Precor, True, Octane, Inspire, Stairmaster, and more. It's trade-in days at Top Fitness, and it's not too late to get into the best shape of the year, no matter even if January started off a little mixed. Top Fitness got the largest selection of home fitness equipment in the state, and their staff will show you why it's no secret, why everyone from personal trainers to pro athletes love their stuff. Got locations in Tukwila, Linwood, and Bellevue, or visit topfitness.com for more info. That's Top Fitness, your best place for home fitness equipment.
We've all been there, sleepless nights, wondering if your business's security service is really protecting what matters. At Bay Alarm, we can put your security insecurities to bed. Our advanced technology and personalized support ensure you can rest easy knowing we're here for you. BayAlarm.com.
Look, we're all getting excited about the big game, and when it comes to football, one of the most important things to think about is your snacks. It's Mike Salk here. Make sure to put Daisy Sour Cream Dips on your list this year. Daisy Sour Cream Dips are so creamy, so flavorful, you'd swear they were made from scratch. That's because they're made with ingredients you can actually find in your kitchen. No preservatives, no artificial ingredients. They're great with chips or wings or veggies, whatever you got going on. So look for delicious Daisy French Onion Dip and Creamy Ranch at your local grocery store.
What is that sound? Ugh, that sounds like a plumbing sound. Luckily, there's a company that fixes all the plumbing sounds across Puget Sound. That's All Sound Plumbing. Puget Sound's plumbing experts. Have a sound? Visit allsoundplumbing.com.
Get ready, because it's here. The first huge public online auction of the year from James G. Murphy Company, February 5th through 10 a.m. Thursday, February the 12th. We're stacked and packed with a vast assortment of heavy construction equipment, trucks, trailers, and more, like 17 excavators, 6 dozers, including a 2012 John Deere 700K XLT, 4 wheel loaders, a grader, a 2021 Kenworth T270 propane delivery truck, a 2023 Volvo Auto Transporter, 6 Peterbilt 567 tractors, 6 dump trucks, forklifts, boom lifts, loaders, graders, and utility trucks. But wait, there's more, like over 100 unused gas-powered excavators, flatbed trucks, and on and on. We are on fire with gear. Preview all items Tuesday and Wednesday, February 10th and 11th at our location in Marysville. Do not miss the first huge public online auction of the new year. Check murphyauction.com for all details. murphyauction.com.
Hi, I'm Lacey, your friend and jeweler at Shane Company. And yes, I'm actually a jeweler. I bring dream engagement rings to life every day in our jeweler workshop. When I hand set your diamond into your ring, I think about creating a piece you'll wear for a lifetime. I pay attention to the smallest details and treat every ring with the same care and craftsmanship, no matter the size or price. Come see us in store. Shane Company engagement rings are crafted with care from our hands to yours, because a friend knows your love deserves the highest quality. Shane Company, your friend and jeweler.
Heading outdoors or on the water this weekend? Check in with Joey and Nelly on the Outdoor Line from 6 to 8 a.m. every Saturday on Seattle Sports and the Seattle Sports app.
The Boat Show, the Boat Show,
the Big Seattle Boat Show.
The Big Seattle Boat Show is happening now through February 7th. It's the best time to buy, with big selection, big discounts, and big fun for everyone. It's a big deal. Presented by Sundance Yachts and Port of Seattle. Make it a date Friday evenings with Boat Show After Dark, featuring unforgettable ambiance, music, food, beer, and wine. Details and discount tickets at seattleboatshow.com.
Olympic Hot Tub is celebrating Seattle's championship football team and the big game day ahead with a massive blue and green savings blitz. Get champion level wellness at huge savings. Score big on saltwater hot tubs, swim spas, saunas, and cold plunges. Hey, it's Ryan Roland Smith. Let's make wellness and feeling terrific part of your everyday game plan. Don't let the clock run out. These winning deals end Sunday. OlympicHotTub.com. Better you, better life. Go Seattle.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Call 1-877-CARS for Kids to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now.
1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too?
Experience a luxury resort, breathtaking wildlife, spectacular wilderness, and amazing fishing at Queen Charlotte Lodge in northern British Columbia. King salmon runs are at their peak in May and June, and halibut and lingcod are always plentiful. Check out how easy it is to visit QCL at fishqcl.com. That's fishqcl.com. Queen Charlotte Lodge. Experience fishing first class. And remember, our dollar's worth $1.35 north of the border.
Broadcasting live from Radio Row at Super Bowl 60 in San Francisco.
This is Brock and Salk.
Powered through the Quantum Fiber Studio.
On the only place you'll hear Steve Rabel and Dave Wyman call the game, Seattle Sports.
Well done, dude.
Did I handle that okay?
You like a pro.
All right, I thought so.
We're looking for male models. This guy came up to Salk, wanted him for the Super Bowl.
Yeah. Wanted me to be in the part of the halftime show, I think. Yeah.
You look very athletic.
Yes.
We need a dancer.
Yeah. Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
No, they, look, there's a lot of people here and various guest options.
Yeah.
And the guy came over and asked if we'd be interested in a guest to talk about all the big Super Bowl parties, all the big, the hot, trendy. And I said, hey, really nice. Thank you. But that's not really the vibe of this show.
Yeah. Good job.
That was it.
Good job. You handle things well like that.
I mean, we had to jump back on the air, and he had some kicking breath. So we needed to make sure that went quickly and kind of on to the next thing, basically. So,
which is?
Well, I'm going to get to something I love about the Seahawks. Can I just make a quick observation about San Francisco in this area?
Okay.
Maura and I noticed this. Well, I noticed this, and I wouldn't shut up about it until Maura was just rolling her eyes at me. So we drove all around. We took an Uber from the airport and then a Lyft home, and we drove out to, Redwood City last night for this media party that unfortunately was kind of a dud. You can go back and listen to the 6 a.m. hour and hear some of the challenges that Maura and I ran into just trying to get some dinner last night. But whatever. So we're driving all around San Francisco. Brock, there are dozens, easy, of billboards for AI companies here. Dozens of them.
Oh, interesting.
And I was struck, I don't know what any of them want. They just say that's an AI company, and there are tons of these things. None of them really say, like, what that company's doing, or as Morris said, there's no real call to action. And I find it hilarious. Well, first of all, I find it terrifying that all the AI is out there. You know how I feel about all that.
Yeah.
But second of all, doesn't it seem odd that, like, the world's most foremost cutting-edge technology is doing a ton of advertising on a flat billboard? Like the world's oldest advertising technology?
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah, interesting.
I'm telling you, man, when you drive around,
yeah,
dozens.
Okay.
Dozens of
I'll keep my
billboards
eyes out
for
today. I'll
it.
keep my
Every billboard had some sort of an AI connection. Anyway, all right, well, let's get to this, Brock. We've been going through all of our favorite things about this team, and I have one for you today. One of my favorite things about this Seahawks team is that they essentially do exactly what they said they were going to do. They don't mess around. There's no fluff. It's not fake. They don't do any like, oh, no, we want to be a tough team and then go out and trade for Jimmy Graham. They don't do any of the like, oh, no, we want to run the ball, but we're going to try to throw it 5 times to start every game. They say what they want to do, and then they accomplish it. I know that sounds simple, but as we've seen over the years in all sports, it is really hard to stick to your guns and actually deliver on being the type of team that you say you want to be. And, I mean, we've had this conversation for I don't know how long. You know how much it drives me crazy. Tell me what you want to do, and then go out and do it.
Yep.
And if you don't do it, then don't get mad when I say, hey, that's not what you said you wanted to do. You're floating.
Yep.
You're flip-flopping. You're not sticking to the mission statement that you made at the beginning and said this is the type of team you want to be. Hey, we want to be a really fast, speedy base running team. Cool. Why did you just get 12 home run hitters who clog the bases?
Yep.
Hey, we want to be a home run hitting team. Cool. Hey, we got here's a good example. Here's an old one, and the Mariners have gotten so much better about this. Hey, we want to control the zone. Cool. What'd you do? Well, we just traded for D. Gordon. Like,
you don't do that.
He didn't do that.
Nope.
Like, he doesn't do that at all. Oh, no, we're going to teach him to do it. No, you're not. Look, they've gotten so much better, so I don't mean to bring up an old wound, but, like, that one always, that one jumped out to me the other day, actually, as they were trading for Brandon Donovan. And I was like, oh, yeah, he fits what they want to do.
That's fit.
This is such a better way of doing business than, like, let's try D. Gordon and see what happens.
Sure.
Like, well, he's not an on-base guy. He's a batting average guy. He swings at everything. This dude does exactly what the Mariners say they want to do. He does control the zone, or what do they call it now? Dominate the zone. He does it very well. So I think the Seahawks have done an excellent job this year of saying what they wanted to do and then going out and doing it. They call plays that way. Hey, we want to be complimentary. They are. We want to be complete. Well, they do focus on all 3 phases of the game, and each part of it complements the other. They say that, what did Mike say? We want to be loose and focused. Man, I don't know that any team has done a better job of being loose, but also not taking a ton of dumb penalties and being very focused on all of those details over the course of every game this year. So, I mean, you name it. Whatever it is they've said they want to go out and do, I feel like they've then gone out and done it, and I got a lot of respect for that.
I think there's a couple things that come to my mind through this conversation, and I've said this to you over the course of the year, and that is, man, this is just kind of the peak cycle time. Like in the cycle and the evolution of teams, the way this NFL works, right? Whether you call it the window being wide open or whatever, but from contracts, from incentive, from a mix of young and old. I went through the roster construction yesterday, and you got 16 undrafted guys. You got 16 top-end first and second round contributors. Just like, man, it is really in this kind of equilibrium, this kind of sweet spot. And I think from this perspective, Mike is in like the building mode. And if last year was laying some of the foundation, and he was learning as well of the messaging and the conviction and the clarity and all the things that we hear, like, man, it is, you're like in the sweetest spot I think you can be in right now with that, Salk. This is what we are. This is who we are. I don't have to kind of pay somebody or try to convince somebody, or, man, I've got guaranteed money to that guy and I got to try to have him just stick. That was last year. That was some last year, right? That was, hey, with DK and with Gino and with Tyler and where all those guys were contractually, like, hey, we got to kind of massage that. Not now, not this crew. Like, this is our clarity. This is our vision. We're all on board. And from Abe Lucas yesterday to Rashid Shaheed a half an hour ago, what is it? What's the secret sauce? Yeah, man, it's real clear. Like, the messaging is really clear. And you know what? Everybody's grabbing that oar, and we're all rowing that thing and that messaging together.
Clarity is a good word, Brock. Yeah, I like that, and I think you're absolutely right to use it.
Pete was a lot of things. Pete was so many beautiful things.
I always wondered about this, right?
He was so many amazing things, and he brought so much juice and so much charisma and so much passion, and the guys loved him, and he was so many things.
But did you always wonder if anyone could understand whatever the heck he was talking about?
But at times, like, just the total, like,
the gobbledygook
clarity.
Yeah, you're like, what?
Yeah. And I think John,
I always assumed that he was a little more clear with them than he was with us. I assumed it because I couldn't understand how else it could possibly work, right? Like, I always assumed, like, yeah, he kind of gobbledygooks for us when he doesn't really want to answer the question.
But what's funny is
But I can't imagine
Schneider's
he would do that
on
with
set
them.
the other night, Monday night with the Insiders, right? And he's kind of doing his Pete thing, and he's meandering, and
But again, I think that's for us. I don't think that's for them.
No, I think that's true. But he even said, he goes, what's great about Mike? He's not like me. It is clear. It is concise. It is
there's no
right to
doubt.
the point.
The clarity with Mike is very, very obvious.
Yes.
And remember, we talked about what you're looking for in a leader, and some people said humility, and that was not atop my list. But clarity has to be there, because if you don't understand what it is your leader wants from you, how do you go out and do it? How do you go out and accomplish it? And I think you're right. That's got to be a reason why they were able to clearly state, here's what we want to do, and then go out and do it. And it's why 12 is 1 works. It's why MOB works. It's why chasing edges works. It's why loose and focused works.
It's why on this day, as they get to work about an hour and a half from us here, south down in San Jose at San Jose State, right? It's like, hey, I think guys are going to be excited to, like, lock in. All right, this has been a lot of media, a lot of chaos, a lot of running around. Can we just kind of get back to our structure and our routine and our habits, and the Cooper Kupps and the Leonard Williams and the Sam Darnolds and the guys that are equally wired that way? Like, let's go. Let's lock in, right? We're loose. We're fun. But can we get to focus time so we can lift that trophy on Sunday?
And I think they really do. Again, of all the teams that would get me worried about how are they going to handle Super Week and all that.
Right.
Not this one, man. No. Even though they've never been here, it just does not strike me as a group that is going to have any problem with it because of all of the things you just said and all of the ways in which Mike's philosophy lends itself to this. His system lends itself to having to deal with distractions, to having to deal with the next level, the next challenge. Stacking plays, another Mike McDonaldism that he's used a lot. Man, I'm not even in their meeting rooms, and I feel like we know all these because he's used them so much with us. You just kind of wait and see which question, which challenge.
You're going to jump on all these sets, Salk. You're going to jump on all these shows.
Yeah.
And I'm going to have to hear, little tidbits of, it's mission over bowl. It's chasing edges. It's stacking. It's
it took us a little while, I think, to understand them all. Once I did,
makes sense.
They all kind of fit together
it's
very
like
well.
Morris said about Brenna, the engineer. Like, Brenna can make it make sense.
Yeah.
Very few engineers can make it make sense. She makes it make sense.
I spent some time as a lobbyist before I got into this business, which and
I know lobbying, or I know that you did that.
You know that I did it. A local lobbyist in Los Angeles. It was a job I did for a couple of years. But that's essentially what that job was. It was to take a lot of the confusing, detail-oriented analysis done by lawyers and other people who kind of operate
all the gobbledygook and make it simplify and
simplify it to a politician, a city council person, whatever, and say, here's what this really means. That's really what that job was. I mean, there were other parts to it, but that was sort of at its core what it should have been. There's other reasons it gets a little messy, as you might imagine, but that's what it should have. What it should have been, and that's really what you're saying. Like, hey, and by the way. Of course, doesn't that fit with Mike McDonald's defensive scheme? Trying to make the complicated look simple for the team, but then complicated for the other side?
Yep, exactly. Exactly, buddy. Are you ready to do a little Blue 88?
I think I almost have to be. Oh, you're ready already?
I'm so ready for
Brock
Blue.
is so ready. He wants to go 2 minutes
Lau,
early.
you ready to go Blue 88? I'm ready.
You're not going to get
This is Brock and Salk's Blue 88, powered by Xfinity.
We're going to go red, right, tight, close, sprint left, G, U corner, halfback, flat, on one. Ready?
Brock Heward tackles 3 football questions as only he can.
Blue 88.
Now here's your hosts, Brock Heward and Mike Salk.
All right, Brock, 3 good football questions. I was hoping you'd do some full cadence for us here on Radio Row. But, Brock, what are some of the other ripple effects on the Seahawks staff with the departure of Kubiak to Vegas?
Yeah, I think you've heard a lot of people say John Benton, Rick Dennison. I think you asked Stephen DJ about those guys yesterday and the importance of...
Actually, I asked Abe Lucas about them.
You did. How are we going to keep these guys around, and how are you going to keep this brain trust and all? But you know who we've not talked about? And I was actually listening to a national broadcast yesterday, because sometimes we're too close to it. What's that whole forest and trees thing? Yeah. The defensive guys he could take. Adam Dirty. He's the defensive coordinator, but he doesn't call the plays. And would he be somebody that he brings with him? The Carl Scott, the secondary coach, who's done a really good job with the Spoons and the other Josh, all of them. Pretty beloved guy on that side of it, too. I think you get so hyper-focused on Kubiak thinking, okay, how many of the offensive guys are going to take? Well, hold on a second. Right? He's had to face this defense, and Mike McDonald calls it, but guess what he gets to see every day? He gets to see Dirty as the defensive coordinator, and he gets to watch Carl Scott. And so that's one of the little ripple effects, too, somebody brought up, and I was like, oh, no, not him, too. Like, no, I don't want to see any of that. We're only 2 years into this thing. I don't want to see any of them leave, but that's also the nature of this league. It's why this league is so hard to sustain and so hard to win and so hard to do what New England did for 20 years and nobody else has been able to do, because you do lose good people. And there are going to be good people that are going to go out that door. I just hope it's not too many of them.
All right, question number 2. I know you're studying some Milton Williams.
Yes.
And he's like the one guy, right? DJ told us if the Patriots win this game, Milton Williams is going to be the MVP. What did you see?
You know who came to mind? Coach Carroll. Because how many times did Coach Carroll sit with us, Salk, for year after year after year, after every LA Rams game in St. Louis early on when we were still there, and he would say, Aaron Donald. You know what makes Aaron Donald unique? He's 280 pounds and he runs 4.5. And there's not many humans that do it. So I was like, let me look at this Milton Williams guy, because when I watch him and I watch a tape, I don't see Michael Bennett. I appreciate DJ and others referencing him as in the versatility of it, moving up and down the line. You know who I see? Aaron Donald Light. And you want to know what? You go to his bio and you know what you see at the Combine, Salk? 6'3", 285, ran 4.6, jumped 38, bench press 225 35 times. You see a freak of nature physically. And, he's not been Aaron Donald. The stats don't say any of that. So I'm not, I'm not a scaredy cat. But you see a dynamic, powerful athlete. And you do see a physical mismatch with that burst and that speed that if Anthony Bradford and Jalen Sundell and those guys are not locating and communicating him, he will absolutely puncture you. He will destroy the point of attack. He will, take over series and knock you off the field in the 3 and out. Yeah, they're going to have and they'll have a really good plan for him. But that dude, really, really, really athletic.
All right. Question number 3.
No,
not really.
No,
I don't want to hear that at all. I know he's a good player, though. Question number 3.
I just athletic. Wow, loud.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. It's very loud from the student station. We have to figure that out. Chargers, Texans, Brock, and the Broncos defenses. They got some pressure, right? They got after Drake May. What worked, and what can the Seahawks do about it to help?
Yeah. So I went back, and again, thanks to NFL researcher with some of this, Salk. Hi, Lyle. You working the 1s and 2s back there, or what? What's going on? We good? Yeah, why? Okay, hi, Lyle. Anywho, Pro Football Focus. This was an NFL researcher. Pro Football Focus in those 3 games, Salk, turning pressures to sacks. and I've said this about Matthew Stafford. One of the hard things, you can pressure him, but the Seahawks just couldn't sack him but one time in 3 games. What has happened with these 3 elite defenses in the playoffs against Drake May is they have turned pressures to sacks. He was good in the regular season. He was good at avoiding them. That young offensive line on the left side, he didn't get sacked nearly as much as you would think with the pressure, but how about this number right here? During the regular season, the worst pressure to sack rate for any quarterback in the league was Geno Smith. When he got pressured, he got sacked 26% of the time. In New England's 3 playoff games, those 3 playoff games, sacked 5 times, 5 times, 5 times. Do you know what that number was for Drake May? If 25.9, so 1 out of 4 times in the regular season when Geno was pressured, he got sacked. That was a league worst. Do you know what Drake May has been in the playoffs, those 3 teams? 46%. When he's been pressured, he's been sacked. He's not avoided. He's not gotten the ball out. He's really struggled with that. So those 3 fronts, and they're good fronts. They're not, Houston's the only one I would put up there. Well, Denver's pretty good too. I mean, they're the elite fronts in the AFC. They pressured, they sacked. I hope those numbers stay the same Sunday. And if they do, the Seahawks win. If he gets pressured and sacked at those kind of rates and numbers, the Seahawks will lift the Lombardi Trophy.
Sounds pretty good to me. That is today's late version of Blue 88. Everything's kind of in flux while we're down here because you got to be flexible. You got to be able to move things around and work around everybody's schedule.
Like Maura was in the bucket seats last night. She was very athletic, very nimble. She thought it was.
She didn't go down as hard as the poor woman we saw walking into the event. Oh my gosh! There was like a low stone bench.
Cement blocks that were part of the landscaping, and she turned to talk to her friend, was wheeling a suitcase and didn't see it. Yeah, that looked bad.
That looked bad.
That hurts.
Yeah, no, she was in the blue medical tent after that for a while, trying to get that dealt with, and then Maura went down. So it was, it was a wild night at the media party, waiting in lines and dealing with very hot buses and all of that. You know, Brock, you bring up the idea of Adam Dirty or any of these guys leaving, and I think if Mike were here, he would talk about how the incredible contributions that they've made this year and how he doesn't do it alone. And these guys have really done a great job of making him look better as the head guy. And he's very selfless that way. And I believe him. I truly believe he listens to those guys and they help make him better. But I also simultaneously believe that his process and the process of John Schneider, that their process together will find somebody else who can do that. That's not to say it's going to be exactly the same, and I know there's a brain drain, and those guys are good. It's not to take anything away from their contribution. I believe in it. I just also believe that Mike will find other people who can contribute the right way as well, because I think he's pretty good at this. I think he's good at finding it.
It's another thing that Sean McVay has really had a lot of success at, right? He's probably had more coaches poached than almost anyone.
He's got 4 of his offensive coordinators that are present head coaches. 4.
Yeah.
And it's not like he's been at it 40 years.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Everybody who's there, they leave.
Yeah, Kevin O'Connell leaves, and Liam Cohen leaves, and the LaFleur brothers leave, and they're all head coaches. 1/8 of the NFL.
And, I mean, again, put Mike McDaniel on that list, even though he wasn't the offensive coordinator. He was another one in that role. And Shane Waldron was another guy. And, like, these guys have all been plucked out of there. Maybe the Waldron one ended up helping them when it was all said and done. Who knows? But you get my point. I believe in Mike's process.
Yeah.
It's not to say those losses won't be felt, but I really do believe in the process.
And John's heavily involved in that as well. And remember, that was the one thing, maybe the final sticking point, frankly, between Pete and John in the end, was John wanted more of that clarity, of that vision, of that decision-making with the coaching staff, because, you know, you could say, oh, they'll find the next one. But once, you know, you lost Gus and you were fine with Dan, but once Dan left, the next 2 or 3 or 4 didn't really...
they weren't able to continue to find that next generation. And I just think that this, again, process, I think works very well. And certainly it did this past year. When they've had the time to do it, I got a lot of faith that they'll find ways to get it done. All right. Well, here we are. We're at Radio Row. It is definitely filled up over the course of the last, hour or so. It's not just the college radio stations. There's a lot of other stations that are out here, and a lot of the TV stuff is getting going.
Seems like we got something soccer over there. You want me to go get you a soccer guest, Salk?
Oh, for the World Cup. Should we tee up the World Cup, Salk? You interested?
No. No. Why would they be doing that here? What a terrible
It's a
idea.
pretty big stage, Salk. It's radio is a pretty big deal.
Oh,
pretty big
no.
deal.
Oh, yeah, it says FIFA over there. Oh, no, absolutely not. No, but there is a lot of cool stuff going on, and we've been just sort of walking around and checking out the scene, and we have not pounced on any guests yet because we're discerning. We're not just going to jump on everybody. We didn't want the person to come on and, just talk to us about the Super Bowl parties and whatnot. So we'll be discerning. We're looking out for your best interests.
Yes.
But rest assured, there is a lot going on here, and we're going to have a lot of fun over the course of the next couple of days. We still got an hour to go this morning, and then we'll probably stick around for a little while, see what we can tape, and get some stuff ready for tomorrow as well. We want to make the best of it. It's pretty darn cool to be here. The Seahawks are in the Super Bowl, and you'll hear it right here on Seattle Sports on 710.
It's Super Bowl week.
Not super week, like super week.
Let's go!
It's going down.
The home of the Seahawks, Seattle Sports, is broadcasting live from Radio Row in San Francisco all week with Brock and Salk at 6 a.m., Bump and Stacy 10 to 2, Wyman and Bob 2 to 6, with bonus coverage 6 to 8.
Powered by WGU.
From the only station where you hear Rabel and Wyman call the Seahawks in Super Bowl 60.
Touchdown, Seahawks!
Seattle Sports.
Hey, Brock Hewitt here for my friends at People Come First, or PCF Construction Group. You really do. People come first. And if you're tired of grilling in the cold and the rain every winter in the Pacific Northwest, well, with a patio cover, a heater, and a fireplace from PCF like they built at our place, you can enjoy your outdoor deck or patio all year long, staying warm and dry no matter what the weather comes in the winter months. Take advantage right now, too, of off-season savings through February 15th. Another week or so left, and where you're going to get up to 10% off your entire project, plus 12 months with no payments and no interest. 10% off your entire project. Most people, I know you don't consider building the deck in the winter, but if you want yours ready by next spring and summer, then you got to contact PCF now to start planning. Spend the winter dreaming and designing your project so you're ready to build by the spring. Planning permits take a little time, so get started right now and take advantage of 10% off. Get all your project ideas, browse your photos, and find all the offer details at PCFgroup.com. That's PCFgroup.com.
Lee Johnson Auto Family, the LJ way.
When you buy a new vehicle from Lee Johnson, you'll get a lifetime powertrain warranty included.
30 years ago, Davis Law Group was founded to be the best law firm for our clients and our community. Our core values are to win, help, and serve. It means our success is defined by the difference we make in our clients' lives and the impact we can have in our community. Not by giant settlement checks or shiny offices. Our mission to lift up the vulnerable extends beyond the courtroom to our charity partners, promoting safety, uplifting students, accident victims, foster youth, and the elderly. If you've been injured and want better results for your claim and for all of Washington, call Davis Law Group today.
Bob Stelton here, and if you've had LASIK or EVO ICL to get out of those glasses and contacts, you know how freeing it was. I had LASIK, but when I got older, I started to need reading glasses to see my phone or a restaurant menu. That's when I went to K2 Vision for a refractive lens exchange, and it was a game changer. If you'd like to rid yourself from all glasses, including readers and bifocals, learn about K2 Vision RLE at their free live webinar this Thursday at noon. It's a perfect opportunity to meet Doctors Kopstein and King and have them answer your questions about K2 Vision RLE, like how is RLE different from LASIK and EVO ICL? Why won't I get cataracts after RLE? How does the light adjustable lens work? And lots more. The light adjustable lens is the premier technology for those who have had LASIK and now want to get rid of reading glasses. Plus, never get a cataract. K2 Vision has done more light adjustable lens procedures than anybody else in the country. Join the free live webinar this Thursday at noon. Register at K2VisionRLE.com. K2VisionRLE.com.
What is that sound? Ugh, that sounds like a plumbing sound. Luckily, there's a company that fixes all the plumbing sounds across Puget Sound. That's All Sound Plumbing. Puget Sound's plumbing experts. Have a sound? Visit allsoundplumbing.com.
Get ready, because it's here. The first huge public online auction of the year from James G. Murphy Company, February 5th through 10 a.m. Thursday, February the 12th. We're stacked and packed with a vast assortment of heavy construction equipment, trucks, trailers, and more, like 17 excavators, 6 dozers, including a 2012 John Deere 700K XLT, 4 wheel loaders, a grader, a 2021 Kenworth T270 propane delivery truck, a 2023 Volvo Auto Transporter, 6 Peterbilt 567 tractors, 6 dump trucks, forklifts, boom lifts, loaders, graders, and utility trucks. But wait, there's more. Like over 100 unused gas-powered excavators, flatbed trucks, and on and on. We are on fire with gear. Preview all items Tuesday and Wednesday, February 10th and 11th at our location in Marysville. Do not miss the first huge public online auction of the new year. Check MurphyAuction.com for all details. MurphyAuction.com.
Gold demand is skyrocketing to record highs. As more Americans rush to preserve their savings, will there be enough gold? I'm Dr. Ron Paul, and I believe physical gold is the only way to truly protect your 401k or IRA savings. Gold offers tangible security that can't be tracked, stolen, or inflated. That's why I strongly advocate for gold IRAs. To learn more, text the word SECURE to 989898 now. Birch Gold Group will send you a free info kit on gold IRAs. Birch Gold is the only gold company I trust, and their thousands of great reviews prove I'm not alone. So don't wait another second. Protect your retirement savings today and see how easy it is to move your IRA or 401k into physical precious metals. Text SECURE to the number 989898 for your free gold IRA info kit. Again, SECURE to 989898.
Message and data rates may apply.
4 more days until Super Bowl 60.
And this is the only place you'll hear Steve Rabel and Dave Wyman call the Seahawks and Patriots in the Super Bowl. KIRO AM Seattle and KIRO FM HD2 Tacoma.
This hour is brought to you by Davis Law Group.
This is Brock and Salk.
Broadcasting live from Radio Row in San Francisco. Powered through the Quantum Fiber Studio.
Ahead of Super Bowl 60 between the Patriots and Seahawks on Seattle Sports.
Now, here are your hosts, Brock Eward and Mike Salk.
Oh boy, here we are at Radio Row. Pretty darn cool, man. Super week. We only get to come down here when the Seahawks are here, and they are, man. Yes. They are in the Super Bowl, and it's cool to see everything going on around us. We got like I didn't even know CNBC, which is business, right? That's their business channel. CNBC is like a huge CNBC sports set going on next to us. Oh, yeah. That's a whole thing.
Look at the uplighting and the downlighting.
Yeah, that is a professional deal.
Yeah,
we have some of that. We have, Trevor sitting here with like a flashlight over our head and letting me, putting me in the best light.
You know, you said something to me yesterday, Salk. I just got to... And it's right, and it's factual, and you in no means was it derogatory in any way, but you had mentioned in my 6 years never getting to this stage, and we were close, playing the AFC Championship game, actually played the Patriots and played Damon on the other side, and it was the year, I think they went on to beat either the Panthers or the Eagles in the Super Bowl, and so we were pretty close. But I am just reminded every time we're here in 13 and 14, 05 for me way back when, of how unbelievably enormous all of this is. And yet when we talk to Abe and Rashid and these guys, like they are so away from all of it. It's this really weird dichotomy that this is just a and it is.
But the stage is even bigger than anything they've ever imagined.
Yes.
Yeah, I was thinking about that the other day. And even the question to Rashid Shaheed earlier about, like, have you always been fast? And he's talking about being 5 years old on the playground, just being faster than everyone. For those of us who have never experienced a full stadium, maybe we've played youth whatever, high school whatever, and you get a little bit more people in a high school gym or in a high school football field or whatever. For those of, maybe you've experienced some D3 college sports or something like that, where maybe there's a couple hundred, maybe a couple thousand people. All right, Brock, obviously you experienced college sports at the major D1 level. These guys are in the NFL, 65,000 going crazy. And last week there were 40-something million people watching. This is bigger.
Yes, it is.
This is bigger than that.
Yes, it
like
is.
this is much bigger than that. This is such a huge thing. And yeah, instead of 40 million, it's 85 to 100
Yeah,
million.
the only thing, like a little bit of equivalency, was like when we would go to a bowl game and we go to the Aloha Bowl or the Holiday Bowl, and we played some good bowls and went to the Rose Bowl a number of times, you know, in the national title year in '91 is a family with that, where you know stuff is going on, like family and friends are all in town and they're all doing their thing and they're enjoying these events, and you're just starting to now kind of like lock in.
But do you feel it? I mean, like in the back of your mind, you have to know that there's 100 million people watching.
Yes. Do you know that? I think it was the.
Don't pick your nose.
It might
or
have been
something,
the Aloha or the Oahu. I remember, and this was pre-melatonin days. But I had like the most vivid dream that I had this amazing game. I threw for like 400 yards, and then I woke up and I was like, "Crap." You know, that the game didn't happen yet. It felt so good. Like, you know, I think my mind was so locked into and getting ready for the game, and it was so real and so vivid and so amazing. And then I woke up, I'm like, oh, that was just a dream. You know, and for these guys, honestly, and it's why I think each day when we talk to these Seahawks, I think you started this with a coach or whatever, like, what memory? I think you asked McDonald, like, what's your Super Bowl memories? Mm-hmm. Because we all have them. They're all shared experiences. Everybody in this building, right, is if you were to say, hey, you know, give me your Super Bowl memory. What's one of your first? What do you remember? Yeah, I remember David Neiswanger's house and playing dunk hoop in the barn at halftime, right, of the 85 Patriots Bears, and watching the fridge and watching, you know, the, Bud Heavy versus Bud Light in the Bud Bowl.
Yeah.
Yes, the
Billy
Bowl.
Bud, Bobby Bud.
Yeah,
of course. Bringing out the kitchen sink,
What
everything but
happened
the
to
kitchen sink.
Yeah, what
the
happened-
washer, the dryer, and
What
the
happened to the
kitchen
Bud
sink.
Bowl? Where did it go?
Well, I think eventually,
Did it
like
run
most
out of enough storylines?
Yes. There's only so many ways you can make bottles of
Wasn't
Bud
there
Light.
a Puppy Bowl too? Wasn't there
Yeah, the
some-
Puppy Bowl's still around.
Is it?
Yeah,
All
that
right.
still has its thing. But no, I think you're right. There are very few things that I have done every single year of my life. I mean, since age whatever, 6, 7, whatever that number is. There are very few things that I could tell you I did every single year.
Yep.
And watching the Super Bowl is one of them. I've never missed a Super Bowl.
Yeah, I mean, you go through all these banners, so we could go through it. We're not going to do it. Maybe, you know, off air we can do it. And you go through all these different Super Bowls. And I don't know if just looking at the picture, I need to see the helmets.
Yeah.
But I guarantee you.
I could have a memory from
A
it.
memory.
Yep.
Yeah, Stan Gelbaugh's lack of chin.
Yep.
He had no chin. Yeah, why do you even wear a chin strap? Poor guy, like his neck went into his face. Like he didn't even have a chin on him. Grogan's neck roll, like as he runs out to play quarterback. Like, what are we doing? Right? Neil O'Donnell. Like, I just go through all of them. And our guys.
Humphreys.
Stan Humphreys. Oh, Stan Humphreys. Oof.
Poor guy.
Yeah, he got,
Like a chipmunk.
Yes, he got hammers.
He did not do well.
No, that was not.
No, but you're right. I feel like I could tell you where I was for each of them.
Yep.
What one thing I remember from
I
that
said
game.
Gelbaugh. I meant Humphreys.
That's
Thank
what
you
I
for
thought. I was like,
correcting.
who's
Yes.
Stan Gelbaugh?
No, he was an old Seahawk.
I know. I was going to
never
let it go.
He
'cause
never played in the Super Bowl.
I didn't know who you were talking
Stan
about.
Humphreys.
Okay.
With Bobby Ross
There we
coaching, and
go.
they get their doors blown. Like, you can go through all of them.
Natron Means.
And I'm sure
The
many of you
Natron
listening
bomb.
right now are in the same boat. And what's so cool is our team on Sunday with these guys that we love, that we really, like, this team is so, like our Mariner team, so chock full of lovable, real good dudes.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to get to watch them on this stage along with all this madness.
Did you see
and
Chris
chaos.
Pratt is going to introduce them?
I did.
How do you feel about that?
He's not Kurt Russell.
No, he's not.
No.
Can we get Kurt Russell back to do this again?
He's a little more current than Kurt Russell, guys.
Maura.
What?
Whoa. Why
He's
she
been in some pretty big movies. I feel like you guys are living in the past.
Why she got to hurt us like that?
I know, Maura. That is a cheap
Lyle.
shot.
Maura, I'm just vibing.
It's not. It's not
feeling
about
good.
their current Q score. It's about the fact that Kurt
We
Russell.
didn't ask for Goldie Hawn.
Kurt Russell is tough and has this like.
Yeah.
He's got a heaviness to
He's
him.
74 now. Is he still tough?
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
Just wondering.
Go watch Miracle again, Maura. He's still plenty tough. Go watch Escape from L.A. Snake Plissken. He's still plenty
Do we need
tough.
to play the open of the 2013 Super Bowl
Do
where
we
he
need to play-
introduced him, Maura? With Metallica?
Your rules are beginning to annoy me. Yeah, Maura. He's still plenty
The text
tough.
line says we all agree with Maura. Another one says Pratt is a top 5 box office ever actor.
All right, here's my question about Chris Pratt. And it's just a question. Is he a real Seattle sports fan?
Oh.
Is it real?
I mean, do you have to be? Kurt Russell wasn't a Seahawks.
But that's
sports
why
fan.
they're going Chris Pratt, because of the Seattle thing.
The connection?
Right. So
Are you questioning the connection?
I'm asking.
You're asking.
Is there, because, I don't know, I've never really heard it. I know that he's been around, like, and in front of some of these Seattle moments.
Can we get him on the show and kind of test? Can we kind of feel that out? Put him through a little, like, is this real or not?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
mean,
want to know.
Says when he was 7, they moved to Lake Stevens, Washington.
Yeah, no, I know he's from here.
Okay.
Oh, I thought you meant, like, did
No.
he jump on the bandwagon?
No, I knew he was a Seattle local guy, but I'm wondering, is he like a real fan?
Is he really? Yeah.
Is he really in it? Like, does he care? Does he watch all the games? Is he invested? Does he listen to sports
You want to get him on and quiz him?
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's exactly what I want to
As
do.
a woman, I've been put through that at like every sports bar that you go to. So I approve of putting a man through that.
Well, let's do it. In
Approve
fact,
his
Maura,
fandom.
I'd like you to do it.
That's right. You come
Let's
up with all
turn the
questions.
tables, get Chris Pratt on this
That's
show,
right. Yeah.
and have you asking questions
That's
about
exactly
Seattle
right.
sports.
Oh, you're a fan? I've had this conversation
Yeah.
before at a bar. All right, let's see. Name our starting D-line.
Yeah. You should do that.
Boy, you did that pretty good right there.
I know.
I've experienced it quite a few times.
This is an imitation that's right up Maura's alley.
And then the more insulting part is that you name like one player and they're like, oh, you do know.
Oh, you're a girl and you know. Oh, my gosh. Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Well, all right. I just would like to see Chris Pratt tested a little bit.
Yeah.
I would like to know that it's the real deal and not that he's like putting himself, using the Seahawks for marketing.
Gotcha.
That's all. I just want to make
Don't
sure
use
it's the
us.
real deal.
Yeah,
I don't want to get used. Thank you, Brock.
You're welcome.
That's well said. We'll come back here. We will give you guys everything you need to know live from Radio Row. This is so fun. It's really cool. We only have a little while left, and then, of course, tomorrow and Friday. Going to be great. We'll be right back. It's Brock and Salk on your home for the Seahawks in the Super Bowl. Seattle Sports on 710, seattlesports.com.
This is what it's all about, right?
We are going to the Super Bowl.
The pure joy.
It's a great time to be alive for Seattle fans.
It's why we're 12s.
Super Bowl, baby, let's go.
And Sunday, when history is written in Super Bowl 60, isn't there only one voice you want to hear tell the story?
A one-hander, JSN.
Wherever you are on Sunday, listen to Steve Rabel call the Seahawks and Patriots in Super Bowl 60, live and free on the Seattle Sports app.
All right, I don't know how your home operates and whether or not you check your heating bills every month, but when it gets cold out, it really shouldn't change that much as long as your insulation is up to snuff. If not, though, that's brutal, just murder on the wallet. So here's what you want to do. Call Crawl Pros, have them come out, check out your crawl space and attic hatch. They'll do that for free. They'll do a full corner-to-corner inspection, just like they did at my house. They will go where you don't want to. And then if you got a problem with your insulation, which is exactly what I had, they'll get that fixed, and then they'll help you with the price, because if you are a PSE customer and your home was built before 1990, you could get a rebate to cover up to 95% of the cost of the insulation job, and Crawl Pros will walk you through all of those options. If you are worried anything is going on in your crawl space or attic, talking critters, water intrusion, mold, plumbing issues, yeah, maybe even one of those rats that Maura and Brock and I saw cruising across the street in our walk over here. Regardless, call Crawl Pros or go to crawlpros.com.
Stacy here. Sell your car to Wayscar Ford, and when they resell it, they share half their profit with you. That's right. Sell your car to Wayscar Ford, Isuzu, and Auburn. They'll pay you today for your car, and once they resell it, they'll share half their profit with you. WayscarFord.com.
Hi, Chuck here at Frank Lumber the Door Store. As we turn the corner on a new year and start planning for home projects and better weather, now is the time to come in and see all we have to offer. Our bargain barn is loaded with great deals with many exterior and interior options. And if you need your order quicker, now is the time of year to take advantage of our pre-hung and popular matchup service. Come visit our showroom and bargain barn in Shoreline. And don't forget to check us out online at franklumber.com.
Gear up for the big game at Simply Seattle. Shop official Seahawks playoffs gear and custom Simply original designs. Shop in-store or online and enter to win a $1,000 shopping spree now at simplyseattle.com.
That's another amazing run by Team USA.
Mom, think I'll be on Team USA one day?
Well, I'll take this one.
What? Are you speaking to us?
Yes, and to answer your question, anything's possible, especially with Xfinity.
So, I can be the best snowboarder ever?
Well, I can't guarantee that, but Xfinity can guarantee that your internet price won't change for 5 years.
Okay. What if I practice every day?
Then maybe you'll be snowboarding for Team USA at the next Olympic Winter Games. And Mom, you'll still be paying the same price for Wi-Fi.
Ooh, really stuck the landing there. It's the Xfinity Gold Medal Celebration. Now through February 22nd, get our best price on gig Wi-Fi for 5 years guaranteed, just $50 a month. Plus, get Peacock Premium included for 2 years. That's a $10.99 value per month. Xfinity. Imagine that. Proud partner of Team USA. Restrictions apply. Requires paperless billing and auto pay with stored bank account. Taxes and fees extra. Actual speeds vary.
Who did it best in 2025? Vote now for the Sports Stars and Story of the Year at seattlesports.org and help choose the winners of the 91st Annual Sports Star of the Year Awards, presented by Microsoft. From collegiate champions to the standouts across our professional teams, make your choice and come celebrate Washington's biggest night out for sports on March 13th. Vote now and get tickets at seattlesports.org. We'll see you there.
And the Seahawks are going back to the Super Bowl.
Home of the Seahawks in Super Bowl 60. Seattle Sports on 710 and the Seattle Sports app.
Good Dog Auto Glass.
When the stakes are high, you want the best on your team. When your windshield breaks, don't settle for your insurance company's fix that's just safe enough. Trust Good Dog Auto Glass, where the quality isn't light. We do all the things the little guys don't, and we do all the things the big guy does.
We answer the phone when you call, we work for you, and we will walk you through the insurance process. Visit GoodDogAutoGlass.com, Puget Sound's most trusted auto glass company, and get more bang for your bark.
Yay to Bruce, the streaming king.
With quantum fiber internet, he's gonna binge.
He wants more, he's got to have more.
More bedtime true crime.
More podcasts in the shower.
Quantum fiber Wi-Fi has the power. More fast internet speed.
He's got the geeks to go big, bring him the game.
Right now.
And his royal we.
More sports non-stop, his quantum fiber's on top. Yay to you.
Switch today at quantumfiber.com. Limited availability, service and speed in select locations only.
This is the story of the one. As an HVAC technician, he and his digital multimeter are in high demand. So when a noisy office HVAC turns out to be a failing blower motor, he doesn't break a sweat. With Grainger's easy-to-use website and product information, he selects the product he needs to keep everything humming right along. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
This year's tax changes. Better not get caught snoozing. Miss one deduction, lose thousands. Not amusing.
Big tax changes can mean bigger refunds at Jackson Hewitt. And right now, get $100 just to try us.
Don't worry, tax filers. If money is tight, get $100 from Jackson Hewitt, so you'll sleep better at night.
Limited time offer for new clients. Participating locations only. Details at jacksonhewitt.com.
Need to know.
15 minutes past every hour with Brock and Salk.
Here's what you need to know. Up first.
Super Week in full swing. Just a couple days left of this, and this is really where it gets good. The closer you get to the game, the more people show up, the more you start to feel the energy, the vibe, all of it, all around this city. And that's with the game all the way down in Santa Clara. But it's cool having Radio Row here in the convention center. We're just a couple of blocks away in our hotel, and now back. No, we're currently in the convention center, but staying in the hotel. It's just cool vibe down here, man. It's really great to see it all.
It is funny to me during breaks, and this one in particular, I walked around, you just see these guys that have, and gals that have like 5 handlers. Like, oh, do you want so-and-so to come on your show? Oh, do you want, like, you know, and then the crowds are going to follow Gronk, or there was T.O., and remember, T.O. was an N-O-G-O in Seattle, according to Clayton back in the day.
Yeah.
Terrell Owens and CeeDee Lamb's over our shoulder here getting interviewed. It just is... I don't know. There's part of me that just kind of chuckles at some of it. Some of the show that is
part of you. How about all of you?
No, not all of me.
All of both of us.
No, there's still a part of me that just, you know.
I just think you and I like talking with some of these people, and we'll have some people on over the next few days. But in a lot of ways, you and I were not meant for Radio Row. This show is not, the Radio Row.
This is just
thing.
Brock and Salk people watch.
A little bit, yeah. Like, I think we're here to see all of this.
No, not true. Baldy's coming
I said we'll find our people.
Brandt's coming on.
We're going to find our people that we like. Yeah. But I just don't see our show as hey, do you guys want to talk to someone?
Do you want Tony Dorsett? He's endorsing the Brain Bar.
No. I don't want to talk to Tony Dorsett. Herschel Walker's coming in, too. Nah, I don't want to do that. I'm good. Do you want to talk to one of T.O.'s handlers? No, not really. You want to talk to T.O.? I guess. If he's here, but I don't need to talk to T.O.
Oh, there's Teddy Bruschi behind you.
Now Teddy's good people.
I've done some shows with Teddy Bruschi. He's great. Peoples. Now that's someone I would talk to. There you go. Anyway, Mike McDonald was forced to talk to the media yesterday, and he did so much more explaining of kind of where this team is at and how they came to be. He talked about this meeting here in Cut 5 where the players really started to understand and buy in.
Well, I think at this point, or that point last year, we were kind of a little bit on a roller coaster. There were some ups and downs to the season, facing some adversity. We had some turnover in our roster. So I just think we're at a inflection point of where we want to go. And so I think it just that was the time for us as a group to really say, okay, look, this is what we're trying to create. Doesn't matter what it's going to take. Let's be committed to the process. Let's go make it happen. And to the guys' credit, they've done it. Our coach has been phenomenal with it. It's been a wild journey, and it's been a lot of fun.
Sure has, and that clarity of message, never more important than to cut through all of this, Salk, all of this chaos and all this outside noise, and everybody wants a piece of you, and for the players too, for him to give them a real safe place over the days ahead to be like, listen, I know your family and friends are here. Mm-hmm. I know they love to take you out. I know they want to, but let's lock in on the mission over the bowl and make sure the mission is still about the Lombardi on Sunday.
Yeah, they do have a lot of these. Devin Witherspoon spoke for quite some time yesterday. This isn't on MOB, but it is on 12 as one. Cut number 6, he explains just what that motto means to this team.
I mean, it kind of self-explanatory, to be honest. We play 12 people as one. I mean, really 11, but it feels like 12 the way we swarm to the football. That's on both sides of defense, on offense and defense. But we always stay together, man. We preach that every day. Just, stay together no matter what. So as long as we got each other back, it doesn't matter what else happens. So
I would love to hear, because it would be such a window in, I would love to hear each starter explain 12 as one. And you would get little different messaging, some a little surfacey, some a little deeper, some of them a little more emotional, and that's what makes some of all those parts awesome on that side of the ball in particular.
Personally, I would like to be there and have a window into every one of their walk and talks that each group of 2 guys has done over the course of the year. What is it like when someone with Devin Witherspoon's personality walks around with Abe Lucas?
Right.
What does that sound like and feel like? Is it awkward? Is it awesome? I would really like more information on all of that.
Here's the second thing you need to know.
Meanwhile, this Patriots team is also wired very well to be here. I don't know whether they've got enough talent to beat the Seahawks, and we've kind of talked through that a lot today. But from a personality, coaching, and mission standpoint, I think they've done a really good job. I mean, the only really loud player on this team is Stephon Diggs.
And you've heard boo.
Yeah, I mean, and he's, Anyway, Mike Vrabel has been the mouthpiece probably more than anybody else, which is how it should be. And, here he is on Drake May, Cut 10, discussing why this guy's good and why he's been a candidate for the MVP award.
Well, I think it all starts with talent. I think he's extremely talented. I think he's athletic. I think he plays the position athletically and allows him to be accurate with the football, whether that's in the pocket or extended play. So he's a competitor. He's always trying to learn. Continues to build and develop as a leader. So that his success and his performance is a large part of why we're here.
We got Teddy Bruschi to our right here doing an interview, Salk, and I think of him and Vrabel and those teams. And his team reflects it this year. They are MOB too. They were all about their mission, man. It wasn't a lot of the other fluff, a lot of the other credit, a lot of the other noise. Yeah, the 2 mics are pretty aligned in that way come Sunday.
Here's the third thing you need to know.
Yeah, just drop it in quickly here. Kraken lose last night down in Anaheim. Kind of an ugly effort for them last night, which maybe they were due for.
What were they down 3-0?
Down 3-0.
Down up to 3-2.
I think I think it was 4-0, and then they scored twice in the third period. So, yeah, it just was not a good game for them. Which okay, they were due to lay an egg, but let's go back out tonight.
Let's get a point or two tonight, huh, boys?
How about 2? Let's take 2 points.
2 points tonight, boys.
And let's do it in regulation. Not give anything to the Kings, and go into the Olympic break on a positive. That would be a nice thing and an important thing for that team to do tonight. That is everything you need to know. 1/4 every hour here on the Brock and Salk Show.
Ooh, gonna be busy for our buddies when we turn these headsets over to Bump and Stacy and Wyman and Bob, and the station gonna be up and active all day long. As you do, just kind of feel like if you're in the building here with us, it's almost like the first time I went to Fenway. I was working at ESPN and got tickets from the Mariners and made the drive down to Fenway, Salk, from Bristol. And I remember sitting there, and they were great seats up behind home plate a little bit, but I just remember like the noise, the fervor just kind of bounced from right up above, and it was a constant like hum of almost energy and noise. And that's what this place is going to be today, tomorrow, and Friday, is just the noise and the energy and just the juice. Everybody wants to be a part of this thing.
Well, you mentioned the energy. You mentioned the juice. They're going to kick this thing off Sunday 3:30, and that's when we get to find out who's really got that. We've been discussing, and I think I have another thought or two that I'd like to ask you about. We'll do it next on Brock and Salk, live at the Super Bowl, man. Seattle Sports on 710.
Talk your stuff, Sam. Bump and Stacy.
Talk your stuff, Sam.
Weekdays 10 to 2.
They hating on you. They doubted you all year. They doubted this man. Oh, he hasn't done enough. Watch him play. Watch the film. National media. Get off of your couch. Stop relying on your producers. Watch the dang film, and you would have saw this coming. Sam Darnold. It's about the team. But I was so proud for Sam Darnold, man.
Only on Seattle Sports on 710 and the Seattle Sports app.
Pretty fun stuff to be sitting in the seat that we're sitting in this week, getting ready for what's coming up this weekend. Going to be an absolute blast. And if you find yourself, maybe in a situation where it's like, yeah, that's a lot of fun, but I got some other stuff going on that I got to deal with. And if that other stuff is the stress and confusion of insurance, then do what Molly and I did. My parents have done, so many of my family and friends have done. Take the First Mark Insurance Challenge. Let them be your teammate that guides you through that whole process. They've done it for years and years and years. Here's how they go to work for you. They'll analyze your current coverage, making sure you're not overpaying for the wrong coverage. Then, unlike you and me, they go to the market with dozens of major carriers they've worked with for years to find you the best fit. That's it. No stress, no confusion. They spent the last 30 years helping thousands of families successfully manage a complicated world of insurance. So please don't wait a morning longer. Take the First Mark Challenge, and I tell you, it's totally free, and you might be the next First Mark Challenge victory. Just go to firstmarkinsurance.com. It's all right there, firstmarkinsurance.com. First Mark Insurance. They work for you.
Olympic Hot Tub celebrates Seattle's star team with a massive blue and green savings blitz. Champion-level wellness at winning savings on saltwater hot tubs, swim spas, saunas, and cold plunges through Sunday. Go to olympichottub.com. Better you, better life. Go Seattle.
This week, Seattle football fans are going big, and so are Toyota of Kirkland and Toyota of Renton. Score a winning drive with the same-day test drive and take home. That's right. Find your perfect Toyota and drive it home today. Their teams are ready to help you in 2 stunning showrooms, Kirkland and Renton. Whether you're in the north or the south, they got you covered. Don't punt on savings. Make your big game move now at Toyota of Kirkland and Toyota of Renton. Visit in person or online at toyotaofkirkland.com and toyotaofrenton.com.
O'Brien. Imagine finding your dream home and moving in right away. No waiting to sell your old place first. Sounds perfect, right? That's exactly what Orchard's Move First, Sell Later program lets you do. Buy your new home now and sell the old one later. Here's how it works. Orchard gives you cash so you can buy and move into your new home first on your timeline. No waiting, no showings, no double moves. Then the Orchard experts take it from there. They handle repairs on your old home for you so you attract the right buyers. Once they're done, a local Orchard agent lists and sells your home for top dollar. Orchard's Move First program gives you the freedom to buy and move into your new home first and sell your old home later. Buy before you sell and get top dollar for your home with Orchard. Ready to find out how much your home is worth? Visit Orchard.com to get your free home valuation. That's Orchard.com.
I started Davis Law Group in 1994 to fight for the underdog. And as our team has grown, we've stayed true to that mission. Today, Davis Law Group is known for providing excellent service and even better results. Visit WashingtonAccidentBooks.com to get your free book on car accident law.
Look, we're all getting excited about the big game. And when it comes to football, one of the most important things to think about is your snacks. It's Mike Salk here. Make sure to put Daisy Sour Cream Dips on your list this year. Daisy Sour Cream Dips are so creamy, so flavorful, you'd swear they were made from scratch. That's because they're made with ingredients you can actually find in your kitchen. No preservatives, no artificial ingredients. They're great with chips or wings or veggies, whatever you got going on. So look for delicious Daisy French Onion Dip and Creamy Ranch at your local grocery store.
Home of the NFC champion Seahawks.
We are going to the Super Bowl.
Seattle Sports on 710 and the Seattle Sports app.
Ready for your next chapter? At Edmonds Village, discover independent living that's truly exceptional. Premium apartments, all-inclusive chef-prepared dining, and a vibrant community in beautiful Edmonds, Washington. Call to learn how to receive 2 free months of rent. It's time to say yes to more connection, more adventures, and more you. So tour today, reserve your spot, and start living fully on your terms. Call them now at 425-534-5100 to learn more.
Life's expensive enough, isn't it? Groceries, gas, kids' activities. Sometimes your roof needs replacing, but your budget says not now. Hi, I'm Justin Shirley, CEO of State Roofing and Exteriors. We want to help with an offer to lift that weight off your shoulders. Get 0 down, 0 payments, and 0 interest for up to 24 months. Or save up to $3,000 on a new roof today. Call 866-ROOF-ROOF or visit stateroofing.com.
When the new year hits, every business could use a little something to stay ahead. A lift, a jump start, an edge, or perhaps a boost. Like the all-new 5-year business boost from Comcast Business. It's the certainty of a price lock for 5 years on qualifying internet bundles. Plus, you'll have the most reliable Wi-Fi with our best equipment, so your whole team can stay connected at a great rate. And to sweeten the deal, ask about a $500 prepaid card when you add 2 lines of mobile. It's the boost your business deserves. So sign up for the 5-year business boost and get a 5-year price lock on ultra-reliable Wi-Fi. Plus, ask about a $500 prepaid card. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Ends 3/22/26. New customers only. 1-year contract required for guaranteed rate. 5-year pricing applies to monthly service charge excluding taxes and fees. Best Wi-Fi based on Open Signal Awards USA Fixed Broadband Experience Report, May 2025.
Broadcasting live from Radio Row at Super Bowl 60.
Powered through the Quantum Fiber Studio.
On Seattle Sports on 710, the Seattle Sports app, and live on the Seattle Sports YouTube channel.
Here are your hosts, Brock Eward and Mike Salk.
All right, we'll turn things over to Bump and Stacy here in about 30 minutes, and then, of course, Wyman and Bob later this afternoon as we are all down here in San Francisco for the rest of this week, bringing you the best of Super Bowl coverage. Brock, how cool is this to just be down here and experience it? And we haven't been here since it was Arizona before the 2014 game, and just, I don't know, it's very cool. I'm not like Mr. Radio Row. That's not really.
No.
But I do like the vibe and the energy and feeling it and the people watching and all the stuff that goes with it. In fact, all of our coverage this week presented by WGU. So thank you to them. You know, everyone we talk to, all of the people we trust are so confident about the Seahawks.
Do we need like a New England perspective to bring it? Like it. You got some old folks, you know, that way. I saw, as I mentioned, I saw Scott Zolak early this morning before the show started.
Everyone I know from New England is like, I kind of think the Patriots are not like a year ahead of schedule, and like they kind of think the Seahawks are going to win.
Really? You've gotten that vibe too, in that
From
sense?
a couple of people I've talked to. No, that's not. I haven't talked to everyone. I'm sure you could find some folks there that would feel very much the opposite. But I think Mike Vrabel probably feels like his team has a pretty good shot. But everyone I talked to was kind of like, yeah, it's kind of how I think.
I know, but this team that you're facing has won 17 games. This isn't a 9-7 team that got hot. This is a team that is 17-3, and I know when Klatt was speaking earlier, and he spoke right through me and to me, like you're just being the fan, you're like trying not to get too, proud of your but just from stepping back, the talent, and yet, hold on now, they've won 17 games, and this defense is salty. And I'll tell you one guy that I do trust quite a bit, Salk, because I know how much of the tape he watches is Paul Moyer. And Paul texted Dave and I the other day, and he's like, "This is the first time watching defensive tape where I'm like, oh, okay, these guys are real. Like these guys are good. Like this isn't just they're a nice story or they win ugly or like no, they make it hard. They may not make it as hard as the Seahawks make it on their opponents." But, you look at scoring differential. Who's number 2 in the league in scoring differential behind the Seahawks? The Patriots. I mean, this isn't like a fluky.
I think it's not fluky, but I think people will point to the schedule that they played this year, which was a fourth-place schedule.
Yep.
And this was their schedule this year, just because it's been talked about a lot. Let's actually run through it.
Okay.
Raiders, they lost, which is a week 1, whatever. I'm not going to – okay. Dolphins, not very good.
Dysfunctional, yep.
Steelers, they lost. Panthers, Bills. That's probably their best, a marquee win early this year.
Yep.
But the Bills also were not quite the Bills this year, as we know.
Yep.
Saints, Titans, Browns, Falcons. Now, the Seahawks have some of these teams as well.
That's right.
Buccaneers, Jets, Bengals, Giants, lost to the Bills, Ravens, but I think it was without Lamar. Jets, Dolphins.
Yeah.
I think that's where it comes from. Like, that's not to say there aren't a few signature wins on there. There are.
Yeah.
But Rams twice, Niners twice.
Right.
Right? Like Jacksonville, Houston.
Yep.
Like I think when you look at what the Seahawks have done and then throw in all the blowouts that they've had, I think that's where it doesn't quite compare. And
that's where, by the way, if the conversation ended with the Dolphins there, as it did when you and I filled out our brackets, and why we did not have the Patriots playing in the Super Bowl is because we thought, like, I haven't really. But then they beat the Chargers, and then they beat the Texans, and then they went to Denver and beat the Broncos, albeit against a backup quarterback, but they beat all of those teams then.
This Patriots team has a little bit of a feel to me like the Patriots team that went to the Super Bowl and lost to the Packers.
Oh, the Bledsoe team.
The Bledsoe team that went to the Super Bowl. That's not exactly the same. I don't
Parcells.
know if Drake, I don't know if Drake May and Bledsoe are the same. And that team had to deal with the distraction of Parcells leaving in the middle of the Super Bowl. I mean, like, it's not perfectly analogous.
Yeah.
But that team kind of wasn't really supposed to be there, right? Jacksonville beat Denver. Denver was the best team in the AFC that year by a large margin.
Yep.
Won the next couple of Super Bowls after that, right?
Yep.
Denver weirdly lost to Jacksonville, and then the Patriots got to play Jacksonville in the AFC Championship game. And that Jacksonville team was like Mark Brunell. And like, they were okay, but they weren't the Broncos.
No.
And the next thing you know, this Patriots team was like, wait, we're in the Super Bowl?
Yeah.
With like Tony Gator and like people that you never heard of. So I don't know. And they gave it a good run against Brett Favre and Reggie White
and that whole crew,
throwing Max Lane and Todd Rucci around like they were
the one-arm hump.
I mean, just ridiculous.
One-arm hump them.
But this feels a little bit like that, like they weren't really supposed to be here. And I think that's some of what you're getting from the people in New England of like, this team's not really supposed to be here right now.
Yeah. Yeah, and I do think, and I'm glad Joel reminded me of this, because while I can look at, the Seahawks offense against this Patriot defense, it is real. And I can start to draw up a script, and maybe in the coming days I will a little bit of what they're going to do, because I can kind of picture it and see it, man. I know they're going to put people at the line of scrimmage because it's what they do. And they're going to get up in all those gaps, and they're going to force you to communicate, and they're going to try to, bring the house and trust their people outside to play some man-to-man, and they're going to make Sam think. Right, and Sam's not seen this scheme really since Minnesota that was a bit problematic in that game. A lot of numbers around the line, and they're going to just try to force the issue and force Sam. Now, as I say that, on the flip side, Joel's right. Drake May hadn't seen this defense, hadn't seen this scheme, hadn't seen them coming off of licking their wounds a little bit after, Stafford had a bit of surgery on him once again. Because I can look at that and go, I know, Joel, they're so good, but look at what Stafford did. No one else did it. No one else did it. Certainly not since Baker way, way early in the year. Nobody else had their way with the Seattle defense. And in fact, the Seattle defense dictated and had their way with everybody. And C.J. Stroud and Trevor Lawrence and Brock Purdy and go like Bryce, those guys did not like to play this crew. And this will be as Drake gets himself ready and watches all this tape and tries to prepare himself. This is going to be just a physicality.
To me,
not
the
felt
nightmare scenario there on when the Seahawks are on defense, the nightmare scenario is Drake May uses his legs to escape pressure and then find somebody in the second play, the play after the play.
Which is what they do.
Right.
That's
Deep
where they
down
find
the
a lot of
field,
explosives.
not just 10, 12 yards down the line. Like, somebody gets free after he escapes, and he hits one of those receivers for a 35-yard gain, and it flips the field. Like, those to me are the moment. But, like, if that doesn't happen,
right,
and they keep him and they stay true to their rush lanes and he's not able to run around and he's got to throw underneath, and we've seen what happens when teams want to throw underneath to the Seahawks team, they get blown up. I mean, like, even Worry comes up and smacks him. Julian Love comes up and tackles. Kobe Bryant comes up and tackles. Ernest Jones tackles. Like, it's really hard to beat them that way. And then you start thinking, okay, well, then I got to take a little bit more time and I got to get deeper down the field. And then this pass rush and the four guys off the edge, good luck. And Leonard Williams up the middle, good luck, man. So I feel very good about it, and I continue to feel
Hey,
that
Lyle,
way.
can you play a couple cuts here for me? And in particular, the head coach, who's just done an awesome job, both Monday, yesterday. I think he's got to speak at the podium every day this week. I think that's kind of how it works for the coaches in the Super Bowl week. But cut number 4, Coach McDonald talking about just how this team, really bought in and how they became a championship-level defense. And everybody in this building here, I think, would all attest to and all agree, if there's one thing you know about the Super Bowl, this Seahawks defense is real. Here was Coach.
Well, right up my alley. I mean, I think our defense has taken a turn when we became more connected. And it's not easy to do that. Like last year, we were going through some adversity in the beginning to the middle of the part of the year, and it takes a leap of faith to really buy in and stick to the process of what we're trying to achieve. And I'm thinking of a meeting we had, and actually, ironically enough, going into our San Francisco game here last year, and we made a kind of a pact with each other, like we're going to be a great defense no matter what it takes. And they bought in, and it didn't happen overnight. Excuse me. But that's the type of stuff and the dedication it takes moving in the same direction to actually make this thing come to life. So, and of course, you got to stop people. You got to keep points off the board. You got to control field position. You got to affect quarterbacks. All those things are really important to win football games.
You know what else they got to do, Salk, and what this crew has really done, and we've watched elite defenses, right? We watched it in the 90s with the Huskies. We watched it in the 10s with the Seahawks defense, and we're watching it now, is they really tied into each other, and that whole feeling of like, oh, I was just trying to make a play. I was just trying to make a play. Like, I was just being aggressive. I was trying to make a play. Like, I don't care. You know what you are? You're like in Meet the Fockers, where the guy's in the volleyball scene in the pool, and he's trying to dominate everybody else, and he's taking over the whole thing. Like,
We were just talking about that scene yesterday.
No, you were not.
I swear to God.
Who was?
Me and a couple of hockey dads. I swear to God, we were just talking about that.
Are you serious?
Yeah. We're like, just a game, Fokker. Tone it down. We were just talking about that. I guess it wasn't yesterday. It was 2 days ago. Yesterday's essentially gone from my mind.
Yeah, whatever.
2 days ago.
Yes.
It's just a game, Fokker. We're just talking about that scene.
That's scary.
That's hilarious.
That's bizarre. Well, you and I are tied together, man. It's Super Bowl. We got to be tied in. But that's the opposite of it. Like, Spoon's got E-Man Worry. Like, I'm going to jump into this. I'm just trying to make a play. Like, no. That's not elite football. That's not how you do it. Nope, you do it actually when we're all tied into this thing together.
Let me play this sound as well, since you're talking about Seahawks defense. Cut 14, Fred Warner, who is around. We saw him earlier. Maybe he's somebody we can try to hunt down for tomorrow or Friday. I don't know. But here was Fred Warner when asked about this Seahawks team and what weaknesses that defense might have.
Yeah, I hate to say it because, man, obviously I don't like Seattle. I don't like the Rams. Don't like the Cardinals. Everybody in the division you don't like. But, of course, you got to give respect where it's due. And Seattle's done it at the highest level all year long.
Freddie, you are not going to sit here on this couch and tell me there's no weakness to the Seattle Seahawks.
It's tough to say. It is. But, here's the thing, though. When you're talking about a Super Bowl, it's not about who the best team is. It's about who's the best team for that 60 minutes in the game. And anything can happen, right? I think for the Patriots, man, that they gotta win in all the crucial moments of that game.
He just said the Seahawks have no weakness.
Yeah. Well, he got to kind of play him and then got to kind of watch him twice.
Yeah. I don't know what you do.
I mean, he got to watch him come down to San Francisco with everything on the line with the 1 seed and just totally throttle him.
Well,
and then he got to watch him in a playoff game up in the other building.
I think this is the effect of what Sam Darnold's done in his last 2 playoff games, is it takes away that one question mark in a lot of people's minds of like, yeah, but it's Sam Darnold.
Right.
Like, come on.
Yep.
Is Sam Darnold really going to win this? It's like, well, did you watch him the last 2 weeks?
That's right.
Because he played near flawless football.
That's right.
And if you watch those 2 weeks against San Francisco and then probably more impressively against the Rams, you're like, yeah, right now he's not a weakness. Maybe he will be again. Maybe that will change. But right now, the way Sam Darnold's playing, it's not a weakness.
No.
He may not be what the team is built on, but it's not a weakness.
No.
And the offensive line, okay, maybe your right guard, or if you want to get really, really like minuscule specific, and that might be the only time that Anthony Bradford and minuscule are ever used together in the same sentence. But like, it's not a weakness.
Right.
Their offensive line is not a weakness as it's been in the past. Their wide receiving core is definitely not a weakness. Running backs are not a weakness.
Tight end group.
Right, tight end group.
Line group, linebacker group.
Where's your weakness?
Secondary group.
What are you
special
pointing
teams
at?
Group.
And when we talked to DJ yesterday, Daniel Jeremiah is like, yeah, Patriots offensive line is a weakness.
That's right.
There's major holes up and down that offensive line. And oh, by the way, Seahawks defensive line is its ultimate strength.
Yep.
I'm sorry. I know that's jinxy and all that, but I'm trying to look at this and figure out how the heck the Patriots are going to win this game outside of fluky crap.
Well, yeah, and that's what Warner's talking about, right? Like Dre Greenlaw is running off the sidelines and he pops his Achilles. Like, that's fluky crap.
Yep.
You know, like Jeremy Lane goes on the sideline tackle and he breaks his arm in half. That's
Absolutely.
fluky crap.
Cliff Averill goes out with a
comes
concussion.
off the edge and
Yep.
gets a concussion, and that's fluky
And that stuff
crap.
can happen.
And it does happen.
I know.
It does happen.
I know it does, but it just, in a straight up, it's really hard for me to see. As I said, unless Drake May is able to escape a little bit and hit some bombs down the field, but even then, like I think the Seahawks are wired to win so many different ways that it's really, really hard for me to imagine that, you know, they can't. Okay, that pathway is taken away from us. Cool, let's go do another one. Let's use this one. I mean, I think we know that that's some of what happened to them against the Rams.
Yeah.
Right? The Rams came out, what'd you say, 12 personnel, right?
Yep.
Rams all year have been
13
one
personnel.
running back,
Yep.
3 tight ends, 1 wide receiver, right? Well, not last Sunday.
Nope.
The Rams decided to go with 2 wide receivers, 2 tight ends,
yep.
and 1 running back for most of that game.
Yep.
And a lot of what the Seahawks had prepared for them was like, whoosh,
Yep.
rip it up, throw it out. We're going to have to figure something out on the fly. Guess what they did? That. And they figured it out because that's what they do. So am I feeling too good? Is it? Am I messing things
You
up
kind
here?
of are. Let's just step away from a little football for
right.
just a second, since we're here.
Okay.
You know, in the entertainment world of the Super Bowl as well, where we got DeMar Hamlin on one side, we got Terrell Owens on the other side.
Yeah.
So talk to me, Salky, when we end here in 10 minutes.
Yeah.
What's going to be Salky's vibe? Are
My
you
vibe?
Yeah. Are you going to try to like go and, you know, mingle a little bit? Are you going to see
With people I don't know?
Are you going to see some of your New England brethren from the past that you did
might.
like? You know, are you going to try to, you know, kind of walk around and see who's who?
I will
here?
walk around.
Yeah.
Uncomfortably a little bit, but I will walk around. I won't be strutting or like Howdy would or anything like that.
Yeah.
I don't have that.
No.
Not here.
No.
No, I'll walk around and just sort of see what's going on. I did that a little bit earlier when we had a few minutes. Say hi to a couple of friends I have from around the country that are doing radio or here or TV or whatever. So I'll say hi to a couple of people. I did that earlier, and I secured us an invite to go on ESPN Radio tomorrow morning with the 2 of us.
Together.
I don't think it's ever happened.
Did you get my blessing before you?
No, and I didn't say yes for you.
Oh, you did.
I just said let me talk to Brock, but that should work.
Is this on the show that precedes ours?
Yeah,
Yeah,
on Sportsmanlike.
Sportsmanlike, yeah.
Michelle Smallman and Evan Cohen and Chris Canny and Evan. I've known Evan for a really long time, so and I know Michelle a little bit. She's coming on, I think, with Stacy this week, with Bumpin' Stacy.
Nice.
So at some point she'll be on the station. She's great. Maybe they can ask her about Brendan Donovan because she's a big Cardinals fan, big Cardinals person. So yeah, I don't know, Brock. My vibe is probably not going to be very T.O.-like. It's probably going to be a little bit more work the shadows.
Yeah.
And
Maura,
you?
how about you, Maura? How about the Saluki? What's the Saluki going to do?
I don't know. I guess I'm not. I guess I don't have the confidence that Howdy did with strutting around.
Oh,
Few of us do.
I might have to channel my inner Maureen. I'm not very pushy. I know, like, if you need me to go try to get someone, I'm like, excuse me, can I? Are you like?
You turn into Colin Paisley? What? Maury, you're so confident on the phone with everybody.
Maury, you have to understand, Howdy walked with his shoulders back, and his arms would swing like just this most cocksure little sawed off, like what?
Chest out.
Just relax.
Chin up. Oh
Yes.
my gosh.
He took every piece of
I
advice
guess I
from
don't have
Don
the same
O'Neill.
confidence level as Boy Howdy.
Well,
I don't think anybody debates that.
Okay.
Nobody
Very few
does.
do.
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't think T.O. doesn't have that same level of confidence, and he's not hurting for it.
So here's
and what's whoa. You don't get to just ask the questions here, buddy boy.
Whoa.
Don't call me buddy,
what?
pal. What's your vibe
Well,
gonna be when we're done here?
So I've already noticed one little problem, and I told you, just vision-wise, and maybe
Well, you
getting
can't
up
see
at
anybody.
dark 30 as well. My eye, like I'm just a little, I got to get,
Well, you
I
got
got to
your
get adjusted. I
glasses.
know, but I don't want to walk around with my glasses. I look
Why?
15 years older.
So?
Yeah. So I was just in this guy. Hey, and I'm like, who is that? And I
Oh,
yes.
you can't read their credential.
No.
Oh, that's hard.
No. So it's a little bit of a
Yep, that's tough.
little vanity
So
problem.
this is testing your
Vanity. Yes.
your eyesight,
Yes.
and your memory,
Yeah.
all at once.
Do we need to get you a LASIK sponsorship?
No, I need to
Did you
probably
go back? Did you not read
contacts.
the
I
right?
need to probably just get some contacts.
Did you not read the right part of the Bible last night
What?
before bed? I don't know. I saw the Bible on your
about my
on your
vanity?
bed.
Yes.
Did you not read about vanity?
Yes, I know.
What section is that, Brock?
There's
What
a
what
lot.
chapter and verse?
The whole thing in Philippians, all about
Philippians?
Yes.
All
About
right, when we get back there
humility.
later tonight, will you read to me from Philippians,
Consider
please?
others better than yourself.
Thank
Put
you.
your glasses on.
Would you
for
read
crying
to
out
me from
loud.
Philippians, please, so
Sure.
that tomorrow
Yes.
you're in a little bit better place to be able to walk around this building?
Yeah. No, it'll be great. I'm definitely going to see some old friends from Fox and ESPN, and that's what is cool about this stage. Get to see some folks. We do know Kyle Brandt will join us tomorrow. We do know Brian Baldinger is going to join us tomorrow. We do know we'll probably get a few other things arranged between now and then, and we do know that Bump and Stacy are in the house.
They're here?
I mean, they are in the house. Yeah, looking good. They're going to take the whole thing in.
And I've already offended Curtis because I stole his tweet.
Yeah,
He
you
basically
did.
said the same thing.
Yeah, Crabtree.
Felt a little. What?
What was it?
Curtis, about the Crabtree thing? Yeah, I
Yes.
thought you meant Curtis Crabtree.
No.
No, I know. I felt bad. I had the same idea. I didn't know.
Yeah, some
I
weak
know.
shampoo.
I
huh?
know. I felt pretty
Don't
bad
come
about
at me
that
with
whole
this
thing.
shampoo.
I know. It's some Crabtree and Evelyn stuff or
Yep.
something. So,
Yep.
yeah, that was kind of a bad look on my part. I felt bad about all that.
Yep.
Eh,
Yeah, but is it just me, or is this on a Wednesday way busier than we remember 10 years ago, too?
I would say it is night and day.
Holy cow.
I don't remember it any. I think it's just the way this building is set
I
up,
think
where
it
everything
is.
is in one spot.
This is way more New York City.
Yeah, I
when it
wasn't
was,
there.
I know, but when it was in New York, it was way more like this.
Really?
But not like this. Not this many lights, not this much action, not this many boosts.
It is hopping here, man. It really is. It is hopping. There are a lot of people walking around. There are a lot of media outlets and like with really big sets. And I think that's another of the big differences. You mentioned it earlier.
Yes.
As everybody digs into the video side of things, nothing is just on radio anymore, ourselves included, right? We're on YouTube. We're on the Seattle Sports
I mean, New York
app.
Vinny just brought his box. He just had his table. He just put my box down. New York Vinny just doing his show.
Well,
and
that
now
doesn't fly
that's-
anymore.
No, it does not.
Not in this day and age. We got a couple thousand people over the course of the day watching on YouTube, and we appreciate it, man. Thanks for being with us. Thanks for finding all the different ways to watch the show and joining us here, and for what is a pretty cool situation for us to get to come down here. I do think that the more this happens, the more Seattle is on people's brains. I know what Joel said earlier, Joel Klatt. He said, well, you got to have a star in order to truly be a national brand. Maybe he's right. Maybe he's right. And Sam Darnold might not be
and
that
by the
guy.
way, maybe college is different than the NFL, but Clemson did it. You see Oregon did it. You see these brands that win and get exposed
win
and put
enough.
themselves out there, and
I mean,
you get
eventually it's going to be Mike McDonald, whether he wants it to be him or not.
Yep.
Right? Because he's going to be at the centerpiece of all of it.
Yep.
So, anyway, that's where we're at. Lyle, there's a guy walking around here that looks like you. I've seen him like 3 times. It's bugging me out. Every time he walks by, I'm like, oh, it's Lyle. No, it's not Lyle. But
Really?
he's got your mannerisms. He's got your look. He's got everything. So
Really?
it's been very
short shorts.
No, it hasn't really been short weather, but he does
2 or 3 plates.
This guy's probably a three-plate kind of
You gonna
a
go
guy.
figure out who he is?
I might have
right.
to talk to him just to see if he's some sort of long-lost Goldstein brother.
Love it. Well, I know Bump and Stacy and Wyman and Bob got a bunch of guests, right? So we're flew in last night, setting the whole show up today. So there will be some more guests that you will see on camera tomorrow. I know with those folks, and there's just frankly a lot more people that they booked over the next couple days and this afternoon. And so you will see all over this set all sorts of big-time folks over the next couple days, including here in just a couple minutes.
All right. Well, we got to start getting out of here. Lyle, thank you. Great work this morning. I know you're coming down Friday to get yourself ready for the Super Bowl this weekend. For everyone who keeps asking, no, Brock and I aren't going to the Super Bowl. We just come down here, do the work, and go home.
I've been to a bunch of them.
Yeah.
And in life experience, for the show especially.
I'd rather be at home.
I just miss too much.
Yeah.
The 05 Super Bowl, those terrible towels, nightmares about those stupid things. And I miss so much of the game.
They're going to have more fans here than Patriots fans, right?
Oh, I think so.
I would think it's going to. I would hope Drake May knows to go silent. Or maybe he doesn't.
You got that Southern count, too.
I was thinking about telling you.
Yeah.
All right.
I'll be there Thursday night.
Oh, you get here Thursday night?
Yeah.
Oh. Are you going to hang out with us, or?
I don't think I have a pass, but I can try to work the system.
Are you going hard Thursday night?
I mean, just to hang out.
I mean, we're not living at Radio Row.
Yeah, we don't sleep in Radio Row.
Are you going to go hard?
You have a
Thursday night?
pass to get into San Francisco, right?
Yes.
All right.
Okay, all right.
Come hang out.
Are you going
Sure.
hard tonight?
Tonight?
Yeah.
Hard towards that bed, man.
Tomorrow?
Tomorrow, maybe a little bit more.
All right.
All right, we got to get out of here. Bump and Stacy are coming up next. We'll see you guys tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. And yes, all of our coverage here is brought to you by WGU. Brock, until tomorrow morning on Radio Row, the hay
is in the bar.
See you, everybody.
Get to the chopper! This is what it's all about, right?
We are going to the Super Bowl!
The pure joy.
It's a great time to be alive for Seattle fans.
It's why we're 12s.
Super Bowl, baby, let's go!
And Sunday, when history is written in Super Bowl 60, isn't there only one voice you want to hear tell the story?
A one-hander, JSN!
Wherever you are on Sunday, listen to Steve Rabel call the Seahawks and Patriots in Super Bowl 60, live and free on the Seattle Sports app.
At Fisher Investments, we may seem like other money managers, but we're different.
What makes you so different than the rest of us?
We ensure clients receive unparalleled service at every step of the relationship.
Tell me more.
Our investment counselors focus on service over sales, prioritizing clients' needs.
How do you make money?
We don't sell any commission-based products. We have a simple management fee based on the value of our client's portfolio. So we do better when our clients do better.
What about client portfolios?
We get to know each client, their finances, family, health, lifestyle, and more, and then we tailor a portfolio based on their specific goals and needs.
Your clients really come first then, huh?
Yes, we make them a top priority. Our goal is helping them achieve a comfortable retirement.
Wow, maybe we are different.
At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different. Learn more at FisherInvestments.com.
Investing in securities involves the risk of loss.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my site softer?
Can I make my site firmer?
Can we sleep cooler? Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. Your Sleep Number setting. Enjoy personalized comfort for better sleep night after night. And now, during our President's Day sale, take 50% off our limited edition bed. Shop now for a limited time. Only at a Sleep Number store or sleepnumber.com.
Taxes was waiting on the refund you needed yesterday.
All right, your car repair is going to run about $3 grand.
Now Taxes is getting back on the road with TurboTax and Credit Karma, where you can get your refund up to 5 days faster and get personalized guidance to take every dollar further. Now this is Taxes. Intuit Credit Karma with TurboTax. Deposit a federal refund into Credit Karma Money account and early submission of refund data by IRS required. Terms apply. Banking services provided by MVB Bank, Inc. Member FDIC. Credit Karma is not a bank.
Olympic Hot Tub celebrates Seattle's star team with a massive blue and green savings blitz. Champion-level wellness at winning savings on saltwater hot tubs, swim spas, saunas, and cold plunges through Sunday. Go to olympichottub.com. Better you, better life. Go Seattle.
If
you actually are the person that will take care of them after the fact. If you actually will be there for them, if you will pick up your phone, then they come back to you.
Lee Johnson Auto Family, the LJ way.
Well, this week's First Mark Challenge victory is a little different. We actually reach out to the small business world, to Joel Taylor and Sean O'Donnell from Sean O'Donnell's Restaurants. Sean, when Joel brought this to you, the idea of why don't we take this First Mark Challenge victory, what was your thought?
My goal was to save some money and to simplify our operations. We've got 6 locations now, and